Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling in Wembley, join our cult.
Oh dear.
Hello and welcome to the pre-show, the massive event, the biggest wrestling event of all time. Disclaimer, don't mention that other one. It is
Which one?
the one in North Korea. It's the pre-show, the predecessor, the thing you do before AEW All In.
Prelude.
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 Yes.
Prelude.
Remember him, used to play for West Ham. Thank you very much. You're listening to the dulcet tones of Maffew, Jack, and Ross. That's right. The team's getting together so I can go back down.
Team's getting together.
The Cultaholic Wrestling
You're
Podcast.
excited for
I'm so
this.
excited and hyped. I'm
excited.
like a little kid before Christmas.
I'm
mate.
excited, as we've said. I'm up and down about the card itself, but I'm excited for the spectacle, the fun, the festivities.
Yes.
Ross?
If I wasn't going and paying me own money to go, I'd be much the same as that. But I'm going to go to Wembley, have a few pints and watch the wrestling.
That's
Have
it.
a little sing-song, scissor me lass. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Sorry, start again. Oh, when the acclaim come on.
Aye,
So
Scissor me,
You're at a
mammy.
fish and chip shop yelling it.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's lots of them down in London.
But no, I'm excited. God, it'll be YI.
Hip flasks everywhere, though. That's the key
Oh.
for the trip.
Right.
At least 4 on your person at all times.
Like Arnie Commando.
If it was £8.75 for a singular pint in the O2, what's it going to be at Wembley these days?
I am going to be drying out any of the pubs around the area. There's no way I can be drinking that. Oh, it's going to be like 8 hours, though.
Oh, yeah, you're going to have a beverage.
It might be cheaper to have, what are they called? The things that fly around.
drone?
A drone, just a drop. Like
Like worms.
Yes.
Just pick-
Oh my God, yes, exactly how worms works.
I just picture your mum sitting in Bish with a little remote control. Maffew, it's coming. Fly over
I'm
Wembley.
going with Jack Atkins.
Aim's not very good. It hits Osprey. I'm like, oh God.
I'm going with Jack Atkins, and as we all know, he's straight edge, so he's going to have to get through that without a pint.
Fair enough.
But he's used to doing that anyway, I suppose.
Yes, yeah, I'm used to it by now. He's a good lad, very good for his life choices.
The most noteworthy straight edge person going
Yeah.
to
He'll be the happiest straight edge person in that entire arena.
He'll be marginally less likely to punch someone. Although Jack Atkins often does
Oh, I
threaten
don't know,
violence.
like-
yeah.
Depends if he goes to this after party I've heard about, eh?
He's not looking forward to it.
Which we've dubbed the Spafter Party.
Yes,
Right, yeah,
yes,
it's,
it is.
Oh, just
Yes,
me
it
then.
is.
Oh, well. They're going to 2 different events. Let's crack on with the news, though. Let's get this out of the way. The sad news. The loss of one of the true icons of wrestling.
Yeah.
And we don't use that term loosely. Mr. Terry Funk passed away last night at the age of 79.
Yeah.
Apparently, news broken by Mick Foley's Twitter account.
It was his best pal, wasn't it? He seemed
Yeah.
very sad.
Especially when he lovingly was used to bring up the fact that when Terry Funk was asked about him, he says, "I don't see poo in him."
He's I can't remember who did it now, but I saw a good tweet from someone who talked about how it's almost like Terry Funk had 2 legendary careers. So he had the career before, which a lot of it's been lost to time, and like you've got to
Right.
hunt out videotapes and stuff. Then he had his more modern career as well, and it was like 2 legendary careers in one.
I've seen people say 3.
3?
Hall of Fame legendary careers, possibly, just because of how long he went and how well he did it. I mean, it's Terry Funk. It's one of the greatest of all time. I know there's young'uns who watch this who might be just thinking we're talking about, oh, another old wrestler died. No, you don't understand how good Terry Funk was.
Everything as well.
Yeah.
He's got a musical album out there as well, which is a toe tapper if you're a fan of 70s music.
She had Barbara Streisand's nose.
But he was very versatile when he played the snivelling cowardly heel or just this wild man coming down. My first exposure was Super Bowl 2000, which was a slightly different edge of it with his death match against Ric Flair in the year 2000. Fire involved. He was fantastic.
Yeah, he could do the death matches. He could do the heated feuds. Like Ross said, he could be the heel of the face. He's also like, I know we say like in the mainstream when someone does an impression of a wrestler, it's usually Hogan or Savage or one of those. And maybe not outside of wrestling, but among wrestling fans, Terry Funk's one of those like ubiquitous, like he's synonymous with our wrestler now, Terry Funk. And it's such a shame.
Absolutely. And we could spend the next 3 hours talking about the highlights of his career and only scrape the surface. I mean, it took, in their prime, Patrick Swayze and Sam Elliott to beat him up in Roadhouse. Classic film. Hitting Asai Moonsault in his 50s. And as people point out to me, obviously he had a lot of runs in Japan. But I didn't even realize until today, he was on All Japan Pro Wrestling's first show.
Really?
Yes, and up until now was the only survivor of the match he was in. As much as we like him, and adore him. He was worshipped in Japan,
Yeah.
which is why obviously his retirement speech, which we all know from Beyond the Mat, was such a big deal at the time, and why they were pretty forgiven considering he kept them coming back again and again and again. So
I've never seen like as soon as the sad news broke and everything, I've never seen so. We always see like big outpourings and stuff when a wrestler sadly passes away, but this was like immediate and glowing, and like suddenly everyone had a story about it, and just everyone was agreeing what an absolute great he was.
yeah,
It's just such a shame.
And a nice fella as well. We met
That's it,
briefly,
yeah.
didn't we, in 2016?
Really briefly, yeah.
Such a weird setting in our hotel in Dallas. There was like a wedding reception going on. There was like a curtain around the outside of it. And then outside of that was just Terry Funk sat on his own having a little burger, just in the quiet
From his house,
of this.
yeah.
He's just a very nice man.
And it seemed like, I don't know if this is true or not, but it seemed like, because at the time, it was like WrestleMania 32, the whole town was wrestling fans. And it seemed like he'd managed to get a little moment of not being, not being mobbed. So, yeah, it was nice for him.
we saw him at Preston City Wrestling. He was doing a bit of talking afterwards, and it was so great because everyone's obviously had a few drinks, a few of the hooches, and obviously we're just in awe of him. And it's like, yeah, but also really hyped, which is how at odds at how he was at that point. Because he's just like, oh, so great wrestling in Amarillo and looking after my sick horses and yeah. And anytime there's a moment of silence, people are like, yeah, Tony! And then at the very end, he's like, thank you very much, you've all been great. I tried to find a video of it, but I think it's off. The pivot chair's down now for all the wrestling sites, so I can't find it. But like, I and other people yelled, start to get to do it, forever, forever,
Oh, he did
yeah, he did it.
Ah,
Again, Terry Funk, so great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think Justin Henry's have put out on the process of putting out a lovely obituary. So,
yeah, he's good.
yeah, if you've got a spare few hours, read that. Oh, but anyway, moving on from that, obviously to go back to silly bollocks as we do on the wrestling podcast. Friday Night Curse. It's a long time since I've seen that. A lovely podcast we did last week, isn't it?
Right.
Rather quiet for wrestling news, and then actually it wasn't because it was CM Punk. Well, luckily CM Punk's best friend, or one of them, thought he'd take a bit of the shine off all the attention he was getting, and get arrested. For allegedly, we have to say allegedly because that's it. He is due his day in court. We are allowed to take the piss out of him online, of course, but that's how it works. Well, sorry about that. Cash Wheeler allegedly pointed a gun at someone whilst driving. And apparently had an active arrest warrant. And we don't know at this point. We haven't got any information because they've been very tight-lipped because obviously it's a bit awkward when they've got this big old match at AEW that we're going to be seeing soon. They haven't said if they knew about the arrest warrant because some people and erred online about how easy it is to know. I mean, apparently you get out of arrest warrants if you don't know about it. It's one to try, I guess. But we don't know enough about the American judicial system.
Or even like different states and different laws in different states.
Like you're traveling around the place. He surrendered himself and they went, look, I've handed myself in, I'm not arguing it and everything else like that. So like, all right, cool. So paid his, what they call it, the thing to get out.
Subpoena?
Bail.
No, bail.
Bail, all right.
Gareth.
Subpoena, I don't know.
Thank you. Sorry, I could think of it, but at the same time, I had a lovely sandwich from the place around the corner, so I was almost just going to burp it out, and that wouldn't have been the right answer at all, would it? So I gave him the Ian Beale, and he's out, so he is allowed to wrestle at the Wembley Stadium thing, which is nice.
Yeah, it was his first ever arrest, I think. They said in the little bit that got released on social media somehow. I don't know how that works.
Well,
Where he sort of stood there next to the fella and the fella's talking.
I think
Because they are
America's got
recorded.
different. They record trials and stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
It's not like over here we have to rely on the creepy drawings. From
Yeah, well, we
court.
get the little shot of them running away from court afterwards.
Yeah.
Will you stop for a picture?
Which one's Cash Wheeler? Is the one with the man with the coat in his head running away?
The
All right.
court sketches are so weird. It makes me feel like I'm in the 1800s. It's like
It is funny, isn't it? It's like, well, they're not allowed to. You
Yeah.
can get very seriously
We'll just
told
get
off
this
for bringing
man-
your phone in because there's all these reports of
Right.
reporters like messaging people in court and people go, "What are you doing? Put your phone away."
One of my funnest days at uni was the day we did media law stuff at Sunderland Court, just sitting there for an entire day watching all the stuff going down, like mocking how we were reporting it. And yeah, it is very serious. Even if you do take your phone out your pocket, you can get whizzle-wazzled.
wow.
Whizzle-wazzled.
That's a legal term.
It is, yes.
Obviously, you have to go to the media law in Sunderland to know what that is.
So I was on the recent AEW media call with Tony.
Oh yes, how'd that go?
Well, I didn't get to ask a question, but it's okay. Someone just straight up asked him, "When did you find out about Cash Wheeler's arrest? Was it back in July when it happened, or was it when we all found out?" And he didn't. He dodged it. But the takeaway I got from it was that he seems pretty confident that the match is going ahead. So yeah, he didn't. In fact, he even specified. He said there will be changes to the card, which we've seen last night. But he said he was clear that wouldn't include Cole MJF and the tag title match. So seems pretty confident that it's happening still. Because when it first broke, everyone went, "Well, that match is off."
Yeah.
But we don't understand law, I suppose.
Of course not. No.
Yeah.
He waved a gun at someone. He was a day in court. He is allowed to go overseas and do his thing. And yeah, the judge was like, yeah, all right. Fair enough.
Yeah, hand over all his firearms, didn't he? There was some of the conditions he had to
maybe
meet.
it helps
That's right.
that where
He was not to have any on him, but yeah.
I said country, but I stopped after the first syllable, and I'm scared. Scared that came through.
I thought you stopped because you're opening your bottle. So I was like, it's
Joel?
good that he had a...
Did it? No.
Sounded
Okay.
It sounded all
Maybe
right.
he's going to a nation because he's going to a
It
nation.
sounds like you censored yourself.
Maybe
I can't say that.
Traveling overseas to a place where we don't have, it's not legal to have a firearm, so maybe that helps his case. The fact that it's not a risk. I
Yes.
don't know.
And he has to be a really silly person to do it again,
Yep.
I guess.
Yeah.
But I've seen people saying that, saying stuff like, he really is a throwback. Getting arrested for something such an old school NWA.
There's so many great tweets. It's one of those moments. It's been
so
such a
many
while
years.
since it's a funny news day.
I'm sure someone that you retweeted, like something like,
When I was thinking,
getting arrested in Florida is pretty much
that was
wrestling
it.
heritage by this point or something like that.
Yeah. Wrestling's back, baby. I saw a lot of that. So yeah, they are singing from all the greatest tag teams and from wrestling's past.
I was already leaning towards the Bucks are going to win this. Now I'm like, well, obviously the Bucks are going to win this, surely.
No.
That's
Wrestling
It's
means
like,
more than this.
Dude, I'm going to be that awkward English person to be like, I'm going to do lots of chants, get ready for them. But I'm good. Yeah, I want them to win.
I bought 3 T-shirts for this trip.
Ah.
2 of them feature FTR. I've got an FTR one and a CM FTR one, and then a Hangman one to balance it all out.
Oh, you're a complicated
Sitting
person,
on the fence,
Jack.
Sitting on the fence.
Yeah, that's right.
Those people with the scarves at 2 pillars made me sick.
Well, 2/3, and then just one.
Oh, yeah,
at the
right.
end.
So, yeah, interesting times. So, thank you very much, Cash Wheeler.
What?
Cheers, man.
Well, nothing else.
All the best to you.
Yeah, cheers, pal. Hope you're doing all right. Craven Cottage would have cost millions more than Wembley Stadium, according to Tony Khan. Which,
No.
again, we don't know anything about law. We don't know anything about
Maybe 'cause
how
it's during the
renting
Premier League-
arenas.
during the Premier League season, maybe.
Maybe that Fulham don't actually own their ground because that's commonplace in football teams.
that's a good
So
point,
maybe,
isn't it? Yeah.
I don't know who owns the ground.
But it's far smaller than Wembley, though. It's probably like a fifth of the size,
Yeah, about 25,000, I reckon.
quarter of the size.
Yeah, but then Tony Khan says it would cost millions more to produce the event at Craven Cottage than at Wembley. Bloody hell.
Unless that's him trying to get someone, like, to find a buyer for a future show. If the Khans do own Craven Cottage as well as Fulham. Smart business move there.
Have
Yeah.
you been to Craven Cottage?
Never.
No. But it's one of those away grounds that everyone says, "Oh, go to Craven Cottage."
Yeah, I like it. I like the
quaint.
throwback nature. Yeah.
I was going to go, but found out there was £1 million quid to go. Don't expect to find Ace Steel backstage at any... You right?
I'm asking if Joel's been to Craven Cottage.
Oh, sorry.
No, sorry. No, okay. I just thought fellow football man, but no.
Yes, you're right. Thank you.
Sorry, yeah, Karen.
It's okay. Don't expect to sign Ace Steel backstage at any AEW shows in the near future. Revealed earlier said that Steele had rejoined AEW, as we all very surprised to see, but he's not allowed at certain events because he's considered, quote, an insurance risk, to quote Fightful Select. And I love the fact that whenever any story or news or anything related to Ace Steel is shown, it means we can put up that picture of him looking half man, half pug, with a word like insurance risk next to him.
The one where he's kind of grinning dopily, like, yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
So thanks, Ace Steel.
I'm shocked by that news just because of Punk allegedly being allowed to say he comes, they go, he stays, they go, whatever. It's at Collision tapings at least. So it's a weird thing. He's not at Collision tapings, just next to Punk all the time, like a dog on a leash.
Yes.
Larry on one, Ace on the other.
Both look at each other, start yapping. He's like, "No, stop, boys.
Have you heard Bob Mortimer's football podcast, Atletico Mints?
Everyone tells me to, and I always forget about it.
He does a song about Jordan Henderson, and it's all like, I'm a nut job, I'm a Fruit Loop. And that's how I kind of imagine Ace Steel is.
Who bites another man, really? Come on now. Come on now.
Throws a shit.
Hey, all I'm saying is no one's picked a fight with him since.
True,
So
yeah,
it worked.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
self-defense, Ace Steel.
Fair enough. I guess the message is out there now.
Yeah, the insurance risk is you'll lose. Anyway, Barney the Friend's Baby Bop set to make his pro wrestling debut, or their wrestling debut.
Baby Bop's a girl, man. You never watched Barney?
But when I was a kid,
Baby Bop's a girl.
when I was a kid, I've been way too old to be watching
BJ
Barney.
is the boy.
Stop it. Really?
Yeah.
Really? You'll have that?
There's Barney.
Mature Jack.
Barney's the purple dinosaur from our imagination.
Yeah, that's right, yes.
Baby Bop's, is she his little sister? She's a younger dinosaur pal. And then, BJ is the yellow one with the baseball cap on going like, oh, hey guys, I'm BJ.
Oh, now you've done that magnificent impression of him. Yeah, there they are. Now I see him. Thank you for that, pal. It's like I'm really there.
Yeah.
Baby Bop maybe an unreliable booking for the big gay brunch that they booked on, as she could burst into magic sparkles at any point, such is the nature of children's imaginations. Thank you very much, Aidan Gibbons, for posting all
Is that what he said?
That's exactly what it
He's
says.
such an enigma, him. I bet he still watches Barney.
He knows all
Just
the
imagine
lore.
Aiden eating his corned beef sandwich.
One thing
Barney the Dinosaur's on.
The main thing I remember about Barney,
I never missed an episode.
I remember having the videotape of when they go to, I was obviously part of the Barney tape trading scene, and I had the...
Oh, we've got Barney Japan.
yeah. And I had one where they go to like Adventure Island, like they all sail off. And Baby Bop is fuming because she's lost her blankie on the ship, and she sings, "My blankie flies over the ocean, my blankie flies over the sea." So hopefully she has her blankie with her, otherwise she'll be fuming. Just a bit of.
Oh, good. Now you can go to the event. I know everything that's going to happen in this match.
Yeah.
Jack set the scene for me.
Just everyone.
You're like the Excalibur of Barney. You sort of what they did in the indie career before they hit the big time.
I used to love Barney. Was my jam when I was a kid.
Oh, what's that Barney documentary on Netflix that they said that the guy who played Barney, the guy behind the suit, he was a
This next
how do I
one?
put this properly?
A dino diddler?
Oh no,
Sure
it's
we
better
get
than
it.
that.
Please don't say Barney's not.
Some sort of sex therapist was not allowed to discuss any of that or mention any of that while he was playing Barney.
Well, yeah,
It's in his
obviously not.
contract.
What are you on about? Barney can't talk about that to the kids.
Well, I don't think on this show.
What do you
doing
mean by
interviews
sex?
in press?
What do you mean?
Hey kids! Like, no.
This is ringing a bell in my head. What do you mean by sex therapist, actually?
Maybe one of the sex tantric people, something like that.
Well, that was like his other job.
Yeah. What he did before Barney.
So he was the body of Barney.
Yeah.
And
Nick found out, like, all right, you mentioned anything that about what you do outside of this, and that's it. No contract. He's like,
Yeah.
well, this is easy money, so I'll just not say anything for years. So now he has to go back to being a sex tantric person and be like, oh, what did you do before this? And he's like, you used to play Barney. What? I didn't hear what you said. You said it really quietly.
the voice of Barney freaked me out a bit. He was always just like, ooh. Like, I just find him, now looking back, he was creepy. But at the time, wow, what a character. Right.
Hang on, we have to move on to the other people that are hated online that we can't stop watching. Oh, that's the wrestlers.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it. I actually thought there'd be a bigger news story to end on, but it looks like we are ending on Barney the Dinosaur.
Your Baby Bop's going to be there.
I want my baby bop, baby bop, baby bop, baby bop, baby bop.
Chili's Baby Bop ribs. Chili's Baby Bop ribs. Barbecue style.
That was the news.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame!
Time for everyone's favourite segment, the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
In condescending order from last week, kids love Aidan Gibbons, editor-in-chief, 13%. Is that what we did?
Why do kids love Aiden Gibbons?
I don't remember that pick at all.
Fraser nominated. He's really enjoying Aiden's recent catchphrase in The Office.
Oh, his catchphrase.
Which will be like-
the way it's written down here is kids love Aidan Gibbons.
So some article or other will do like more.
Because he watches Barney, right?
Yeah.
Some article or other will do more views than expected about like Just Incredible or Spike Dudley or something, and he'll always be like, "Well, like, how did that one?" He's like, kids love Just Incredible, so that's like, yeah,
So it's
Just
finger on the
Incredible,
pulse.
not Just an Incredible.
We heard it.
Aye,
We
aye,
understand.
yeah,
Yes. Owen Mawson, Tactical Genius, 18%.
Oh, that's
Gee,
right.
that is.
Yeah.
Maffew talking to Nobuo Uesugi, the Final Fantasy composer, about Bob Sapp. Typed here incorrectly. It was Bobu Sapu is how I racistly said it. 69%. We all love a good story when someone looks like a complete tit. Thank you very much. Oh, and here he is in person. Bobu Sapu himself. Look how happy he is. Ugh. Thank you very much.
You won comfortably that one.
I
That
got a
was
lot of votes, that.
Yeah, that was a handy win. Well done.
Lots of names being dropped. Bob Sapp, Nobuo Uesugi. And his Barney the Dinosaur is also here. Gran.
Is the Final Fantasy soundtrack renowned? Is he like a big deal?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Yes.
Then that's a good story.
I watched a live performance of the Final Fantasy orchestral numbers.
Oh, lovely.
And I didn't know what was going on. It just happened to be on the television, and I sat there and watched it.
It was on the TV.
Yeah, well, on YouTube. On the telly, yeah. I class that as on the television to make my life
yes,
mean
you can
something.
cast it. That's fair enough. Then, yeah. That just happened to find its way on your TV.
It did, yeah. I'm not sure how or why.
That's
It might have
amazing,
been
that.
because I was watching the Batman, the Michael Keaton one. You know, he goes through the. What was that?
I heard that.
Who the hell was that?
It sounded like either a sneeze or a dog yelling.
Someone shouted there. Rawr, rawr. Maybe it steals here.
Oh, no.
But
I'm
you know,
sorry.
Batman's going through the trees with Michael Keaton's Batman.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
good. Like, doodle-doo, doodle-doo. Oh, it's a big number. Gets the hairs on the back of the neck stood up.
Yes.
I was watching an orchestral number of that, like a live performance.
So if you
Maybe
like
that's
that,
why,
yeah. No, the Batman soundtracks are pretty
Oh,
fantastic.
It's bloody lovely. Is everyone alive and well?
Yeah, I went through and I was like, is everything all right? And they were like, yeah. And then I was like, there was a shout or something. And then one of them went, yeah, Richard and Dan just had a fight. And they were like, oh, sorry.
Are they really, though?
Not a real fight, no.
Oh.
They wouldn't dare.
They
Dan
love
fancies
each other.
Richard.
Yeah.
Dan
Well, that's
fancies
it.
Richard.
It's a fine line between love and hate.
All right, Dan tried to grab Richard, and Richard was like, "What? Get away!" Used to be a wrestler.
Yes.
Go away. I love you. My pick this week. Sometimes I do what's called placeholders. I'll send stuff in and go, well, I'll do this in case something else comes up. That's better. I already know what Jax is going to be, so I know this isn't going to win. So we bring up the thing that I sent. We're going to just read it on there. It's a lovely Twitter thread that'll hopefully get on here so I can actually read my own notes. MrBeast thread. We'll read it together.
Oh
Thread.
my God, I saw this.
MrBeast just released a video titled, quote, "Every country on earth fights for $500,000. MrBeast...
$250,000.
Oh, God. MrBeast is... Jeez, how did I get that wrong? MrBeast has chosen to wade into every single geopolitical conflict at once. What counts as a country to MrBeast? He makes a lot of strange choices and mistakes.
Oh,
Now
no.
look at this thread. MrBeast recognizes Russia's annexion of Crimea, but not Lushang.
Oh.
Don't ask... oh, God, why did I even think of doing this before
yet.
reading these names? And certain other parts. MrBeast recognizes Palestine, but only in the West Bank. And the quote tweets for every one of these are just like, oh, no. MrBeast does not recognize Taiwan.
John Cena had to apologize.
MrBeast is very sorry. MrBeast recognizes Western Sahara, but recognizes Morocco's claim up to the de facto border. This goes against either country's claims, who both claim the entire territory.
Oh, he's in the middle. That's nice.
There we go. MrBeast seemingly assigns the territories of Greenland, part of Denmark, and Svalbard, the islands to its east, part of Norway, to Canada.
Okay.
MrBeast assigns the flag of the United States of Georgia to the country going by the same name. That got me. That's all right.
Imagine being the lad who turns up to be Georgia and you realize this is not my flag.
Oh, no.
MrBeast.
Imagine
Not
if Persian
again.
Tamuri Ket Spire with the not flag of Georgia.
Yes.
He is Georgian. He would kick the.
Yeah, he
you know
would.
what I would. Yeah.
By George. MrBeast assigns the entire country of Guinea-Bissau to the Gambia, or assigns the flag of the Gambia to Guinea-Bissau. It's unclear. MrBeast assigns a spot on the Thailand-Cambodia border to Vietnam. It's unclear what happened to Vietnam proper. MrBeast seemingly recognizes Somaliland, although neither Somalia nor Somaliland are graced with a pin in any map and are eliminated off screen. the way they've written that. He may simply be adding an international border through the middle of Somalia. MrBeast recognizes the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan, the Taliban state, by displaying their new flag.
No.
MrBeast recognizes two Tunisias, one of which is located in Cyprus, in a round in which Tunisia and Cyprus were eliminated.
He's made a turkey flag mistake there, hasn't he? They're similar flags, and he's stuck one in Cyprus.
Honestly, I'm not sure what MrBeast meant when he put the USA's pin in here. And which flag?
Where is that? Is that like Germany or just below?
I'm a look. Oh, so
Holland,
yeah.
Germany, Belgium.
Luxembourg, maybe?
Luxembourg. Yeah.
He might be Luxembourg, yes. It doesn't belong there.
That's not where
that
America
goes.
is.
No, it's not.
MrBeast recognizes Hong Kong despite not recognizing
Oh,
Taiwan.
yeah. Oh, he picks and chooses.
Very complicated individual. Unscrupulous reporters are claiming that MrBeast does not recognize North Korea, but maps clearly show a border. North Korea does not have a pin, but neither do many other countries. Oh, well,
Yeah, at least
they're
he
defending
hasn't-
himself.
Aye.
And it just goes on and on with the...
Why are people blindfolded in the forest? What's happening here?
There was a...
This is the idea. They got all these people from different countries together as representatives to say things.
It was kind of like a
They
big-
had somebody say something that I'm not going to say, so no one can clip me saying it on YouTube. And yeah, it's the idea that MrBeast, obviously, edit all his work. I mean, that's a bit silly thing to do, but obviously, you paid to do it. Isn't up on geography. Not exactly Mr. Cultural Affairs, are you, Turkish? And just had this amazing
Or
thing that-
Tunisia. No.
Yeah, nice. And I just thought it was funny because it's stuff like this amuses the hell out of me. Just the idea of someone typing up this thread going, MrBeast and geopolitical issues.
Yeah. I saw bits of the video. It
Did
was
you?
like I saw bits of it gift. It looked like a massive game of like Fall Guys, but in real life. Like the first round to eliminate a big swathe of them straight away. They've all got to do the hurdles and then get through these doors that are closing at the end.
So he's speed running the British Empire.
So yeah, like it's mad. Like half the world is just gone, and yeah, and then there's all MrBeast and his mates around it. And from what I could see, they were all just kind of going like, "No way!" Like just like really excited about what they've done. It was a weird video. He's like a real life Squid Game man.
Yeah, it's amazing how many people went, wow, Squid Game, that looks like a thing we should do. And people, the creators of Squid Game are like, did you watch the show?
Yeah, it's not meant to. Yeah, it's
But someone paid for that video because I watched the Joe Rogan interview with him, saying like try and pick up some tips about YouTube and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
It turned out quite well. Yeah, someone paid for that video.
Who? Was it
I
the
don't
winner?
know. The Squid Game one cost like $3 or $4 million, but somebody that wasn't MrBeast paid for that to be made.
right.
Yeah.
Oh.
So maybe that's happened here as well, and they've just stitched him up. We'll make him look like a right whopper as he counts all of his millions in the bank.
So there's the hidden case. All right, go on. Go on, Mr. B. Say this for 3 million. Taiwan does not exist.
You could say that by doing this video, MrBeast's taken quite a risk.
I like that.
It's a board game joke.
I was going to say, I wonder why I didn't get it.
It's a strategy board game.
I like Jack put on his big boy voice. I think you could say.
In Jupiter.
I thought Fraser was in here.
What are you calling the pick?
Mr. Beast's big wrist. No, God. Mr. Beast causes issues.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I thought something like geopolitical in it. People going, oh, boring.
Geopolitics is actually quite exciting and fascinating.
I do find it interesting.
Exciting is
but
the wrong
I'm
word.
also,
Interesting, not
I'm-
exciting.
But I'm also somebody who knows what risk is, so I think I'm speaking for many people there. So that is my pick for
That's a
Hall of
good
Fame.
pick.
Who was that? No, I won't bet. It was yourself, Jack. So what have you got?
I'm going to nominate because he's sent in gifts before. But now he's sending loads of wonderful gifts. It's
Who has?
a viewer called Montana Billy.
Oh, and where are
Maybe
these gifts?
familiar with him? Well,
They're right here.
Oh my God!
they're all in sacks. Lovely sacks. He also said. He also included letters, but he said we could read those off camera. But they explained the meaning behind each present. They're actually genuinely good presents as well. So thank you so much, Montana Billy.
Up the Billy.
Okay.
Yes.
Should we go round in circles or just do it at the same time?
I'll just start whipping stuff
I
out.
feel like it's Christmas. Sorry, man.
Yeah. That's a good T-shirt. I like that. Go on. This is like a bit
there's
of an
Ross.
unboxing situation.
Yes.
It's a T-shirt that says the Notorious P.I.G. because Billy explained
What?
it's a restaurant that he knows. Or
Oh,
chain
it's a
of
restaurant called
steakhouse.
Notorious
On
P.I.G.
the back it says smoke meat every day.
Oh.
It's because
I think I might have yours, Jack. Because I believe this is it a Stardom superstar?
so he explained in the letter. He explained in the letter that he got that before he realised that Suzu Suzuki's my favourite Stardom.
Oh.
But he sent us before those cards and he assigned us each a card and yours was apparently Suzu Suzuki.
I need to read my letter. I've not read my letter yet.
Yeah.
Up the Billy.
Mine's because he apparently once I made a joke how I wear a Death Row t-shirt, but I'm bad boy for life, so he got me like
Oh, you did say
I
that.
did.
What on earth did you get there, Maffew?
I've got a furry sign. It's the Tiger's medicine hat.
Oh, go
And he's not
Tigers.
wearing a hat.
Not a wolf one?
No, clearly I'm too much of a coward for that. No, Medicine Hat is a place in Canada. I know
Yes.
that because of reading Bret Hart's book, and I had to pause and laugh and go, how's that the name of the place? And why is that tiger not wearing a medicine or a hat? Honestly, what does it say? It's got anthrax on it.
Ooh.
Oh, I've got myself
USA,
a coffee
USA.
bean grinder, which I think I asked for.
Oh,
many
hell
moons
yeah.
ago.
That's a proper present, that
That's
is.
I've
Pick
got
up
a
my
book
coffee
about
game.
basketball in Montana. Thank you, Montana Billy. I like
Bloody hell,
basketball.
all right.
I like books. Yeah, it's very good. Thank you very much.
I thank you very much. I've been meaning to buy one of these myself. And I've never done it.
I had forgotten that Montana Billy, apart from being a lovely person on my streams every Sunday, apart from this Sunday, obviously, that Montana Billy was the person who sent me the special, what's it called? AeroPress. Because it turned out I'd
The
be doing it
extension
wrong.
thing,
The
yeah.
extender, yes.
Oh, yes, it's an extender.
Yes, so bloody hell, thank you very much. I originally got you a Medicine Hat Tiger's coffee mug, but it was printed poorly, so I found this patch.
read them
I'm hoping you will put it on a washed-up denim jacket so you can look as cool as Bret Hart slaying around at Lake Louie. That's going to be a huge jacket to fit this patch. So maybe you could put it on your dungarees. Next Metallica patch, I guess. Bloody hell. And there's lots of lovely messages here, but...
Oh, it's a signed Stardom printout of a...
Straight on your wall.
Yeah, yeah.
hell.
My girlfriend might have a thing or two to say about that if it goes on the wall. Thank you very much. It's from Supreme Fight 2023. Wonderful.
Oh, how nice.
It was safely secured, so I'm going to try not to bend it. Oh God.
Ooh, mine thing's covered in cardboard.
No.
And it has... Oh, what's this going to be? Oh, hell yeah. Luffy from One Piece.
Is he the bloke with the hat?
That's the blokey in the hat himself. I've got furries, I've got Luffy.
Who is this on my card? I'm trying to read who
That's
it is.
Julia.
Oh, the Julia. Yeah. I thought we were reading these off the air.
Yeah, we
I just want to read a bit of that because to give context for
Sitting here
mine.
in silence while doing a podcast.
Oh, sorry. And now,
That's Eddie Kingston drinking
oh
coffee.
my God, it's Eddie Kingston.
That's good.
Oh,
You can wear that on Sunday.
He's wearing that to all in.
yes. Oh, I was like, is this a rapper? Is this a dude? It's he's drinking coffee and having a cigarette. Oh my God! Unlike the person whose shirt I did wear, just to antagonize AEW some more, I will be wearing this shirt because he will be there.
Tom has tried very hard this week, but it's not got anywhere. has it?
God, stop trying to make Grado a thing, as they say. Bloody hell, Montana Billy.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Bloody
team.
hell!
I know. Thank you so much.
Thank you very bloody
He's
much.
also sent us a selection of cards, personalized, like printed out, like encased in homemade, like.
What?
you know,
Was he American Psycho?
It's,
Okay.
which Josie is each of us?
Well, let's find out.
Oh well.
Have we got ones for us three?
Oh, everyone's
but
been assigned a Yoshi.
Well, not all of them have got the English names written on, so I'm quite scared in case I don't recognize
ahead.
any of them.
Richard?
Do it.
Like,
So Pacitti is
well, should we not just
a
give
Tory.
How
Yes.
do you open? Oh no! Oh no!
Does that mean his
I've
fur
ru-
will be
I've
a
broken
tiger?
I've broken the thing.
Where was the? Yeah,
I'm
where
on
was-
your wavelength.
Yeah, you're good lad.
See, look, it doesn't have the English. It doesn't have the English name on. I think that's Hayashishita, but I don't actually know. We'll do this another time.
Yeah, that's such a lovely idea.
But Billy, I'll make sure I deliver all of these cards to their respective.
I like being assigned,
Aye.
like not just a Yoshi wrestler, but also a basketball team and a Canadian hockey team.
It takes all the.
Up the
decision
tiger
making out of the equation.
medicine hats. What the hell's that for a
But these are
Oh hell yeah!
these are for people because you'd already sent us ours. So
Ah,
these are for
right.
like Sam, your Sams, your Frasers, your Owens.
Oh mate, I'm
I
very
know.
touched by the niceness
Yeah,
of all this,
very
and yes,
nice,
the loveliness.
Montana Billy.
Again, won't read out the entire thing, Montana Billy, but yeah, pleasure to know you as well, mate. Thank you very much.
So I've nominated Montana Billy for the Hall of Fame this week. I'm not saying that he's going to win because obviously he's got us presents, not the voters at patreon.com/cultaholic. But I still thought he definitely deserved the nomination. So there we go. Thank you, Billy.
I thank you, Billy.
I'm up to podcast 285, the London Money in the Bank one, and laughing every time you three say something like, Americans hate beans for breakfast. Americans are so friendly, but they don't know when to shut up.
That sounds like
Thank you very much, pal.
Hi.
You should have gone last. Ross, what have you got for us?
I was just going to go for I'm going to go for a concept of pick, potentially for the first time in my life. I don't know if I've done before. I might have done. But I'm just, after AEW this week, I'm going to go for the concept of being English. Because
here we go.
MJF, that sounded weird, didn't it, coming up my mouth?
Come on.
Rule Brit, no.
Pacini's already voting for this.
Just because of MJF's arse-licky promo where it went straight to alcohol and straight to pints and straight to drinking. I don't know what it was. It filled my tum-tum with a sense of pride.
Did you like the bit where he went, wow, I'm like the British Bulldog if he was Jewish and good at talking?
Yeah. More on that in the Week in Wrestling segment.
We're a
But yeah,
sick nation when it comes to drinking. Like, it's a shame.
really cool.
The rest of Europe look at us and go, what the hell?
Really cool.
This is not true, as I found out by people.
Germany looked down on us.
Oh, yeah,
I know.
Germany.
No, Germany drink the same as us, but then they get up the next morning like nothing's happened. That's the big, big difference. We'll party all night and then sleep all day. They
Right.
party all night and then get up in the morning to do taxes. So, yeah, you're right. We are looked down upon. I'm not sure how other
But
countries
then,
work,
like,
but
Spain and stuff,
Well, it's part of
they'll
the-
go out and just have a glass of wine and that's enough.
They eat their tea at midnight. They're crazy over there. There's no rules. Mid-afternoon naps.
I really love the hotter countries' way of life in Europe. Like, they just do everything later because it's hot. It can't be asked.
and surely they'll sweat some of that out.
Yeah.
At bedtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have, we have a whiskey and then it rains. It's a good night, that.
I feel like we're going to a foreign country. Looking at the temperature, it's going to be in London at the weekend.
What's it going to be?
Slightly warmer than up here.
Oh,
Oh, I thought it was going to be bad.
it's that
okay.
London
Oh.
heat, doing it, which always makes it a few degrees hotter than it actually is, I find.
That's
All
the
that pollution.
That's the London prices, man.
But the fact that MJF just went straight for the alcohol, just that sense of being from over here. I'm trying to make it sound less Brexit.
No, I get what you mean.
I know, you're doing it, yeah.
Oh, hi, it might rain a little bit some days.
Yes.
Oh, it's going to rain on the Friday.
I'm going to cheer if it rains.
Oh, it's at the minute.
Rain. Because it's English.
It's not. It doesn't look like it's going to rain on the day of the show itself.
Boo.
Matthew.
Just in case it does, though, they do have a canopy thing I saw getting built the other day.
Cowards.
Yeah.
Like when they have to close the roof at Wimbledon. Centre Court.
Basically, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because you can't close the roof at Wembley. It just covers the crowd at the end, not the actual where the ring will be. Which I think is a design flaw. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
What's the point?
Right.
Yeah. Idiots.
It's good apart from the direct centre of the... Great.
But yeah, we like beer.
Yes.
So yours is... What would you like to... Now, think carefully.
I'm going to sit and think about how to make it not sound very Brexity. Okay. A concept I'm very much against.
Yes, of course. Proud to be British in brackets, not that way. Well, that's a star-studded lineup this time. It's almost like AEW or whatever. Mine is MrBeast causes World War III. That's the name. That's the one right there. Jack's is Montana Billy's
Billy.
Extravaganza, up the Billy. And yours is
Liking
racism.
where you're from.
Liking where you're from.
Sorry, jingoism. I'm sorry, I always get those two mixed up. And if you'd like to vote for any of those three, and why wouldn't you? Please go to patreon.com/Cultaholic.
This week in the wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling.
This week in wrestling. Smackdown, subtitled Losing Our Edge.
Hey!
I'm losing my edge.
It's time for the Grayson Waller effect with special guests Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar. Grayson tries to stir the pot, but Escobar isn't falling for his games. He says he isn't envious of Rey winning the belt, and the only person he's angry at is that no-good Austin Theory. Theory interrupts and complains about last week, demanding that Adam Pearce fix things. Pearce shows up, but is immediately interrupted by LA Knight, who challenges Theory to a number one contenders match right now. Pearce makes it official, and then Theory beats Knight after interference from the guest commentator, The Miz.
Yeah, he did. Theory did win.
I'm ready for him to take a break from TV, me, Theory. He needs to go back to what he had in NXT. He had charisma, kid. He was the dickhead that you like to hate because he is a dickhead. Whereas here, he's still feeling like an actor playing a wrestler, going like, I am the greatest United States champion of all time. It's just like you don't feel convincing at all. John Cena was right once again.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it's everything we've said about Austin Theory the past few months. Yeah,
It doesn't ever change, does it? It's shocking.
You're right, because when he was in the way, he was like a doofus.
Yeah.
And he was good.
He was a frat boy.
Yeah. Now, he's just one dimension. It's just not. I don't get what they're trying to do with him. I did at first think, are we going to get the tag team of Grayson Waller and Austin Theory? Because I've been waiting for that since they were both on the main roster. But it didn't happen. Also, LA Knight lost.
Yeah, but it makes sense because Miz and Knight exchange wins.
Yep.
Or cause each other to lose, I should say. That's a way better way of saying that.
Later on,
On Raw.
It was on Raw,
yeah.
yeah.
So it's fine. It's all setting up for that big old Miz Knight clash that we're looking forward to.
Yeah.
That's right.
The Miz was fantastic on commentary, though. Theory needs to take notes. It feels like I'm piling on Theory a bit, but there's just this. He's
right.
putting himself in the same bracket as Dusty Rhodes and Harley Race in terms of United States champions. This is the Miz we're talking about. Saying LA Knight is Fandango without the tap shoes, Eugene without the crayons. He's the next doink, he's saying. Welcome to the clown show. If Michael Cole's allowed on both shows, the Miz should be encouraged to be on both shows. He's a rating spike. Take notes, Austin Theory.
How does he never get tired, The Miz? Feels like he's been doing this for 20 years now.
Yeah.
And he's always as enthusiastic as if it's his first time on TV.
And I was like Seabiscuit every week, isn't he? Bless him.
Seabiscuit.
Famous racehorse.
Aye.
Yeah, big famous horse.
It's the most famous horse I could think of.
What's the one that went missing? Shergar.
Shergar.
In the Horsey field. Isn't that when the police absolutely botched it?
Yes, because they do little TV segments with this old fella going, well, I can't find it.
Yeah, they're like,
I feel like, oh, great.
Have you found the horse yet? And this Irish bloke going, we're talking to people in the Horsey field. Trying to find
I was Irish, wasn't I?
I think he was Irish. It was class.
In Jack's version of the story, he's Irish.
I hope I've not just made that up.
But yeah, you're right. Putting Theory next to Grayson Waller, LA Knight, and The Miz, like
even Waller at the start of the segment, just like having a go of the concept of legends right in Mysterio's face. Oh, you can't let go of the spotlight there. I know he went Irish there, very Terry Wogan. You can't let go of the spotlight there.
but in Theory, so it is.
They're just giving Theory nothing. I don't understand it.
But they're putting him next to people who are doing his work much better than him.
Yes, they are.
So cruel. It's like putting, Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park, and Papa Roach right next to, Head Planet Earth, one of those really obscure new metal bands never really took off.
Planet Earth.
I deliberately picked a band.
Hep, as in hepatitis.
No, they were like was it HE Planet Earth? It's a weird way. I forget how they even said their name. That's how forgettable they are.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a bad one.
Oh, I just don't know. I'm going to Google them now.
Okay, please do. Then next to Spine Shank.
I know Spine Shank.
There you go.
The beginning of the end. It's one of their songs, is it not?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Baby Metal have done a new song with Tom Morello.
Still not
from Rage
heard
Against
it.
the Machine.
Oh.
It's all right. I've got to be honest, and I like Rage Against the Machine, but Tom Morello's guitar solo is just a bit too Tom Morello for me.
Yeah.
They're all doing this like melodic metal sort of song, and then Tom Morello just comes on and starts going like as Tom Morello does, and I don't know if it fits.
Oh, well, that's good
Help
for him.
Planet Earth. Please help Planet Earth. No, that's a different thing.
Help Planet Earth. That'd be a great name for a band.
It's a book in Penguin Book.
Hello Penguin. We get these first of several Big Edge video packages.
Yeah, it was a Big Edge video package.
No, I mean they were really done. It's just the way it's like the Big Edge.
The Big Edge.
I guess that's something we didn't talk about in the news, is the fact that everyone seems to believe now he's going to AEW.
What do you reckon?
And has Christian been put in that coffin match for a reason?
Look, he's dead.
Maybe.
okay.
Or maybe it's just because he's feuding with Darby Allin next week for All Out.
I was going to say that makes a lot of sense.
Or could Edge be hiding in a coffin pitched by a genius called Ross? Ross William Tweddle, to be precise.
Head
One of the great minds.
Planet Earth.
It's head planet. It's head
Stands
brackets
for-
Planet Earth, right?
Stands for, it's stylized in so many different ways here, but yes, Head PE seems to be the...
Head PE. That
Stands
was
for
it.
Higher Education Planet Earth / Planetary Evolution.
Oh, God, I
Sound
hate
like
them
a
already.
gang of gimps, don't they?
Good band.
Rap rock. Like Limp Bizkit.
Two things you like.
Well, you know.
Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair team up again. How will they get along? Pretty easily, as they win a tag match against Io Sky and Bayley. Later backstage, Damage Katal ambush Belair backstage and re-injure her leg. God, it's risky being a women's wrestler right now in WWE.
Yes, it is. And in AEW.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all getting written off. Where's this leading then? I couldn't work it out.
Charlotte was being a full-on babyface at the end with
Yeah.
Bianca, and I was like, "What did I miss on?" Because I just watched
Same.
SmackDown at home last week, just not taking notes, not paying full attention, watching wrestling like you're supposed to do.
But they
And I was
didn't make
like,
good
friends
lad.
on it though.
No, they didn't.
No.
And then she was there at the end going, "Yay, woo, my friend." Unless you knew the Damage Control attack was coming, that would bring it round full circle. I don't know.
Yeah. It's just supposed to make Belair even madder. Like, just being nice to me.
Yeah,
It's Charlotte Flair. Why would you be nice?
I don't know. Why would she be nice? She's
Yeah.
a dick.
I do feel like this was either filler or we've missed something.
Michael Cole didn't miss anything though, because he's still having to go at Bayley on commentary, even though she's not really involved in stuff. Saying Bayley's jealous. There's talk in the locker room that Bayley's jealous of Io, even though there's been no sign of that at all on TV, as far as I could see. She's been very supportive since the press conference after Money in the Bank as Bayley, but Michael Cole's still stirring the pot with her, which was nice.
He's a biased commentator.
He is a biased commentator.
Dakota Kai's back on the road as well with
nice.
Damage Control. So she first came back for like the celebration at Money in the Bank.
That's right.
And apparently now, even though she's not cleared yet, she is going to all the tapings and that. So glad to see her back in the fold.
And there was a great moment as well where Io, she forgot a spot. One for Botchamania, that. When they were doing the hot tag and Charlotte was like having to crawl and then just stop, waiting for Io to attack her, who was sort of in the corner. I thought it was something that was going on, because like her and Bayley kept having like little meh at each other. And I was like, ooh, troubled waters, hey? But real, not just wrestling stuff. Aye, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But I saw so much of that at the SummerSlam match. I'm like, yep, sounds like Charlotte. The Street Profits beat the Good Brothers in a tag match. Bobby Lashley comes out to raise their hands. Good job, guys. You beat the worst team on SmackDown.
If they're trying to turn them heel, it's not going well. Because they're getting loud cheers, because they're being like, the Street Profits were, but like more gnarly and cool.
Yeah, I don't think it's... Yeah, I think it's a heel turn. It's just what does Bruce Pritchard say? Getting a fresh paint of lick.
Oh no, this is definitely a heel turn.
Why?
Thought,
They did nothing but nice things there.
I thought it was because Bobby was being like, the nature boy,
They did
but without the drinks.
sneer like we mentioned
Yeah,
the other
you
week,
did
like so and so's mum.
Oh.
Also, no. Also,
you weren't here for that?
you were, weren't you? Ross was here.
You
for
would have
it.
remembered.
No, you'll remember.
Whose mom?
So I said an infamous incident where someone went missing years ago, and then her mum now.
Oh,
yeah,
Mrs. McCann.
Why would you do that?
No, he meant Shergar's mum.
Yeah, the horsey field.
She is a large heel.
Now, also, Angelo Dawkins looks, I don't know if it's the new gear or whether he looks fantastic.
He's got paint on hair.
Right, but his body, I mean, his body.
We're watching that backstage promo last week at home. I was like, Kayla, rewind that a second, will you? You can see it shining in the camera. It's sensational.
However-
Imagine having spray on hair.
However, he does look great.
He does, yeah. He looks
in
svelte.
great shape, yeah.
I guess they haven't got like a new theme yet because they got the jobber entrance out of nowhere. So just must be waiting for those rapscallions, what they call them. Not Def Jam. What they call the new music producers. Can't remember. It's
Rick
Death
Rubin.
Rebel? No, I can't remember what they're called.
Death Row. Hit Row.
Yeah.
Row.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised if Top Dollar's creating all the themes since they're all crap. That's all he does is crap, Top Dollar. Yeah, I like the new finisher as well. Like it's kind of like a reverse 3D, but with a sit-down powerbomb for the lifter upper.
And then Lashley
Wrestling
came out
speak that, you know.
and raised their arms. They're going to do something evil soon. They're evil.
Yeah, like win matches and look cool.
Bob-
Bunch of bastards.
Bobby got another Bobby Lashley pop when he walked
did.
out at the end, though.
Yeah. A massive heel
there was
pop for Big Bob.
There was a Bobby Lashley pop on NXT. We'll get to that.
It was. She has never seen or heard the likes of that before, or is it a different one?
Different one. Maybe there were 2 Bobby Lashley pops on
I
NXT.
remember only one, so I'm looking forward to hearing the other one right here in the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast. Backstage, Paul Heyman dodges questions from Kayla about the state of the bloodline. Heyman receives a phone call and learns that Jimmy Uso will be on SmackDown next week. He refuses to reveal his source.
Someone he wouldn't dare to mention.
Jericho.
I was thinking it could be someone from Roman's like recent feudy past who hasn't been on TV for a while. I don't know who it could be. Lesnar? Imagine if they went back there.
Bray Wyatt.
Oh!
I realised this is when I realised SmackDown felt a bit kind of weird this week, and it's because there was no, apart from this, there was like no bloodline stuff at all. Strange.
Yeah.
Because they gave all the attention to Edge and Sheamus.
As they
Their
should.
Big old match, which, I can't remember the last time we had a moment like this, which is, it literally was Edge's last match of his contract. Apparently called in the news that they were trying to negotiate more money, I guess. I'll say for this much, and they went, no. He goes, all right then.
See you later.
Yeah. There are.
TK, we'll have to give him it.
I mean, yeah, it's right there, isn't it? So, a lovely little match, though. Insanely loud crowd. One of those, like, Sami Zayn in his home area lands, like, a loud
But Edge
pop.
was, wasn't he? That's why he made his debut for the company.
That's right, yes.
Montreal, that place, you know.
That place, yes.
That bizarro world.
Yeah. It's the same place I was thinking of with Sami Zayn. I don't want to say it like that. Whoops. Probably should have looked and seen where this was. But yeah, amazingly into it. Sheamus has been great for years now. So yeah, it was a big old match. And the crowd buying into every near fall, which is what you love to see.
It was interesting again how Sheamus had to start the match as a de facto heel again, just because he was in there with somebody else. Because LA Knight wasn't it recently as well, where he had to sort of be heely, and he was in the opening bits here. Edge whipping out a springboard back elbow off the bottom rope.
What?
I've never seen
Is
the likes
he the
before.
Amazing Red? What's going on?
Sheamus,
Amazing Edge.
Sheamus took a powerbomb off the apron to the floor, which I didn't expect to see.
Yeah.
And then it was just Edge doing all of his big, massive spots. He took a nice white noise as well, which I thought was a bit risky for him.
He also won, which goes against tradition, doesn't it? Going out on your back. I know he's not retiring, but you'd think he would lose. Because when you're going out, you lose.
Yeah.
What
That's
do you
what the
reckon?
business does.
Yeah.
The business.
Respect the business.
Which means he'll be back.
To be fair, if he is coming back, Beth Phoenix deserves an Oscar. Because her tears were real.
Yeah.
She must have been plucking all of the pubes to get those tears to flow like that.
I reckon
It's what the actors do, Maffew.
I reckon Tony Khan, even if he hadn't originally planned to get Edge, won't be able to resist what a coup it would look like if he managed to get Edge over for Wembley.
I'd love a little run of just Edge and Christian being middle-aged shagger dads. just
Yes.
taking the piss out the young lads on the roster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Your dad's dead. And he reeks of awesomeness.
Yeah. That this week was outrageous.
I
from
thought it was
Chris.
so brilliant.
Because crowd were like, he's going to say it. Yay.
I hear you had a dad.
Your dead dad is dead. Yeah.
It's mad. It's absolutely mad. There's
People think, oh, he's hugging and crying. He said it.
And now Edge is off where, that was going to be a crap joke. I was going to say he's off where the streets have no name because of the Edge. And
Oh.
maybe we'll see him on Sunday, bloody Sunday. Yeah.
Oh, God.
It'll be a beautiful. Not like that.
Oh, no.
Not like that. No, not like that.
That's a song by popular rock and roll band
Yeah.
U2.
It'll also. It might be a beautiful day if he turns up as well.
yeah, it's much better.
What if he gets to the top of a ladder? I hope he doesn't suffer Vertigo.
That would be the sweetest thing. He'll get stuck in a moment. Okay, all right.
But he's only going to make one appearance.
Oh.
Maybe he'll be sat under the Joshua tree. Jesus Christ. Right. I don't know.
Boy, I've had it up to here with these things.
Did we see Edge's promo after the match when he stood there with his pimp cane?
Oh.
He had like a pimp cane.
I was trying to think, when did you two do Pimp Cane? It's a different direction.
Famous U2 song, Pimp Cane.
Different direction for Bono that day.
No, he had a shillelagh. It looked like a pimp cane the way he was using it to hobble around the ring.
Oh, you had a shillelagh?
Yeah.
Oh.
Big long shillelagh. I've never seen a shillelagh so long before.
Yo, it's your boy Bono. This is Pimp Cane.
Me and my crew, head PE.
But you know that Pimp Cane would just start the same way as every... Oh.
What did he say? He was thanking Stephen. He was calling Sheamus Stephen because that's his real name.
What?
Thanked him for his coach was at ringside and stuff like that. But he said he still doesn't know what his future holds. I missed what he said there. Sorry. He said he doesn't know what his future holds, but he needs to sit home with the family for a while. So he's going to be at Wembley on Sunday
with his family.
Oh, it's a loophole.
Yeah. That'd be funny if they were just running around having a good time and like, hey, hang on. Yeah, we're Edge's kids. Yeah, he's going to be here. Just ruins the whole surprise.
Chris is like, get them out of here. Yeah. They're not credentialed.
AEW Collision, subtitled Los Punktistadores. Oh, that's good. That actually took a few seconds. Samoa Joe heads to the ring for a match against a mysterious masked man, the Golden Vampire.
The Golden Vampire.
Which
right.
Tracy Smothers used to dress up as and then sneak attack people. The masked man attacks him before the bell and hits the go to sleep.
The go to siesta, I christened it. That's why a full night's sleep, just a little nap.
Go to nap. It's only bloody CM Punk who accepts Joe's challenge for All In. Bitch. Yeah, crowd like, yay! Is that the only CM Punk we're going to see in the show? Right, cheers.
Yeah, there was a bit of, off you go, bye.
Yeah, all right, Tara.
I need to come to the defense of CM Punk right now because I saw a lot of fallout online about how he didn't nail the GTS on 300-pound Samoa Joe. He's in his mid-40s and he's a lot smaller than Joe. Give the guy a break, eh?
Then why hit it? Why go for any other move?
What else has he got? An elbow drop?
Pepsi plunge.
Yeah, that'll work. Chair shot. The 3 punches Road Dogg would do. Oh, I can hit that on anybody. Any other move or the move that involves picking up the giant Samoa Joe, your gammy UFC legs that don't work anymore.
Your gammy UFC legs.
He would batter you.
Oh.
No.
He might do.
Oh, he might. Yeah, Punk. He's like 6'2". Isn't he like quite a big bloke? Just because he's next to Samoa Joe.
Trying to think. Yeah, but my mates from Bish are coming up.
Oh!
If you thought Ace Steel biting someone during a fight's going to be bad, wait to see a Bish lad getting messed with.
This is Punk's version of the Syracuse story, but instead of Marines, it's a car full of lads from Bishop Auckland.
A Citroen saxophone, Bish.
A big bicycle rolled
big
up.
Burberry caps with the peak sticking the wrong way. Oh, come here, Phil.
A Ford Focus pulled up.
You just hear
These lads from Bish.
Punk just hears that ubiquitous challenge to the universal, you being cheeky.
Yeah. Who's who talking to ye? Oh no.
Come on, you dofty. I'm just doing more stereotypes. I'm just doing more Newcastle.
This is great. Yeah.
I don't know the County Durham fighting talk.
They sound like the posh Jody County Durham accent, but they will do though. That's when you know. That's oh no.
Wow.
Yeah, for
That's
some
more
reason.
Yorkshire, that.
I don't know why. we used to say they
Rural, innit? Just
they have one
countryside.
Yeah, right. They had one bit of English lit, do one bit of Shakespeare, and though. Can you borrow us a pencil? Oh, Jesus.
Do you say, Joel, you're from Yorkshire, do you say, wore it? How much wore that?
Wore it.
How much wore that? Yeah. Oh, wore it.
How much
and
wore
like,
it?
And like,
To be fair, though, in Northumberland, it's how much... Oh no, it's us. We do woof for us.
oh, we do work for us as
Yeah.
well. And us for me. Give us me ball back.
I give us me ball.
Or is, give us it, man. Aye.
What we're doing, like?
We're just going to confuse CM Punk with the English language.
I've got wardrooms.
Hey, Jay White faces Dalton Castle. Remember him? Dalton's boys get involved to stop the other members of Bullet Club Gold from interfering. Jay still wins, though. I was like, oh, Dalton Castle, I love him. He's so great. And apparently he's still recovering from a back injury he was saying ages ago.
Oh.
That's just kind of sticking with him. So I didn't think he looked like my memory of him in this match.
You couldn't tell he was injured, though.
I'm not like, he's like, it happened last week, but apparently still the effects of it. He's not quite there yet.
There's got to be a reason why he's not being used more prominently, because he's fan bloody tastic, isn't
Right.
he?
The idea of him, the gimmick and
many
everything.
people in AEW.
I guess, yeah.
It's true.
But he never gets on either of the. Well, he's
No,
on
yeah.
Collision now, yeah,
Oh,
obviously.
true.
But this is the
They've
first
only
time.
got 2 massive shows a week.
Nobody is. There's no one else like him in wrestling.
No.
His gimmick's very unique. The boys thing's great.
Even when it's straight at the start of the match, we just the fakie with the test of strength and just starts going ba ba da ba.
Like I'm doing the that's good that I've called it the 450 bump, but that's not how it works. When he does the Kurt Angle thing, instead of going backwards over the ropes, he just goes forward.
Right,
I
okay.
did that twice, and I thought, oh, okay, that's nice. Is that your trademark bump? But you're just like, I'm not letting him be back.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Could be that.
Then even though he's a peacock, he starts shooting on folk. That delayed German suplex he did was oof, je ne sais quoi.
I wonder if peacocks are handy in the
I love you all like to emphasize things this week. Ba ba ba, the French language.
But he did lose.
He
Oh,
did.
none.
I know.
Despite, because normally when the faces like nullify the heels on the outside, you expect the face to win and justice to prevail. That didn't happen because Jay White's above him in the pecking order.
That's true. And Jay White has a big match at All In, and Dalton Castle is barely on TV.
The Bang Bang Gang.
The Bang Bang Gang. He's been overshadowed even more by Whiteboard Jay White, though. Because he's now got a moving arm.
Yeah.
There's no stopping him.
If you get him to talk, that's it. There's no need to keep the real one
It's
around.
like a puppet jack situation.
People are worried about AI taking people's jobs. Jay White needs to be worried about cardboard taking his.
I've just thought there.
Oh, no.
I was going to say, what if there was an AI wrestling show? But Sam did it already.
Yeah.
Putting enjoyment noises.
Yeah.
Pud.
Put.
It's me, the Turs. Shivani interviews Bullet Club Gold, who got a promo on The Elite, head of a 6-man tag at All In. They want Kenny Omega to stay in his hospital bed instead of flying to England. The Guns want a rematch against the Young Bucks and set up that hot match with Dynamite. I thought they were rather good on their microphone here.
Yes.
Thought they were a little
Juice
thing.
overshadowed them all again, though.
It certainly did, and even more so in this match against the Guns and Juice Robinson having a warm-up match against the Iron Savages and Jacked Jameson.
Jacked Jameson.
Jacked Jameson, Oliver Jack Jameson.
Is sipping sauce.
They said that
Whatever
many
that
times, didn't they? Yes.
That means either.
It's best not to think about it.
Does it mean what I think it means?
I hope it's not ass sauce. Considering what one of the Iron Savages said very loudly, you can
Yes.
call me an ass boy because I'm gonna blah, blah, blah. I don't want to do it with the full.
That's good, that,
We'll
yes.
get demonetized on
You
YouTube.
did the Tasmanian Devil noise, you're right.
I'm worried that sipping sauce means getting all muscular. Is that what it means?
On the right.
What are you talking about?
Is that what they're alluding to?
Keep it vague.
One of them's called
He's a gravy drinker, as we say in the biz.
one of the one that likes sipping on the ass he's called Dirty.
Sipping on the ass.
He's called Dirty Bulk, isn't he?
Oh.
Yeah, so all breeds.
Oh, that's great. Oh, yeah, he'll eat out. I need a bulk. He's on his calorie counter thing. Very protein.
Just typing in ass. How many calories in some ass juice? I tell you what, though, I was a big fan of the Iron Savages in this.
Oh, yeah.
I like the change from like Bear Country was a bit of a like why have they done it? But I like they were a bit heavy machinery-ish for me, which is a good thing.
Yeah, they went bear country. It's a bit gay. Let's make it gayer. Iron Savages, we're here to eat ass.
It's a good catchphrase.
Yeah.
I'm here to eat ass and drink gravy, and I'm all out of gravy. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, they're a good team that shows up because you're not winning. But you know what? You got enough Kavorka about you to make it worthwhile.
That's it, isn't it?
And even with all that, even with the arse and the gravy and everything else like that, Juice Robinson still overshadowed them because he won. He pinned the dude who he just pinned. And after the pinfall, he held up his leg that he still had hooked up, started playing air guitar in it. Oh, drinking juice and gravy that match. Fantastic.
He's becoming what Kyle O'Reilly used to be back
re-
in NXT.
That's
before
a perfect comparison.
Just-
Yes.
Even when he's
slightly louder.
Yeah,
But yes.
ever slightly.
Well, yeah.
Even when he's not at the focal point, he's doing something just to steal the show.
Yeah.
Kind of injured.
I think so. Yeah.
I think so, yeah. He has been away for a while,
could
like.
pop up in the main event.
Oh.
Hang on.
I'm here. Yeah.
No, in a more crucial role.
Oh.
Maybe to reform a certain. Oh, Jesus Christ. Carry on.
In a video, the House of Black destroyed Billy Gunn's boots. No, it says here.
Oh no! But Billy took it. We'll later find out. We'll later
Apparently,
find
that
out.
CM Punk fight.
We'll later find out that Billy took it very seriously. What they did.
He really did.
They disrespected everything he'd done over his years.
Might be the Big Brother voice there. Just later in the house, you find Billy Gunn getting mad at Malachi Black,
Gun and Raj.
who's put his boots in the bin.
Oh, no.
45.
There's a show idea for you, Tony Khan. Lock them all in a house. Reality show.
Oh God.
What? Deleting punks, lads.
Yeah.
Do you remember
Oh, yes.
Do you remember the famous fight episode of Big Brother where they actually had a fight and security had to go in? It was the season with Michelle Bass, the Geordie woman on
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I think that was
Was
the
she the one
season
causing the
before I
fight?
watched.
I wasn't watching at the time, but I've since seen videos about it.
I'll never forget the moment sitting in the front room with my mum flicking channel hopping. And then Makosi. Remember that name from Big Brother?
Yeah, she
was
was
intercoursing.
bonking in the hot tub.
In the hot tub, yeah. That came on and I was like, well, this is delightful.
What a mad
I was like
program.
15 at the time.
I mean, I remember when I stopped watching it, but they would show clips of it on Channel 4 and stuff like that just to give the kids an idea of what you've missed out. And they had like the blind guy on, and it was just a montage of him walking into things. I'm like, even as a kid, I'm like, is that what we're at now?
This is peak comedy then.
You know, see that when the
Blind man walking into something. You're like, is that all right?
Yeah.
when the lads are playing, like, I think it's either baseball or softball or something like that, maybe cricket, and the blind guy's just in the pool, just splashing about like
That's
and they just hit the ball straight. I'm just like, whoa,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
Comedy.
That'll be the clip.
That was kind of when that was like Big Brother's ruthless aggression era, where it started to get a bit forced. Aye.
Just a bit. Rouge instructs Jose, the
my
assistant,
God.
to bring Preston Vance and Realistico to Mexico.
Realistico.
That's right. To explain their lack of wins recently. They go to Mexico and immediately get drunk in a bar. Bunch of, honestly, man, these English lads whenever they go overseas.
I know.
But thrown into a van and kidnapped by a mysterious bunch of men in balaclavas. Rush takes credit for this on Twitter.
Yeah, he was like, now they'll take this seriously.
What the hell is this?
I don't know. He's kidnapped his own stable to teach them to be serious. Echoes of the Los Lothario storyline on NXT about getting
Yeah.
serious. Yeah.
Is it just a system there? There's this brainwashing thing for cheap.
You can either get kidnapped or get with your own cousin. Those are the two options to get serious.
Oh, I remember what you're talking about now.
Oh,
Thank God
yeah,
for that.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
hang on, what's he on about? Yeah.
The
Yeah.
gay
Yeah.
porno openings,
Yeah.
That's,
On NXT.
now there we go. Maffew's happy.
There wasn't any this week, was there?
Oh, no, there wasn't.
Damn it.
And it was heat
It was
wave.
too hot for Heatwave.
Well, that opening segment with Tony D, I can't wait.
Ricky Starks delivers on his promise to bring chaos to AEW by aligning with Big Bill, who's related to London's own Big Ben.
Yeah.
Bill, I'm just getting you ready for that. We're going to hear that on commentary from Taz.
I hope they
During
know
the
that
main event, he'll be saying that.
It's not the tower, though, is it? What is it? It's
the bell.
It's the bell.
Yep. Tower's the Elizabeth Tower.
Get that right.
Yeah,
All right, R.I.P.
we'll get you. Bill wins a squash match against Derek Neal. Starks continues the attack afterwards, doing the pose mid-attack, which is amazing, before revealing that his suspension will be over just in time for All Out.
Well, if he's suspended, what's going on here then?
He's got a manager's license, yeah. He's suspended from
They
wrestling.
did explain that.
He's got
Yeah,
a manager's
yeah.
license to get around that.
Yeah.
I
That's
do
just.
apologise.
I think that was just a clerical error on someone's part last week. We've gone, whoops, we'll just shorten it by 2 days.
Yeah.
'Cause it's gone from 30 to 28, which means you can't wrestle at all out. All out.
He's got time for good behaviour, by attacking people in the ring.
Yeah.
Ricky Starks had a lovely video package as well, or just like a fragrance advert that you'd see on an advert before a video and watch on YouTube. It looked magnificent.
It reminded me of a promo of something like from the hit Netflix series You, starring Penn Badgley.
Oh, the serial killer.
Serial
thing.
killer fella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite
What?
unnerving.
Which serial killer was this? This is
It's not. It's a fictional.
Yeah,
thing.
fictional, yeah.
and he
Plays like
did adverts like this.
It's very Ted Bundy-ish because he's like,
Oh.
all the women are like, ooh, he's so attractive. Ooh.
It's a bit. It's also a bit like. It's got like. It's
I
one of
let
those,
him kill me.
It's narrated by him and his thoughts. He's like, I wanted to kill her so bad. Like it's like that.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. Not. That's not the
And
dialogue.
then somehow he burns down his house, right, with his girlfriend, a wife in there, and then flees to Paris and then just starts teaching in Oxford or Cambridge or something like that. I'm like, how does that all work, eh?
Well, they needed to extend the series.
Bit far-fetched for me, though,
it is.
yeah.
Apparently, in one of the seasons, there's a creepy stand-up comedian who preys on his fans, played by Chris D'Elia.
Who-
Before that all came.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Right now,
Yeah.
but actually, see,
Yeah. Allegedly. Jesus.
I didn't think it was allegedly, was it?
I'm just not prepared to risk. I just don't wanna-
we'll say allegedly, but he did it. Allegedly.
But that was what the Ricky Starks promo looked like to me. Someone who's seen the episodes of You. He
You
looked
had
very
me up
snazzy.
until what Jack said. Let's move on. We see footage of Darby Allin and Sting confronting Swerve and AR Fox at a recent indie event.
That's fair enough. After
just
they
says
killed Nick Wayne.
That's right, fairness, isn't it? Darby hypes up the match at All In, as well as a match on Dynamite, also involving Nick Wayne.
This felt very admin-y.
Yes.
Yes.
It reads not admin.
Yeah, I didn't know how to spice it
You're
up.
right.
I like Nick Wayne speaking like all the kids, so he's like, do I stick with my own morals or get the morals of a bastard?
That's how they kill.
Essentially.
Yeah.
I'll do.
The morals I grew up with. Or do I become a dick? That's what we all do at 18 years of age, innit?
That's what
we're all
come from,
conflicted.
I'd hate to be doing that because most like wrestlers, when they show like, oh, here's what I used to look like. Oh, this is me in some rubbish indie show. Here's him going, yeah, here's one on the second biggest wrestling company in North America.
Yeah. It's a lot to live
Oh,
up to.
I'm so embarrassed. Despite interference from Mercedes Martinez, Willow Nightingale is able to beat Diamante thanks to help from Chris Statlander.
Yes.
She did a big power moves again, a big suplex, and I saw a tilt-a-whirl sidewalk slam was Willow. She's very good. Diamante didn't do anything for me in this match. She had a nice sliced bread, and that was about it.
So she's always she's serviceable,
Yeah.
Diamante.
I enjoyed her tag team with Eva Lise when she was knocking about. So I'm glad that she's still got something to do, you know.
Yeah. I guess it's still a storyline for Mercedes and Willow going forward. And Statlander, who came down at the end there, sort of bubbling away.
I'm just happy that, there's 4 women here in the women's division, TBS women's division, whatever, that they're very capable, able to do a feud that isn't silly and getting some decent time. It's very refreshing when you watch Dynamite.
Yeah.
Statlander and Willow is the match, though. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
we're just a big old hoss-off.
But
David Hoss.
is that quite far down the line because they're both faces?
We get a young...
How would you turn Willow heel? Is it like a
can't
Sami
turn
Zayn?
Willow heel.
Is it like a Sami Zayn case where the right pair of eyes has to just see a dickish? Because we all thought Sami's dancing was lovely. And then Vince McMahon apparently was like, "It's really annoying your dance. We'll turn you heel."
I wouldn't turn Willow heel.
Yeah.
I think she's a really
like Harry
natural
Potter,
face.
because I'm a Whomping Willow, or something like that.
Oh, mate.
Book it.
Is that the big tree?
Is that Harry Potter, isn't it?
Aye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen the first 5 now.
Oh.
Well, duh. Wait, hang on.
Cheers, yeah. On Netflix, aren't they? I'm getting forced to, getting bullied at home.
What, like, is it once a month?
Are you enjoying them?
I enjoyed the first 4. The 5th was nothing.
Ah, no,
Which one's the 5th one?
When nothing
Phoenix,
happens.
Order of the
yeah.
Phoenix.
I can't remember what the title was.
Is that the book where it goes,
Phoenix.
Dumbledore goes, Harry, I'll tell you everything. And he says nothing.
Maybe.
It's been a few weeks.
It's like a
since I've seen
TK
it,
press
yeah.
conference.
Huh.
You get all those hype and he says no.
I like the first 2 films. Then they all get really dark, and people said they changed the director, and apparently it's considered better. But I like them when they were like children's films. Maybe it's because I was a child at the time.
Yes. Rather like Harry himself.
Bloody hell, Harry.
And we do get promised an FDR appearance on this episode. However, this was the day that, drive, bang, bang happened. So we get a Young Bucks versus
He
FDR.
didn't shoot anyone.
video package.
Drive, brandish.
No, he was just looking at it, yeah. The match still seems to be on. So far, so good. And it's just a video package. He was like, all right, fine. And no one mentions it this episode.
No.
Toni Storm is still mid-breakdown. Wow, that's similar to Cash. She's interviewed backstage and claims that the Outcasts are a sisterhood. And she's confident of working together with Saraya at All In.
Oh, the seeds. They're being sown.
They are. They're going to break up, aren't they? Well,
Saraya's going
Of course they
to
are.
a big England win, isn't she? England.
I reckon Tony might win. If
I
was
would think
picking,
so.
Yeah.
Well, that was my pitch.
Oh yeah.
But I reckon Saraya will win. I don't think Tony can resist that England pop. Now that Jamie Hayter's not.
Would it be loud though for Saraya?
Yeah, in the moment, I think. Especially if it's in the second half of the show when everyone's had a pint.
That's it.
Three lines.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it's about.
It's coming.
I'm not really bothered about Saraya, mate. From this country. I love you, Saraya.
Imagine if she came out with 3 lions of World in Motion or something.
Oh, is it well enough forgetting?
That's a bit of news.
What?
Jericho's announced that Fozzy will
Oh, I thought
perform.
bloody John Barnes would be playing.
If John Barnes raps
the
Saraya
news.
to the ring.
Oh, God, Jericho doing that.
Imagine John Barnes rapping Enemy, bloody hell, Fozzy's that Judas song. That's what it's called, isn't it? Oh, Enemy. Enemy's their best song.
Fozzy?
Yeah.
Judas isn't Fozzy's best song?
Not in my opinion.
Whoa.
Not an OG or Fozzy bear like me.
Yeah, that's good. That. Nice.
This one goes like
Wagga, wagga.
Fozzy Bears, baby.
The music video is fantastic. It's all about, like, I guess, enemy and all that sort of stuff. Be a bit enemy of yourself and all that sort of bollocks. But it's about a man with no legs trying to get up the stairs.
That's the video.
That's the music video.
Bloody
Yeah.
hell.
And Chris Jericho's on the roof going, "You're my enemy."
Oh my God, why is this? Why is
That's
he
his
there?
enemy?
He doesn't need to be. He doesn't need to be.
Oh, I hate him.
Oh my God.
But it's like, you remember 2005 Jericho when he cut his hair proper short? He doesn't look
Ooh.
right. He's got like a black shirt on. Looks a bit
Midlife
weird.
crisis.
Yeah.
I remember that. I associate that Jericho with getting called out by The Rock at the Hall of Fame. When
No,
he
just
did
before that, Jericho.
glittery vest.
Like SummerSlam 05, like Bob.
Oh, yeah,
Bob
yeah.
Jericho.
Yeah, yeah.
Bob
I was
Jericho.
I was thinking of like Honest Man, Suit Jericho.
That was on my Instagram Reels this week when he's like, "Oh, Chris, you've got your hair cut. You look like a what did he say?"
5-year-old boy or
Yeah,
something.
that's the one,
He
yeah.
spiked it up at the front.
And Chris is clearly he's not he's bothered by it, but he's trying not to be bothered. Then by the end of it, he's very bothered. He can't hide it.
I thought he was selling it for the fans at the Hall of Fame.
It's Chris Jericho.
Aye,
Yeah.
that's true.
I think when the Iron Sheik died, I went and watched the Hall of Fame segment where he gets inducted, and he's there calling out Kurt Angle. And he's right next to John Cena. And John Cena, who has the big like chain thing around his neck at the Hall of Fame, bless him. And Cena's just going, he's calling you out, Kurt. So Kurt's just trying to like, shut up.
I like the one where Foley says, "I never beat Chris Jericho," and then Jericho lets him pin him on the stage. That's a lovely moment. I think
nice.
CM Punk counts the pin,
Yeah.
if I remember rightly. I wish the Hall of Fame was back in a room.
Bret Hart
Do you like
doesn't.
it in the ring? Bret Hart does.
Oh God. Yeah.
No, he does.
Hey, Cash
No,
made the
wasn't a
save
ring.
that day, didn't he?
No, I wish it was back in a room.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was going to say he was firing live rounds then, wasn't he?
Oh, God.
By the way, MJF was not approving of people making fun of his mate, I guess, and says we all make mistakes, and it was just nothing but quote tweets going, "Oh, who hasn't pointed a gun at someone mistakenly?" Powerhouse Hobbs squashes Kevin Koo. Oh, I know him.
I know of Kevin Koo. and
Yeah.
It's because of Joseph Weirdness that I know Kevin Koo, because he always speaks very highly of him.
That's right. He is
And I
one of
like
the lads.
Joseph Weirdness's reviews of stuff.
Right, he's
very
like
good.
the Danny McAbee and Timothy Thatcher type, isn't he?
Aye, something
Right.
like
He's
that.
got lovely tattoos as Kevin Koo.
He does.
I wish he'd had more of a showcase of his own skills here,
Hmm.
but never mind.
He looks in the game over after the bell. Miro appears on the Tron and says, "I like Hobbs. He also used to rely on a book for guidance. But now he walks alone. Redemption is coming for Hobbs at All Out." And he had that amazing line as well. He goes, "I am godless, but you're not because you worship me."
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It's a bit of a shame, though, because you realise we're not actually going to get a bona fide feud between Miro and this god, because he already said his god's gone. Yeah. My feud with my god is over. I'm here to replace.
Yeah, what was that then?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Just didn't happen on screen.
is Tony his god? Creative difficulties and that. But now he's on Collision, the feud's over.
Oh.
No, I'm reading too
That's
much.
a bit-
No, I don't know.
You know what? I hadn't thought about these being metaphors because there's some people just going, "No, I don't like Hangman Page," and no one buys his action figure. It's when someone does nuance and metaphors, I'm like, no, that's just a vague thing.
Because nothing else sounds like this, I'm assuming that Miro writes these himself. And if
Oh, he's
so,
got to, yeah.
what a pen. Pen game is strong.
Absolutely.
He's a
Doesn't
heavily
pencil.
religious man. In real life. So it's all
I
very
was
good,
wondering
yeah.
if he'd actually lost his religious faith in real life, and this is it. No, that's quite deep. I shouldn't be
That
speculating.
is deep.
I got a knock on the door this morning from a Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, no.
I had to just be like, "Sorry, mate." Yeah, yeah. Felt bad for him.
They're used to it.
There'll be a lot of people giving him abuse. Like,
I mean,
I know.
it's so weird, the idea of, hey,
I
I've
know.
got this religion. Do you want to try it? I'm like, what? No.
No, I'm okay.
Door-to-door selling religion.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. In the main event, Darby Allin beats Christian Cage. Giovanni tries to interview Darby, but Luchasaurus provides a distraction, allowing Christian to attack him from behind. They beat down Darby, and Christian makes Tony count a pinfall, claiming to still be the TNT champion as a result. We see AR Fox and Swerve Strickland watching on, pleased that Darby's weakened ahead of next week. Soon, Inspector Gadget.
Edge got name dropped on commentary by Jim Ross, unwillingly or not.
course.
Could it mean anything? Could it mean something? Could it mean nothing? Probably nothing because it was Jim Ross. He was just speaking about signing Edge and Christian back in the day because you know he's guilty of not guilty. He made all the careers, didn't he, Jim Ross? So he likes to do it.
Guilty of Edge and Christian, yeah.
I feel bad for Jim because after we only laughed at it a little bit. I didn't realize, I think, how much people would have laughed at that segment where Kenny got beaten down. People said it's edited like the Eric Andre show.
Someone's made it like
It
a
was
green,
so
like
bad.
green screen cut.
Oh, Murdoink does, yeah. All he does is do these magnificent, like, green screen template things. I've had someone send me that, and it's the end of Reservoir Dogs. They're just going, oh.
Okay.
It was so bad.
Nigel as well on commentary saying he signed up for the Christian Cage School of Fatherhood. Do you catch the slogan of the Christian Cage School of Fatherhood?
What is it?
It's they may cry now, but they'll thank you later.
Nigel's good.
Very good, isn't it? Yeah. It was just all about Darby trying to beat Christian very quickly, trying to pin him like a wrestler would.
Right, but this went on for a long time, which in certain circumstances I'd appreciate. But it's Darby Allin, and this, I felt such an old person watching this near the end. By God, why do I sound like an old woman? I felt so bad watching this. Darby went off, let's see, did a drop kick to the outside off the top rope, like shotgun style, to sit out and land on his back to knock Christian off a chair.
Splat.
And then Christian kept on dumping him on the outside. And Darby wasn't even teasing the idea of this might be a count-out loss for him. He was like, well, better get up and do the next spot. I'm like, can you not slow down? That's it. I'm like, can you not slow down for anything? You just did that off the top rope to the outside. And he's like, well, time to get in. And then, of course, after these brutal, big-ass moves he's been taken from Christian into himself, he gets in and he wins with a roll-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the most AEW thing I've seen.
There was a coffin drop attempt, which he missed because Luchasaurus pulled Christian out the way. There was a massive spear from Christian, I think, on Darby, where he sort of flipped backwards as well, which like he hurt his own neck. But yeah, it was like the old Orange Cassidy match structure: beat down, beat down, beat down, roll up, win.
Yeah.
Go home.
Cry. Okay, fine. But yeah, so I was like, all right, fine. But it served its purpose. But I'm like, yeah, feeling old watching that.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I never thought about that while watching it live.
It's hard to remember that when you watch Derby sometimes because you're like, it's all action, but you're right.
That's amazing. Yeah, it's like, wow, all those huge bumps forgotten about straight away.
Yeah, I guess so.
By both the crowd and himself.
But at least he got the winner's share of the purse.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's what it's all about.
You can pay for the hospital bills. Monday Night Raw, bend it like Quebecum.
You sound like Jericho's promo against Ospreay, by the way. Like, slow down.
I know.
You'll end up like
sound like
Dynamite
an old man. And then when I'm there live, I'm like, go on, Darby. Dive, Darby.
Is Jericho meant to be the face?
It's hard to tell, isn't it? It is. We'll get to it, but it's hard to tell.
He is. But then you're like, oh, they've done this really well. And you stop and think, wait, heel Ospreay in Wembley.
Because you know how we sometimes joke about Chris Jericho going to Meltzer and claiming he invented everything?
He said that in his promo
This was
nearly.
his promo, yeah. But he's meant to be the babyface.
The
I
Meltzer's...
knew you were going to be good, Will Ospreay, in 2018 or whatever it would have been.
Everyone already knew Ospreay was good.
Oh, well done.
Cheers, Chris.
Hey, that new band there, Linkin Park, they're mint. Hometown hero Sami Zayn opens the show and gets a huge welcome where he stands there.
What was my subtitle?
Bend it like a Beckham.
Bend it like Quebec. I'm sorry. Quebec.
It's good that. Just stands there for 10 odd minutes, just letting the crowd serenade him.
But that feels lovely.
Oh, like a warm bath.
I bet it starts to feel awkward. Come on.
No, because he just starts going.
Yeah, it's like any movement gets a reaction. Yeah. He's interrupted by the Judgment Day, who surround the ring, but Sami says he didn't come alone. And Kevin Owens arrives to help clear the ring. Yay, he's not injured. And challenges the JD to a tag match later on tonight.
Yes.
Isn't it nice how things work out sometimes?
Yes.
He's injured, he comes back in Quebec.
Right.
Lovely.
There was a lot of French on this show, and I don't understand what they said, but it all got massive reactions whenever they said it.
It did. I always like it when you see shows, see shows in non-English speaking places, and then the people speak not English.
Yes.
And the crowd like, yeah, he said it.
Yeah.
They oftentimes swear.
Yes. Sami Zayn's done before.
Yeah.
I remember learning about the peculiar way that people from Quebec swear in during Zayn's feud with Roman, and it's all stuff.
That's right.
It's all like biblical stuff. Like all the swear words are a take on the word like tabernacle, but they shorten it and it apparently becomes vulgar.
That's biblical.
Like all Catholic stuff, I guess.
Oh,
it's all like sacrament. Words like that they get vulgarized because it's quite an offensive thing to say, I suppose, in a Catholic community. Yeah. Yeah, this is sacre bleu.
Yes, I was thinking, is that where it comes? Oh, all right.
So I guess it's probably like saying, I swear to God, or something like that. Oh God. It's probably like saying that, but like what?
Noah's Ark.
Aye. That's right. That's what they, yeah.
Sorry to all French people listening.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Especially Old Testament stuff. They got mad for that. Yeah.
You're not just a Michael. You're oh, no, forget it.
What was that going to be?
Nah.
No, I want to know.
I completely messed up. The four
Gospels.
Yeah, but I said Michael. Forgetting that one of them is my name.
Matthew, Martin.
That's what I said. I said my. Forget it. The New Day beat Drew McIntyre.
Maybe I should have sent that Jehovah's Witness in your direction.
I might need him. The New Day beat Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle after interference from the Viking Raiders, who attack Kofi and Xavier after the match too. Drew fights them off single-handedly. Xavier Woods is massive.
Oh,
yeah.
A built boy.
Oof.
Goodness, as if he couldn't get any more sexy.
Right.
That was heartfult, that one.
That's called. What I've done there is I've fed for Matthew there.
You really have, yeah. He pushed me towards the thing and just ducked the elbow. Ducked the elbow, hit the gayness. Yeah, I like the New Day wanted this match because they went, don't call yourself a real tag team after one match. We're a real tag team. And then they beat them to prove their point.
And the Vikings are really crazy, right? Because they're heels, but they help the baby faces win. But then attack the baby faces because they're crazy Vikings.
You could say they wreck everyone in these.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns.
Roman's first. That was like his initial catchphrase until he became all tribal.
I'll tell you what was blaring out for me was the silence when Riddle's music hit. New Day's out, was going, yeah, let's have a good time. And it's like, bro. And I swear, I watched it back twice. You hear a little, oh.
Yeah.
In the crowd.
It's the Sean Ross pop.
Oh, yes, the Sean Ross pop.
Yeah. He laughed at himself about it on Twitter this week, so I don't feel too bad bringing it up again because he's laughing about it himself.
Way aye.
Yeah, after blocking 500 people on Twitter.
He'll block you. Then where will you see the scoops?
Reddit.
Cultaholic.com. Aidan Gibbons. So I like the fact that they're reestablishing a Raw tag team division and they're doing something with Riddle and Drew McIntyre. Muck Riddle.
Drew can't be, because there was all this stories about Drew's absence after Money in the Bank being because of creative differences in his contract situation. Surely he didn't dream of a tag team of Riddle being what he got pitched.
I think we're just in the early stages and he's going to turn heel, maybe.
Oh, I hope so.
Batter Riddle.
Yeah.
That wouldn't really work though, because people don't care about Riddle anymore, do they?
That's going to be awkward. He turns heel and people cheer him.
Unless maybe the creative change was, we'll just give you some more money. And he's gone, yep.
That's a good way to sell a lot of differences, yes.
Maybe.
Backstage, Finn Balor and JD McDonald Google me.
Oh, you're carrying on the ballet thing from last week, are you?
I don't think it really works this last week because the JD, nearly in every segment, I thought I'd say Balor in a funny way, just to stress how many times they're on the show.
Do you not think it, because I went through a difficult point in my early YouTube life of saying the word Balor, because I thought it sounds a bit stupid in my Geordie accent. Balor. So I used to call him Finn Balor. Like that.
Oh, is that why
Maybe
That's what I used to do.
I thought you were just being quirky.
No, I was just being like self-conscious about my weird accent. Balor, Finn Balor, come and do the ring, you know.
Right, that's it.
It's like when Pac was talking about the Hammer in the feud with the Elite.
Hammer. Finn Hammer.
How good is it him not being there?
I know, yeah.
I know.
I hope he's at least
I hope he makes a cameo
there,
appearance.
Maybe he sings Paige down the ring. 3 lies on me shirt, buddy lad.
Cool, done here.
This is the Blader JD talked about how they've been friends for ages. I'm Newcastle.
You're in London. He doesn't
3
care.
miles, 3 miles away.
Yeah.
Old maiden doing the road. Michael Cole there.
Toon. Rhea Ripley and Dom arrive. Rhea wants Hammer to help decide who will face Owens and Zayn tonight, but she tells JD that he's not invited to the meeting. JD only.
Please call them Judgment Day when JD.
No.
Yeah.
Judgment Day only, and you're not in Judgment Day, so sort of.
Even though his initials, you might have unearthed a little clue here. Actually, is he going to take over the Judgment Day?
I think Finn's told him he's in the Judgment Day, but Finn hasn't told the other Judgment Day people that JD's in the Judgment Day.
Awkward that.
Yeah. I'm sure Damien won't be happy.
The Disco Inferno. And the real Wolfpack.
I reckon that's what Finn thinks is happening. But I reckon JD is going to.
It's not what he wants to.
Yeah, I think JD's going to usurp him and take over the JD.
Surely not.
No.
Do you reckon?
Judgment Day McDonough.
Yeah, but then Balor would be a face, and everyone likes cheering Balor because he's got 12 abs
And a massive dick.
That doesn't make me want to cheer him. Actually, it's like Tony Nese. Remember that old yeah.
What, he's got?
Bell end.
Well, his
got bell-end.
His whole heel gimmick was he'd be like,
Yeah.
Count his abs,
all
wouldn't
my abs.
That'd be great,
Good
wouldn't
heel
it?
gimmick.
But what? Balor should do that with his dick. 1. Count them. 1.
I thought you were going to count the inches. I was like, oh no.
Imagine that on Monday Night Raw.
Oh,
Tail
my.
of the tape. 230 pounds.
Oh, he calls himself the mouthful. Just try to get the slogans. Don't shove that down your throat.
Okay.
Ortiz and Maxine Dupree hype up Chad Gable ahead of his IC title match against Gunther.
That was nice.
Chad wins. Boney the account out. Shades of the great Lex Luger at SummerSlam.
He kind of celebrates as well, doesn't he? He's like, I'll take it, yeah.
Yeah, after German suplexing Gunther over the crowd barricade.
That was class.
What a spot. What a spot.
What a spot.
A beautiful lady. I don't know. Unbelievable bump from Gunter as well
Yeah.
over the top of the barricade there.
I don't know if it's just a case of where I've clicked on 2 of them, so now that's all I get recommended. But on YouTube Shorts, they really seem to be pushing Samantha Irvin's ring announcement. They've got a camera on her when she announces stuff. And her acting, when there's a surprise win, she was beside herself by this. She was like, "No, winner of the match!" by count out. And then the rest of Imperium went over to her and bullied her into saying, "And still IC champion."
So good, you know.
Which was good.
There was so much delight in this match, though.
Oh, yeah.
Just Gunter doing all of Gunter's moves, but Gable, that bit I saw on Twitter this week where they're doing I don't know what it's called, an amateur wrestling where you roll over the top of them and do the spinny thing, and you do the thingy thing. And
I know what you mean, but I don't know how to describe it.
All
Yeah.
that stuff.
The mat worky
eye. The Puro Rezu.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah. The catch can. Matt wrestling.
Yes, but the late great Bob Sapp.
I like the seeds of the big bump at the end being sewn by the stuff at the ring, because they're basically the same spot, but with the other people in the opposite roles with the roll back in the ring. It was just a good storied match with lots of thrilling action. Which sounds like such a cop-out comment, but I don't know what else you say about it.
No, it was class.
No. You're right. You just need to say sometimes, ooh, this were good.
It was good.
I'm excited it was only a count out because it means we get a rematch.
Exactly. And I like the hype and prestige they have. They gave this. Like, this could be it. People at home. This could be the title could change hands. Try and make this be like a big deal. And Chad Gable is really over right now.
I think it's the right thing to do as well, because it's just making people want Gable to be the guy to finally do. Because they're going to go past Honky Tonk whenever that is. How long? It can't be long now, is it? 20 odd days?
Is it before the next PLE?
I think it is. That's why they're not doing it at the PLE. So. I think. I haven't checked that, but that's why I assume.
But interestingly, Gunter's last singles televised loss was to Bron Breakker.
That's
Bron
right.
Breakker, not Bron Baker. Bron Breakker in NXT.
Oh.
Yeah.
I must have called him Bron Baker a few times. Like,
So do you think if he comes up, he could be the one? To be
I hope not.
You don't think I might be dragging him?
I'm on board with Chad.
Yeah. Not before the record.
No. Just when they do the rematch eventually.
Right.
I'm just seeing where we are. Sorry.
That's all right.
Elsewhere. Where we are.
Gunter shouts.
Oh,
at
the
lads
Judgment
back
Day
there.
arguing over who should be in the tag match. A frustrated Ripley tells the boys to sort it out and then leaves. Elsewhere, Gunther yells at the rest of Imperium following his loss to Gable. Ludwig Kaiser seems to be on Gunther's side and snaps at Giovanni Vinci.
It was
It's
a
all his
mute.
fault.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what's going on here. So is Kaiser siding with Gunther? Vinci's the one who might get chucked out here.
Vinci's done for.
Oh, really?
I think he's done for. They didn't let him have a comeback. He just stood there. Silence. The guy's a mute. A sexy model mute.
Oh, poor Da Vinci.
Ludwig Kaiser. Giovanni Vinci. That's how Samantha Irvin does the announcements for Imperium.
Yeah, do Piper
How does she
Niven
get away?
now.
No.
Oh,
She doesn't go Piper.
Piper.
Hey.
How does
Machine
she?
gun at ringside.
You can't just be doing people's accents. You tell me off for that. There was a great one the other week. We went to the pub to watch the women's football, the final, which was very sad in the end. But then
They look great, though.
there was some Premier League.
Stop it.
You old man.
No, you bastard. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
I love watching them in their shorts.
You mean they
I've been done dirty.
they did themselves proud.
Thank you. That's
Yeah.
what I meant. Thank you.
But later on, because
Damn it.
we just sort of carried on drinking to drown our sorrows, I suppose.
Yes.
And it got to the West Ham match against Chelsea. There's a West Ham player called James Ward-Prowse who just transferred from Southampton. And one of the lads there is Kieran from Triple Jump, who is a Southampton fan and Northern Irish. So when James Ward-Prowse was on screen, he would go, which in his accent is an amazing... James Ward-Prowse is an amazing name in a Northern Irish accent. Anyway, do carry on. That's James Ward-Prowse.
He cost £30 million.
He was still supporting him even though he's, gone from his team. That's James Ward-Prowse.
That's lovely. Thank you for sharing that.
That's all right. Well, I just didn't want to perv on the women's football team anymore. Just thought that was
That's why
quite...
that's why I was like, just move on.
Are you the
No,
head of the
that's-
Spanish?
No. Damn it. Cody Rhodes has a backstage interview, but decides to head out the arena instead. He hypes up Zayn and Owens' match against the JD and says they won't be alone because there's no love lost between himself and the JD either. And he goes, he's massively over. He said nothing here.
I'm a big fan of Cody Rhodes, but this reminded me of... It wasn't as egregious, but when they'd get like Cena to piggyback on Zack Ryder's popularity a little bit, it just felt like a way of getting him some of the love from the Quebec crowd, even though he's not from Quebec.
Right.
I thought it was a disgusting promo when he said that JD McDonough Google Me has a head so big on such a little body. He looks like a Funko Pop.
That was so nasty.
That was so Cena-ish.
Can't help his head size.
I would have been shocked had I not seen everybody tweet about that for about 5 years in the UK and Irish wrestling scene. Because that was the joke about him.
Was that the one time, I wasn't there for it, but everyone shared it around, Fight Club Pro, JD gets on the top rope, and is that place we were at? So it's that massive warehouse.
The one in Wolverhampton?
Yeah. I don't think it's there
Star
anymore.
Works.
Yeah, that's it. And he gets on the top rope, and someone yelled, "Mind your head."
The ceiling's miles.
It's like a mile high.
That's really nasty.
Don't bully people, everybody.
Not for their physical
Be a
attributes.
star.
There's so many other things he's done that you should make out of him. Allegedly.
Google him.
Yes, I'm just saying. What one member of the roster said, don't Google him. Why is that? We see a lovely video in which Nakamura reveals what he whispered to Seth Rollins last week. He knows about his injured back and the pain it causes him. This promo did more for Nakamura than I think any segment he's done this year.
Has he not always been like this in WWE? Yeah.
Because Vince McMahon's a bit racist.
Yeah. You're just a wacky Japanese dude.
We should have him on the podcast then.
Why do you team with Gyro back down in NXT? Go on, get your jacket on. This is amazing.
So good.
So much more effective than having him like in the ring doing the same promo, having people go and watch in the middle of every sentence. The music and everything, just the look on his face as well. It's a different aura.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I like that someone pointed out on Twitter that Rollins was on Logan Paul's podcast
I'm sorry to hear that.
and was speaking about his injured back a lot. And they were like, imagine if the heels now are just watching these interviews going, well, that's what I'll do. I'll target the injured back now.
That'd be so. How did you know about my bad back? You said it on Logan Paul, one of the most popular podcasts in the entire world. Oh,
It's back to the 80s thinking man's wrestler, Shinsuke Nakamura. It's just one of these, like, even hugging your wife makes your back sore.
you sucked on Logan Paul. God, you're bad at interview. That's what he told him.
He was really up for it. The bits I saw, Rollins. He was far nicer.
I'm saying Nakamura said that.
Oh,
That's
right.
it, not me.
He was far nicer to
Maffew.
Logan than I thought he would be, which is odd.
Well, Logan's got his own issues to be dealing with right now.
What are they?
Yeah, I don't
He's
know.
feuding with his brother.
Is he?
Because
That's gotta be for
He was complaining to his brother and was like, "Why wasn't I allowed to bring in my Prime bottle to the event?" Because it was already sponsored by a rival company. He goes, yeah, but it's me. And he went, "Yeah."
Is this real or are they working this?
I can't tell because the way he talks like an American. It's hard to tell if it would
It
be
all
real or
sounds
fake.
acted, yeah.
Yes, it
yeah.
all sounds fake.
I've seen that lad on Twitter posting like all these pictures of like former relationships his girlfriends had.
Oh my God, Dylan Dennis.
Oh God,
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
I saw a little video
Who
about
is-
that
who
the
is
other
it,
day.
sorry?
So he's this jiu-jitsu guy
Right.
who was in with like Conor McGregor for a while when he was big in UFC, but he's not a UFC fighter himself. He's very good at jiu-jitsu, but he can't do the punching, as far as I can tell. So that means that one of the Pauls is, I think, Logan, because he can't do the punching. He's like, I'll box you then,
cool, yeah.
because he's only a jiu-jitsu guy.
Right.
He's also, do you remember when Khabib beat Conor McGregor and jumped out of the cage at someone? Apparently that was who he was jumping at. He was like, you're a little prick.
Oh, it's that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was like, Paul
Wow, he
McGregor-
can really pick him.
He was like Paul McGregor's entourage. People,
Right.
he's like a troll apparently. He
Right.
talks himself, he talks all this trash, but he's not actually that. Apparently he's very good at jiu-jitsu, not at the whole MMA, basically.
yeah.
That's a very basic. If I've got that wrong, please do correct me in the comments.
Fair enough.
He's got a Google searching as well.
Right.
Because every relationship she's ever been in with someone of a high-ranking public nature, celebrity. That's what I'm trying to say. A high-ranking public
Loads of
nature.
politicians.
Bloody Nora. But he's got lots of pictures.
And obviously, this is shocking behaviour to be doing, but it's still Logan Paul, so it's all right. Rhea Ripley beats Candice LeRae in a short match. Raquel Rodriguez comes out on a crutch to confront her, but it's all a ruse, and Raquel attacks. She beats Ripley down before confirming that she's cleared to wrestle again, and their title match is set for Payback.
A bit painful to watch. Indy and Candice doing their way, like thumbs up stuff to no reaction at all. But I guess that's what you get with no TV time at all, or no character.
Yeah.
What are they doing with a pair of them?
Smiley.
Yeah, there was a nice counter from Candice off a Riptide attempt into a DDT, followed up by a lion salt. I don't know why I sound so
No, it was
sarcastic.
good.
Yeah.
But it was just very short.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like 2 minutes.
And I thought Raquel was going to join the JD when she arrived because she was wearing purple and black. And I was like, what the hell does this mean? It turns
I hadn't thought about that,
Turns
yeah.
out nothing. She just attacked Rhea, and now they're going to have a match, aren't they?
I can't believe they're disrespecting a locker room leader like Indy Hartwell like this.
I know.
That's a gimmick. It wasn't nice.
Why what was it? Besmirched Tiffy Stratz for having a massive locker room and says, I'll fight you for the honor of our smaller locker room.
Yeah.
And then
And then
lost.
she lost. Tiff got to keep the locker room then.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
But I reckon this could be Rhea's best match since WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Against, I just hope that Raquel doesn't win. It's not time.
I don't think Raquel will win.
As a baby, because they're clearly very high on her, but as a baby face against like Rhea Ripley now, it's not going to go down well, is it?
No.
Yeah, if you're a face and the heel opponent you're feuding with is getting out-cheered, yeah.
At the minute, there's no face that would get cheered over Rhea, surely.
In the women's ranks.
She's mommy. Maybe Stephanie McMahon.
Oh, yeah, you go. Solved. Tommaso Ciampa gets a promo where it talks about people like Gable and Nakamura getting title shots and saying that he needs to do the same. It sounded very moany to me.
Ooh.
Like, oh, well, just because he did that, I did that, I already beat them. Why are they getting title shots? Because you couldn't promos in front of a wall. Get in the ring and beat somebody up.
That's a Tommaso Ciampa special, that. Split your legs open, sit forward on a chair.
Oh,
Split
okay.
your legs open.
You know what I mean? The Tommaso Ciampa promo pose.
Yes.
The TCPP.
But it was Ciampa's a weird. There's certain wrestlers who don't work if they're not being pushed. So when he was
Right.
this dominant NXT champion, everyone's like, "This is amazing," and he was really good at it. It's harder when he's in the mid card because he's a really serious, angry character, but it just comes across, like you say, a bit whiny when it's not, when he's not winning or not getting matches.
But his
Yeah,
friend's
well said.
missing. He's doing this big social media campaign at the minute. Where's Johnny? He can't find him. And he said the line as well. Do it yourself. He wants to. He's. I'm going to be the change I want. Do it yourself.
Do it
He said the
yourself.
line.
DIY.
And the crowd went mild.
If they start having sick tag matches, though, they'll come round.
Yeah. To give us reason to care, then we'll care. The Miz cuts a promo on LA Night, saying he can't use Miz's interference on SmackDown as an excuse for his loss. Miz points out that The Rock interfered in his main event match at WrestleMania 27 against John Cena, and he still managed to win
I
regardless.
like that.
Take notes theory.
Yeah.
It was Christian Cage-esque slightly.
Yeah. He
And-
went too far though with the hooper stank.
I was going to say, yeah, we'll see if you like
He
that.
called a human fidget spinner and the hooper stank of WWE.
Oh. And then Miz,
They had more than one hit, by the way. Hooper stank.
they had
I couldn't tell you what the title
Is
was.
the reason.
wait a minute. Yeah, the
reason's the big one.
is
And is
you
it crawling? It's called. I
Who
can't
did?
remember.
are being crawling. Oh,
Oh, I'm gonna have to get the Spotify.
show me what it's worth.
I think I've
Yeah, make me understand it.
I think I've mixed up.
But Hooperstank, their big hit came like years after that.
Did it?
I think.
The reason's the big hit. Isn't
Yeah, I think the reason came out like way afterwards, and I was
Who
surprised
did?
it was even them.
Because it's definitely not Hooverstand because they don't sound like that. But in my head, who did begging you?
Not Hooper
Not
Stank.
the Eurovision people, but the original.
Begging you, I don't remember.
Oh.
It's easy because you're beautiful.
No, it's faster. Begging you.
Don't
Will
remember that
you
one.
love it? Okay.
Sorry.
You will know that
I'm not
song.
sandbagging you. I just
That's when we
literally
were
don't
in
know.
like high school age, wasn't it? When that came out.
That Hooperstank one was I.
No, Hooper Stank's early noughties.
That's not Maneskin because that's
I
who
am older
covered
than
it. But who did that song?
Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh, it's like an old Four Seasons song. Oh.
Oh.
Then it was remixed in 2007 by DJ Paluski.
Oh, good for him. So, Miz brings out his prestigious opponent for the night, Akira Tozawa, who
I
annoys
feel
him
bad
by
for
doing,
Tozawa
yeah.
here. I feel bad for Tozawa here because he's like, I've picked someone who's faster, stronger, more dominant than any opponent LA Knight has had in WWE. Why don't you pick someone? I don't know. Bring back Ellsworth. Maybe not. Don't bring back Ellsworth.
I can think of a few reasons.
Yeah, don't bring back him. Bring back Steve Lombardi.
Yeah.
Someone like that.
Yeah, what's he doing nowadays?
I think I like jokingly suggested last week that this would be Tozawa, and then it was Tozawa. But he won. I didn't feel sorry for him by the end, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, fair's fair. He cost him to lose to Theory. He's on the same level as Akira Tozawa.
It was the Hello Japan finish. Have you seen Hello Japan?
yes.
Yeah, it was a bit like that.
Ohio.
It was kind of. Have you seen the Hello Japan?
No.
There's a American or Canadian. There's a Western fighter fighting a match in Japan, and the guy's on his back, and he's just sort of controlling him. He's not in any real danger. He's got his arms, and then he looks at the camera and goes, "Hello, Japan." And as he lifts his hands, the bloke just goes, "Sleeper," like rear naked show, and he just loses because he decides to go, "Hello, Japan," while the bloke's behind him. It's really stupid.
So great, though.
Yeah.
So great.
And that's what Miz did here.
Hello, Japan. Instantly tabs out. Yeah, I liked Miz kicking Tozawa and looking at LA Knight and commentary going, MySpace kick, Beanie Babies kick.
Beanie Babies getting a mention. Were they? I guess they were an American thing that Miz is saying it. 'Cause
Oh, thing over here as well.
Barrett was saying it. Yeah, I remember going to the garden centre near Morpeth and seeing all the Beanie Babies in there. Yeah,
That's how eBay was set up originally for people to sell Beanie Babies.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bean
weird
Bay.
dumb thing.
Beanie Bay.
Yeah, Beanie Bay. I don't know how the words are, but
There was another fantastic line from this where he says, the 24/7 title of feuding someone who had that was perfect Friday night because it's a watered-down throwback of the Attitude Era, just like him.
Jesus.
Miz has been good in these bits.
Getting paired with LA Knight is really, it's like David Raya being brought into Arsenal and he's Aaron Ramsdale and they're both fighting for the same position. And it's really, he's doing some good stuff.
Lovely.
I like that line. I forget who he said that. Like Miz looks like if whoever celebrity, insert his name there, banged a frog and then pushed him down the stairs. That's the Miz.
He did say that, didn't he? Banged a frog.
They're both, it's like 8 Mile, they're both writing stuff for each other.
Wrestling's back.
Yeah.
You're a throwback to the Attitude Era. You banged a frog.
Pushed down the stairs.
And pushed downstairs like Jericho's enemy.
Oh, he was climbing.
He was he made
Not for long.
He was making it past people necking on. I think his ex-girlfriend's necking on with a new ably bodied
What is this
partner.
What is this video?
This sounds mental.
It's worth a watch.
It's
Like.
better than Judas.
It's a song, yeah.
Okay.
Not as a music video.
Backstage, Drew McIntyre is about to split up with his team with Riddle. Who can blame him?
Sorry, it was a big stat. It was Tozawa's first win on Raw in 6 years.
Oh.
Guess who his last win was against? Singles win. That wasn't in the
6 years ago. Are they still around?
That wasn't in the 24/7
So
division.
not our truth.
Not in the 24/7.
Not in
They're still
24/7.
around in wrestling, but not in the WWE.
Who did he
Oh, okay.
beat on Raw?
It's a sickener.
On Raw.
Wait, how long ago was?
Proper bloody
Is it
sickener.
bad? I know maths, but 6 years ago, after like, what was the like?
27.
2017. They left the bloody company in 2017, sir, they did.
The left in 2017.
Oh.
After losing to Cesaro.
Oh, is it Mike Bennett?
No.
No. Oh.
It's a good guess.
I'm using a Geordie accent
Oh,
for a reason.
No. No.
Was Pac?
Was it?
He beat Pac on Raw.
Yeah.
Maybe it was one of those like 205 Live showcase matches on Raw or something.
It might have been the time when when Enzo beat him and he had like the bags under his eyes.
He did a Tony Storm.
Yeah.
There was that's it. There was a report that's never been confirmed because Pac is very tight-lipped, making him the smartest wrestler of all time. About that he'd refused to lose to Enzo or
It was on the pay-per-view, then they did it back or something, didn't
Yeah.
they? I can't remember what it was now.
yeah, but he says like he'd had a strop. He was just like I can't believe I'm losing. That was the story. It's not been reported or anything. But he just went bye.
Yeah.
Like
I mean-
Enzo Amore. Okay.
If I know it's not real and it's all predetermined, but if I was Pac, I'd also be like, why am I losing to Enzo?
Ugh.
What a stat,
Anyway.
though.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He beat Pac. Bloody hell. Backstage, Drew McIntyre is about to split with his team with Riddle, only for the New Day to come along and convince them to stay together for the kids. They even suggest a new team named the McRiddle. Nice one, guys. Or I said that one. Sorry, pal. Sylvie
I
Thunder.
said nice one, guys, because they were about to break up. It's the old Diamond Mine situation. They're on the cusp of breaking up, and then the New Day have ruined it for all of us by keeping them together.
What? Surely New Day would want them to stay together because they just beat them. No, it'd be great. We can rack up all the wins against yous.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe they just want Drew McIntyre to be unhappy.
Yeah.
Yes.
They hate him.
Say, wait, they clearly don't like each other. You guys should stick together.
I don't know what to make of it.
No.
Because Riddle's now back to being the lockdown Riddle of like a proper idiot. Like more idiot. He's an idiot, but more idiot than an idiot, if that makes any
He's
sense. at all.
Ed from Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Yeah. It's when they go for the fist bump at the end, he goes like, paper covers rock. Get out, man. See you later.
Yeah. All right, cheers. Thanks. Damian Priest tells Rhea Ripley that they still couldn't decide on who should be in the tag match and that Finn went off to talk to JD. Ripley isn't happy. Boy, I'm glad they padded out Raw of all these segments
Yeah,
this
there
week.
was a lot of judgment there on this. Yeah.
It's been established that Rhea's the leader, good and proper now, though, after this week. She was calling them
Absolutely.
shots.
Yeah, there's no leader here except when we absolutely need Rhea Ripley to be the mummy.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine these lads. You ever in that situation? It was like, I'm hungry, I'm getting that takeout. Oh, I'm hungry as well. I'm hungry. Oh, okay, cool. What should we have? Then it just takes like,
JD McDunn Google.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone
We'll have
wants,
him
Everyone wants, you
on
know.
toast.
Yes. That's exactly what I was going for. Becky Lynch arrives to talk up her cage match with Trish Stratus, but she's interrupted by Trish and Zoe Stark. Trish talks about how she's always excelled when she's been thrown into the fire, and she's sick of having to constantly prove herself. At Payback, Becky's going to see a side of Trish we've never seen before. Becky doesn't seem too afraid, and also reveals that she's got a Falls Count Anywhere match with Zoe next week. I'd like to thank Jack for summarising Trish's promo from 10 minutes into that.
Very long, wasn't it?
It went on a bit, but it was good because you get what she was going for here. But
It was like a career retrospective of herself. She's like, I faced leader in the main event of Raw, and I'm sick of having to prove myself. And
I thought she was fun. Like she was like, going, oh, wonderful to be home.
That's true.
And then she's like, yeah, this tie is black nut.
Yes.
You know, Borat back in
Je
the
ne comprends français. Ho, ho, ho.
So Toronto's better.
Ha ha. Get up the Medicine Hat Tigers, she said.
Medicine Hat Tigers.
Medicine Hat. What a great name.
Have you been in Canada?
Yes, I had a big layover.
Ah, right. Okay.
So I went and got some poutine.
Yes,
Yes, and they did me dirty.
I just wonder I wonder what the different regions are like, because there seems to be quite a rivalry between them all.
Ah.
Everyone seems to think it's a wonderful place to live.
Yeah.
Yeah, apart from MrBeast, who put the American flag over it. But yes, this promo was like, okay, cool. So we are getting that big match that I've been waiting for. That was too big for SummerSlam. Fair enough.
It doesn't feel like it's, that Kavorka's not there.
It's missed the tip of the swing, isn't
The
it?
apex.
Almost
There we
like
go.
it should have happened at SummerSlam, but it got bumped.
That's
Yeah.
classic Triple H. Missing the apex of the feud. Whoops.
Classic Triple H.
If only a certain Apex Predator was in charge. I don't know.
Chelsea Green is annoyed that WWE management want her and Piper Niven to prove that they deserve to be tag team champions. They then beat the Cowie Girls in a very quick match to prove that, yes, they do deserve to be tag team champions.
One move for Piper to win, as Samantha Irvin would say. Yeah, which I think is effective.
Yeah.
Just that little splash, big splash on the mat there.
She's getting the Wardlow treatment.
Yeah.
She's dangerous.
Yes, she is.
But I thought it was good how the crowd didn't give a toss about the match at all until the Cowie Girls did that alley-oop thingy.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call that.
Alley-oop thingy.
On the ring, on the mat, going with her arms in the air, and Cadence flying through the air.
I
Alley-oop.
think they call it the comer.
The come up.
I don't know.
The treble drop.
Yeah. The disco biscuit. My good time boy. It sounds like
My mouth is itchy.
if they have like a big slam move. It's the K-hole. No, I don't know.
I think Barrett would love that. Once you get in the KO, it's hard to come out of it, Cole.
I was at a festival once, Michael.
Woodstock.
Couldn't get out my deck chair. Soiled myself.
Because the
Michael.
Germans beat us to it. No, don't say that, Barrett. Barrett, stop it. Seth Rollins is interviewed and admits that he's been wrestling with a fractured spine for 4 years.
Yeah.
He mentions Nakamura exploiting his weakness and acknowledges that it's part of the game. But Nakamura isn't even here to face him man-to-man. Next week, he'll give Nakamura one more chance to prove he's an honourable opponent.
I'm worried about my big claim now that Rollins is the man to beat Roman.
Bad back.
He says he goes, that doesn't know how much longer I can do it at this level.
I was like, oh no, I'm wrong. I'm a wrong boy. It's going to be Cody, like everyone told me. I said,
It's like wrestling in 2020, and I'm a wrong boy.
Sad. Now I'm sad.
actually, yeah, that is sad.
Yeah.
But no, I just, I'm now worried about Rollins. That line about I don't know how much longer I can do this. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, he's had 2 fractures. If it's all real, obviously. Imagine if it was just an elaborate storyline.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No,
if-
wrestling's real.
If a wrestler had a bad back, it seems legit.
But 2 fractures in his lumbar spine that he's had for 4 years.
yeah, that sounds mad.
Why wouldn't you get that fixed?
I guess he'd have to take loads of time off.
Yeah.
Might not be able to wrestle after he'd had surgery on it. I don't know.
You'd have to spend time at home with Rue. Oh, no. I don't know why I said that. I'm sure he's a lovely father. It's just another example of weird Americans being weird when someone else mentions their family. It's very...
Yeah, shocking people who do that.
Nakamura barely mentioned his family, I'm sure.
He said hugging Becky and...
Oh, yes, he did. I
hugging
did.
Rue.
Don't you dare mention my family.
Keep my family out your
Baron
mouth.
Corbin hit his finisher on his family.
Oh.
And he only was cross for a bit.
End of days.
great moment.
Nothing you can do about it. Oh, legendary. Yeah, I thought this is nice that Seth treated his opponent seriously. It's really elevated Nakamura, going, yeah, my back is broken, spinal. And I don't know how he knew about that.
It was especially effective because we've become so used to Rollins taking nothing seriously and being like,
Exactly. My back hurts.
But yeah.
Like, that wouldn't really work.
I
But
did like how he was like, when he's getting G'd up for next week, he's like, I'll be dressed to the nines,
yeah.
but ready to fight. I'll have my highest heels on for you, sir.
He's like Prince. This is great.
he trusted that. I take this very seriously, Nakamura. Owens and Zayn face Balor and Priest. But it ends in a DQ when JD tries to slide the briefcase to the Judgment Day.
This strategy needs to stop.
Yeah, it's not working.
It never works.
Only for Owens to intercept it and hit Balor. Priest is angry at JD, but the Judgment Day, manages to beat Owens and Zayn down until Cody runs out to make the save. He suggests a 6-man tag, including himself and Dominic. The good guys win to send the crowd home happy. Yay!
Bit house showy of a finish, really.
It feels like we've seen this 100 times before,
That's
but
what
it's
I've
very
written
solid,
down as well, yeah.
very entertaining, does exactly what it says in the tin.
Crowd liked the big win. Did Cody need to be involved in this one.
Got to do something.
We're building him to beating Roman next year.
Exactly.
I think it might be Seth Rollins. I've got to stick to it now. I can't change. I've nominated that for the Hall of Fame. So I've got to stick to it.
Yeah. Well, Cody's been working with a broken tattoo for 4 years.
I think it's time for Rhea Ripley to wrestle men. She was suplexing Kevin Owens, for goodness sake. It didn't look out of place.
Yeah.
Up the mammy. Mm-hmm. And then Kevin Owens looked hurt again. I don't know what he was injured with this time before he's come back on Raw. But he was clutching his ribs after the stunner at Dom.
He still takes crazy bumps, like you said, yeah. Just allows himself to be suplex and stuff like that. He doesn't take it easy, that lad.
Yeah. I like the not telegraphed nature of the briefcase bit.
Yes.
It's always good when wrestling bits aren't telegraphed.
Yeah.
Good catch by whoever caught it. Didn't write down. Owens with the catch.
Mm-hmm.
Good snap.
Interception.
Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah.
Yeah.
NXT. Sorry, Paul.
American football lingo. I'm just rattling off things I don't know, Maffew. Which I guess is the very genesis of this podcast.
It really is. NXT Heatwave 98. Creed Brothers, Hosses in disguise.
Creed brothers, horses in disguise. It was them. It was them all along.
It were them.
The schism are so silly, aren't they?
Yeah.
So silly. Just look behind you.
Yeah. They were doing shifty eyes behind the mask. They're going, oh.
Tony D and Stacks are chilling at the pool and running down tonight's card. Hey, some lovely ladies show up and also some lovely men.
Some big burly men.
Yeah.
So Stacks is in the pool and splashes Tony, like, hey, I've splashed you. And Tony goes, oh, yeah? And then his team of bears come along and all jump on Stacks. Then it cuts to the next bit and they're like in the pool. They've obviously filmed like a transition line for whatever happened before. Not thinking. So Stacks goes like, he's just been jumped on by like 10 dudes and he goes, so that was a lot of fun, Tony. Fair enough.
Who knows what happened there?
Yeah.
Who knows?
One of the lovely ladies is like New York, like them. She's all like, hey, Tone, I got my goils here.
Hey, I'm swimming here.
Yeah, she's one of them. But she also has all these lady friends with her. And then Stacks like flirts with
It would be
one.
great. It's like, hey, just to my lovely lady friends. Hey, 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 hey.
Yeah.
They all sound exactly like that.
They watched the podcast, though. We learned that in this segment because
what?
Tony's like Lyra Valkyrie,
Oh, yeah.
whatever she's called. It was classic
Did I
Matthew.
say it right? Close enough.
Oh, no.
It was good. It was a good segment.
Oh.
It was a wonderful introduction to the show.
Yeah.
Why were the burly men? What's that about?
Why not, man?
I guess there is henchmen. Or
Henchmen.
Is that where that comes from, the word hench?
Yeah, sure. Despite a brave effort from Trick Willie, Ilya Dragunov wins the opening match. Later, Dragunov argues with Wesley in the locker room about who the rightful NXT champion is. Wes looks forward to facing Ilya once he's beaten Carmelo.
Hubris from Wesley. Hubris.
Yep.
Hoobastank.
Hubris stank.
Hubris stank.
Pride comes before a fall. No, I was worried about Wes's chances. I was worried about it before this promo anyway, but this made me realise he's not winning.
I tell you what, though, when Trick was making his entrance for that match, with the crowd going, I think they were saying, whoop that Trick.
Yeah.
In a song verse, and Booker T was filling in the gaps between the little bits. He looked like the biggest superstar in professional wrestling.
Yeah.
And I don't say that lightly.
Oh, no, I agree. The crowd are like, yeah, we like Tricky Willie. Beat your ass. Beat your ass. I think they were saying at one point. We're a bit more rhythm than that, sorry.
What Stacks was saying with the bears.
When did they learn this? Because Trick hasn't had that many singles matches.
Well, they're there for about 6 hours every taping, so they've got to do something
Probably
between
got the
sets.
sign up there, haven't they? Going like, say it now.
No. Yeah, that's it.
I can't work out whether they want to push Trick or not.
Oh yeah, the
They do.
seeds were so
You really?
for a
Just
title
you don't
Slow,
think?
very slow, but because he loses all the time though. He never wins.
No,
Whatever
but he looks
the,
good in defeat.
Yeah,
He's getting close to
true.
being Ilya.
There's a segment during this week's show where it's clear Survivor Series weekend.
Ooh.
Whatever show that'll be called, Halloween Havoc. I don't know. It's a bit late for that, isn't
Might
it?
be.
November.
Living dangerously.
November naughtiness.
Starcade. Yeah, but I like in the match itself, I like Ilya just battering Trick and then saying, protect yourself, Trick. What are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
He has a weird evil voice, doesn't he? I was like, this bloke was the biggest babyface in WXW. He's very scary.
Yeah.
Scary man.
It's the goatee. It's the devil's goatee.
Yeah. The contact lenses, the constantly bleeding from stiff shots.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The tearing at the head.
The lovely defined physique.
Oh.
Sorry, yeah, anyway.
Trick's
Is he
drop.
quite a looker, is he?
Did he Dragunov?
I wouldn't have
I
struck
guess
him.
he's not my type,
He's
but-
too baby-face-ish to be handsome for me.
Babyface-ish. Ilya?
Yeah. Take away the goatee, obviously. Babies don't have hair.
Well, the
there,
goatee
do
stays on during NXT.
they? But Trick's dropkick, Randy Orton 02-esque. That's how good it was.
It was a good dropkick.
Sensational. And his knee as well. That should be his finisher.
Same.
And he popped out my chair for that one. It's fantastic. And then the kick out from Ilya off the rock bottom.
Super rock bottom.
They called it a super urinagi, but it was a full-on
Oh, yeah, it was
rock.
rock bottom.
He's used the technical term
It's
for
a rock,
it, but
it's a rock bottom if the person giving it also lands on the canvas, not on their feet. That's how I...
Yeah. Bubba Ray Dudley does it.
Uranagis when they stay on their feet.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It was unbelievable.
Yeah, Trick beat his ass. He didn't win, but wow, they got a lot in there in 12 minutes. So
I believe now.
Yeah.
I believe in Trick Willie.
yeah.
This week, Booker T, even I... Normally you notice all the Booker T stuff, and I'm like, I missed that. But this week, I've noticed some Booker T stuff. He was
Him
on
and
top
Vic-
or
him
bottom
and-
form.
Him and Vic don't like each other, do they?
Legitimately.
Clearly
They
not.
were arguing like
Like-
two old women at the hairdressers,
Yeah,
weren't they?
because the first half of Booker's NXT career has been Vic going, well, I'm just going to let Booker do this and maybe we'll get together. Now Vic's like, no, I'm going to take a stand here. Like,
One thing I've noticed that Vic does, now I can't unhear it, is, like after a match when they'll do the WWE slow motion replay, which speeds up at the moment of impact anyway. So they go, look at this. And every time there's an impact, Vic interrupts himself. So he's recapping the match. He goes, well, it's a huge win for Ilya Dragunov. Boom! It's a huge win for Ilya Dragunov. And now that I've noticed it, I can't unsee it.
he's a good lad.
He's good. Yeah, he's good.
I like Vic.
I looked in, what shop was it? To get some new gear. Could realize I didn't have much. And was going to get a lovely little coat. And I didn't buy it. And I thought, it makes me look like a bit of an old person. Watch NXT and went, oh, that's the jacket Vic's got on.
He
I could have had that from
he
you
likes
look.
like a 60s bomber look, doesn't he?
That's
Vic?
it. But he can pull it off because he's Vic Joseph.
Okay.
I look at it and I look like I'm, people can be, oh,
You're like one of the
Holden?
the fly birds, the free birds, not the one that's of Greece, you know.
oh, from Greece.
T-Bird.
Oh, okay.
T-birds,
T-birds.
that's the one.
T-Bird. Oh, okay.
Imagine Michael Hayes in the role of Danny Zuko in Greece. Hey, Sandy. What's going on?
Hey, I'm a high schooler.
Oh, my God. Where
Where are you from? Bear Street.
But I'm imagining the same age as he is now. To be fair, the T-Birds didn't look much younger than my
I know,
Hayes.
that's the point. Anyway. Tyler Bate is doing Tai Chi backstage. To recover from Dabba-Kato's beatdown last week. Oh, I forgot that happened.
That's how he deals with the pain. It's how I deal with the pain.
Nathan Fraser arrives and asks Tyler to be at ringside for his match with Noam Dar tonight.
Can you
Tyler
read out
agrees.
my first bit of analysis there for this segment?
No.
No, we can't read that.
But it is true.
They're a pair of see you next Tuesday, so they are. I just hate the pair of them.
I know.
It's Nathan's use of the word frickin' without any irony.
Tell you what,
Yeah.
that's pretty freaking bad what Dabba
It's pretty
Kato did to you.
frickin' brutal, yeah.
Right.
Tyler's the slightly cooler of the two.
Oh yeah, Tyler's the less egregious.
Yeah.
I could imagine putting up with Tyler, but after a while, I think that old stuff would become a bit tiresome.
You would need Tai Chi to pull up with his.
Immediately speaking to
It's the
Nathan
way
would be
he pops up
infuriating.
Whenever he interrupts somebody, he's like, hi there.
Oh, hi there.
Nathan Bray. With his cup now, though. Like,
Yeah.
Having to wait for people's backs to be turned to be, oh, hi. I'm Nathan Fraser, professional creep.
He just walks backwards in every room. Oh, I didn't see you there. Hi there. Knobhead.
Fancy seeing you here. In your locker room.
But I think he's an evil genius, though, because he's using Tyler, and Tyler doesn't seem to realise. That's 2 favours now he's got off Tyler for free.
That is true, actually.
yeah.
And he keeps promising
yeah.
stuff but doesn't deliver. He's like Sanga in many respects.
Nathan Fraser. is like Sam.
Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley are flirting with each other in the locker room. Mustafa Ali interrupts,
In quite a Nathan Fraser way.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't mean to
hello
interrupt
there.
anything there.
saying he wishes he would literally break a leg tonight so NXT could have a North American champion they could be proud of. Dom says he doesn't care about NXT and Rhea tells Ali to get out.
Yeah, they're like, we don't care about NXT. It's actually for nerds, so can you leave?
this is nothing for Mustafa.
They really buried the show they were on.
Yeah. He got a good line in, though, Mustafa did, saying, oh, you just got 10 seconds to get out. You must be used to that.
Yeah.
Dom has premature ejaculation.
I'd be like, where's your lass? Where's your
Married
giant?
with
He's
kids.
married,
Where's your giant goth lass? Anyway, Ivy Nile wins a short singles match against Ava Ryan.
Oh, she's got no reign now. It's just Ava.
Oh, right, sorry.
Ava.
It is, you're right.
Ava. Sorry, Ava, not Ava.
Oh, look at you mispronouncing NXT women's names,
It's
Ross.
Bouquet, not Bucket.
Tyra Val Bouquet. A few of the Schism's minions attack Ivy afterwards, but sadly they're not like the yellow ones your dad posts on Facebook, but she fights them off. They drag Eva out the ring, and she smiles victoriously at Ivy as she's carried away. It says here, why?
Yeah, she's like, ah, I'm like, you got beaten in a minute?
But we'll learn later that she might have lost the match, but the fact that Ivy Nile didn't injure her, that makes Ivy Nile a loser.
It's a real win for
It's
Eva.
a real, you know.
Yeah.
Ivy didn't even, it wasn't even like she was going to beat her down afterwards. They all got on the apron. So then she grabbed the Dragon Sleeper again, as if to be like, if you come closer, I'll do it again. Ivy Nile was the total winner of this segment.
Yeah. I feel bad for Eva. Because it was just
Why?
the opening spot of the match where Ivy's got her back turned. She's clearly waiting for the pounce to happen. And she takes it ages to do it. Like, oh, they've telegraphed the spot there, bitch.
I was going to say, apart from that one moment, she didn't look that bad.
No.
Compared to last time where she was given even less and did even worse.
I
So.
liked her Scorpion King kick. Huh?
Uh,
Oh, because her dad was in that thing.
Yeah.
She did that with her leg up behind her head. Fantastic.
well done.
Yes.
What?
That was good.
Later, I have to call these. Later, Ava cuts a promo in front of two very shifty Schism minions, telling Ivy to come and find her if she wants to carry on the fight.
Yeah, she's under the tree.
This was like a JD segment from Raw.
It really was.
The entire bit of this was just, come and get me.
Yeah. Can we just read all these then?
Yeah,
Way
you can
aye.
skip ahead if you want.
Ivy now shows up to confront Ava, who commands the minions to get her.
Boys, get her.
Yeah.
Boys, boys, get her, boys.
It's like CM Punk with his two dogs.
It's just when Ivy appears and like she already sounds like she's just memorizing the script as poor Ava. And then she just turns and goes, ah, look who it is.
Oh, I don't
The
think she's
person who I asked to come here.
I don't think she's as wooden as that.
Oh, come on.
No, that's why she stands next to trees.
I was gonna, yeah,
She
beat me
fits
to
in.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Instead, they unmask to reveal you'll never get this. If you're operating heavy machinery or driving, please stop or pull to the side of the road.
Tucky and all
Are you ready? We'll give you a few seconds. There you go. Make sure you indicate and look. Follow the code. Okay. It was the Creed brothers all along. Ivy subdues Ava, and the Creeds challenge the Dyad to a rematch in a steel cage so no one can get in, because that hasn't been a thing since the 80s. If the Creeds win, they're reinstated as NXT superstars. Gacy and the Dyad later accept the challenge. Booker T also accepts.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
What was that about? They're just talking in the segment. They're obviously not in the arena. But if you haven't seen it, there's like some sort of audio issue where Booker kind of goes like, yeah.
Yeah. I heard that as well.
He just really
He's like,
wants in.
it's good I can have a break. Oh, sorry.
At one point, I can't remember what it
God.
was, but I didn't write down. Vic references Harlem Heat and Booker rejects it.
It's
He's
Baron
like,
Corbin's
Corbin.
gear.
all right,
Yeah.
okay, all right, okay.
Which it was
Yeah.
Bam Bam Bigelow gear, wasn't it? Because he had the thingy sign on his side. It was like the type of.
Oh, I thought it was Harlem Heat.
Oh, beg
Yeah.
your pardon.
Well, Booker didn't.
No, I think it was just flamey gay. Because, you know, if it was deliberate, Baron Corbin would be like, look, Booker, I'm better than you or something. So Vic said one line, Booker ignored it, everyone just moved on with their lives.
It looks like you're showing some Harlem Heat, Booker. And he's like, nope,
Nope, that's not Harlem Heat.
Heat.
Great.
I love
Cheers,
it.
man.
It's like, no. We'll do this if we want to do it. And even better, despite Booker T temporarily forgetting the menopause names. Yes, he
yeah.
did. Vic's like, what's the names, Booker? What's the names?
So he goes, man, I'm telling you about the metaphor, Vic. I'm talking about Jackson. Then he just stops and Vic goes,
just big pause.
and he
yeah.
goes, Lash. And then he's like, did you forget their names? He's like, no.
No. Michael, Janet, Tito. Now Amdar beats Nathan Fraser to win back the Real Heritage Cup, either for the third or fourth time, depending on if you ask Booker T or Vic.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Amdar, I guess. Early in the match, Talibate is attacked by Dabba-Kato on the outside.
He was paralyzed as well. He couldn't bloody move.
Dabba-Kato, that's just how he is, mate. It's not very nice.
I'm kind of weirdly looking forward to the Bate Dabba Kato match, just because it's a really small and really big match. You know, when Tyler Bate lifts him up, it'll be a great moment.
Do you reckon he will?
Yeah.
Do you reckon they'll just have Dabba-Kato flatten him in
No,
several very
please,
stiff
no.
kicks?
No, I'm not looking forward to the match. I'm looking forward to the backstage bit. Oh, hello, Dabba-Kato.
If
Would you like some Earl Grey?
if he squashes him,
I take that as a no.
does Tyler bleed like raspberry jam?
You made me jam my own jam.
Oh god.
Yeah, but why is Dabba-Kato attacking Tyler? Where's that come from?
Don't know
He
yet.
saw his promos and went, I'm going to beat the hell out of that idiot next time I see him. Him and Nathan Fraser, the pair of lads.
Yeah, the pair of lads.
Yes. So this was, you know what? I'm liking the Heritage Cup stuff they're doing. It does
Yeah.
give a bit of variety. It's just in a slightly way. allows Noam Dar to be a massive wanker when he does stuff like, "Well, I didn't know the time had expired." Just gets one last punch and Rob's like, "Hey, why don't you?" He was very basic. Crowd loves it. The metaphor are over, and the rightful guy won the match.
Yeah. He did some good wrestlings as well. Did Noam Dar in the midst of all the japery. He did the knee lock twisty thing into an algo lock, which it was very, very good. I don't know how he did it without letting go. I like the final bit of the 5th round as well, where Lash Legend holds on to Nathan just so the 3 count can't be done in time. Perfection from NXT.
Yeah.
And the main thing from this match was just Booker and Vic arguing all the way through about everything.
Yes.
I couldn't write it all down because it was constant.
Yeah. Because Booker is convinced, like, no, Noam Dar's right. And Vic's like half jokingly, but half. No, Noam's not right. You know he's not right. And Booker's like, oh, all right. This is how we're doing this.
Is Booker meant to be the heel commentator, or does he just side with whoever he wants? Sometimes he does. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yes, we've established that.
Okay.
Booker's like, wow, it's a great thing. No, it's a heel turn Booker. Well, that's just your way of thinking.
The time when I think JC James was going to like Pillmanize Gigi,
that was the one.
Do it. Yeah.
Booker's not been paying attention to anything. He's like, I'm good. Tiff Stratz cuts a promo saying she's going to become the greatest NXT Women's Champion in history, then lists a bunch of them, including Becky Lynch, who then later tweets she's never held the title, which she then says later on, oh, whatever, I'm getting roasted online. Yeah, apparently Becky's never held that. Yeah. So
but then
nice.
Becky replied saying, yet. So I think it might be deliberate.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they showed it later on in the show.
If this is foreshadowing,
if
this is meta-foreshadowing, then that's actually very good.
I think it might be.
We've been whizzle-wazzled.
That was a good bit of a bad segment.
Yeah.
She is interrupted by several wrestlers who want to be her next challenger. Here they are. All the stars are here. Gigi Dolan, Kiana James, Blair Davenport, Roxanne Perez.
Put some respect on Kiana James' name, please.
Perez starts
She's one of the most underrated talents in NXT.
But she's full of crap, Jack. She's full of crap.
Why?
Claiming that Gigi's record against her is horrible when Gigi has actually won 2 of their 3 singles televised matches.
Oh.
Take that,
horrible,
professional
that.
wrestling heel. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the truth.
Fair enough.
Perez starts a brawl, but Stratton slips out the ring and let the others fight among themselves. You know how Raw's trademark is starting off with a bit with like, oh, I'm the best. Oh, who's this? Somebody's come out. Well, them's fighting words. That's of the main event. That's the Raw thing. NXT's thing is all the women come out and like, well, I deserve a title shot.
It was very Vince McMahon main roster carousel promo segment.
Dickery.
Yeah, except
Dickery, doc.
This segment. Have I got any of the bits here? I
like the wordplay of the fall of Tiff because, it's autumn. But also, she'll lose the title.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very American thing. Well done.
Yeah. Lovely. Perfection from NXT again.
Yeah.
I actually wrote down something. I think I deleted them because it was that bad. I didn't want to see them again, some of the lines they said. But they were just like, when you were in the supermarket, was it supermarket?
Yeah, in the
little shop and you were getting beat up. Boy, I wish I was there to ping pong your head off some stuff now. No reaction from the crowd.
Yeah.
That was it. Like, you can say crap as long as the crowd's reacting, but they were like, nah, all right. Anyway, moving on. Drew Gulak oversees a training session with Chad Dempsey and Damon Kemp.
This was a hate crime.
Yeah, it was.
This was a hate crime.
Yeah, it was.
This was despicable.
Miles Bourne arrives and says he's finished doing all his chores. Dempsey puts him in a rear naked choke.
He's speaking to Gulak, by the way, and Dempsey gets him from behind.
Yeah.
To which he, hello, Japan. Then he taps out. And he says, no, don't tap out. Take the pain.
He keeps... The
good old days, they called it.
The reason they're angry with him is because he's tired after doing all the chores. But he said he wasn't. He goes, you tired? He goes, no. And then they choke him out anyway. And Drew's going, we don't get tired here. I'm like, he didn't say he was tired, Drew. He's been done dirty here,
Yeah.
Did his voice sound a bit squeaky, or was that just how he talks?
I think he's deaf.
He's deaf, yeah.
Oh,
You're a horrible man. Yeah.
That's why we said it was a hate crime.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Hate crime. Sorry, pal.
Hey, if you didn't know, you didn't know.
Yeah,
the metaphor. Yeah, how can you not know if these segments well? All he does is carry people's stuff and he gets beat up.
Yeah.
He's obviously deaf. The metaphor is celebrating Dar's victory when a message is delivered from the Heritage Cup Committee.
Yeah.
Okay, that got a laugh out of me. Announces an international 8-man tournament to determine Dar's next challenger. Dar's really happy. And they go, why are you happy? Because it means I don't have to defend the cup for 5 weeks.
Yay!
He's so great.
Yeah.
He is the king of NXT.
We're going to California.
Yeah, right.
I'm assuming No Mercy's in California? I don't know.
Must be.
be.
AJ Styles speaking about the little things in professional wrestling. Did you notice what it said on the champagne bottle they were drinking?
Supernova?
The M4 secret stuff. That's what they were drinking. Had a little label just written by it in pen.
Okay.
Bookie.
M4 secret stuff.
That's good.
Little things in wrestling.
It seems like this. So I've on the news video the other day with Tom compared Noam Dar to the Pokemon Togepi. Oh God,
I'm lost.
At the end of
Me too. How so?
at the end of the first season of the Pokemon anime,
Yeah,
they find Togepi
they do.
in the egg, and the egg hatches and it's Togepi.
Big egg.
And they're like, "What Pokemon is that? What Pokemon is that?" And the Pokedex doesn't recognize Togepi, and it's because it's a Pokemon from a different region, and it opens up all the new worlds of Pokemon, and all the extra Pokemon come out. This tournament could be that, because it seems like they're getting international with it and they're going to bring in people for it. Is this Triple H's global localization the beginnings of? Because we've not heard a lot about NXT Europe recently.
They did say it was going to happen this year.
Oh.
So this year is still this year.
Looks skeptical about it, though.
This year. When I was a kid, I was so disappointed in Togepi because they see a big egg, and they go, "What's that going to hatch into?" And it hatches into an egg Pokemon.
Well, the Pokemon's poking out of the egg, going,
Yeah.
hello.
So hatching is debatable. It goes, "No, this is it.
Yeah.
I'm an actual egg." And I went, I think I swore as a kid.
I think...
So I thought it was almost a bad joke. What's the egg going to turn into? An egg.
And I don't think Togepi really does much for most of the episodes. Misty just carries Togepi around and it just kind of goes, wee.
It's just adorable.
Aye.
And I'm like, all right.
I want to see fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. More dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
Oh, Dragon Lee.
Oh!
Hey, and
Now, in his entrance, I've noticed he's got the top of his mask hangs forward and it's got Dragon Lee written on it, and then he flips it back. And there he is.
you do that screenshot pose, which doesn't really work.
Which Edge
yet,
and
but
Christian will be doing in Wembley on Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Ilaria, surname, beat the Judgment Day.
Inoki.
Yeah.
Kawada.
Yeah.
Do you see those chops?
Lyra Kensuke Sasaki.
Lyra.
Sabu.
Lyra Gunter from Imperium. Easy for me to say. Anyway, sorry.
No, thank you for making me sound cool.
Bloody hell.
Thanks for interference from Raquel Rodriguez. What are you doing here with your Bobby Lashley pop? Is that what
Yeah.
you're referring to?
Oh, no, I wasn't, but
No?
you did.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, mine was...
Wow.
I've missed mine. It was when the Creeds unmasked. They got Bobby Lashley pop. They piped it in, as if the crowd were
Yeah, I
like...
was going to say, that was like, I
There was
can't believe... Wait, no, I can believe it.
Then they pressed the pop button again in that same second when they went in a steel cage match. And the crowd went... Whoa!
Whoa.
Yeah.
At least it didn't sound like the vacuum cleaner from SmackDown back
Yeah.
Rhea doing lots of nice moves in this match. That thing where she put the powerbomb position but locked her arms and then changed into a standing suplex somehow.
Yep.
How?
It's like when people are chaining loops together in Tony Hawk's. I don't know how they do it.
That's really good. How?
How? Remember that show, How To?
Here's how.
Oh.
For now.
Oh, no, that's it. Yeah, it was just how.
think it was
Oh, it's
that.
like the Native American how.
Oh, right. Now I
All
see.
because of the magic.
Yeah, it's David.
Shazam.
How.
The fellow with the glasses, what was he called? He was on everything.
He was on that
Nigel
show for
Richards,
decades, wasn't he? Yeah.
I'll find out for you.
Yeah. Because how just wouldn't go away. Unlike CITV, which apparently has ended.
It's
this
ended,
week.
yeah.
And people I was confused because I went, CITV hasn't been on the air for ages. They went, no, it's been a channel.
Oh.
And I went, oh, so the channel's gone. And all I saw on Facebook were memes of shows that I used to watch as a kid. And I'm like, they're clearly not still showing Art Attack and Nightmare and Tots TV on the CITV channel, are they?
It can't be. Everything's CGI now.
How lasted?
Yeah.
The original How lasted from 1966 to 1981.
Yeah.
And then How 2, 1990 to 2006.
Oh, that's what's called How To. That's one I saw as a kid.
How
Yeah, How To, yeah.
Fred, is he? Fred?
That's
Fred with a red jumper.
With the
Yeah.
hair, the ball on top and the hair on the side.
Skullet,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Frederick Dinnan.
Dinage.
There's two N's in there, though.
Yeah, Dinanage.
That's a weird surname.
hang on, show me this.
Dinnanage.
Frederick Diniar.
Valkyria. Fred Valkyria.
You're right, actually, Dinanage, yeah.
Dinanage. MBE, by the way. So
MBE, yes.
Sure he should be with everything he told
Yeah.
people.
Absolutely.
Hey, he's still alive. He's 81.
Before Wikipedia, we had him. Anyway.
We did. It's funny
I
because it's true.
watched the show so many times I had no clue what
He's
the hell
got
they were
3
talking
children,
about as a kid.
including Caroline. Caroline Dinanage. She's got her own page. Is a Conservative MP.
Ah, Fred.
Oh, Trick Willie wishes Carlo Hayes luck ahead of his title match. Hayes mentions that Trick got involved in his last title defense against Dragunov, and now there are questions over his reign. He wants to silence any doubters tonight. Trick seems slightly hurt, but pushed it aside. Going,
It's the
"Whoa."
seed, Maffew. It's the seed.
It was just a little seed,
He
though,
looked at
wasn't
the
it?
belt, didn't he, slightly when he was passing it over?
It was. I liked the tantalizing. Yeah, it was good.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Survivor Series weekend.
Oh, what do you mean by that? Oh, nothing.
I reckon that could be where Carmelo loses it.
To Trick.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
It makes the most
I
sense.
reckon if that's happening, they might even push it further to WrestleMania weekend.
Oh,
Stand and deliver.
main event that bitch.
Yeah. Main event, that bitch.
NXT presents that bitch. Main evented by these two.
But Julie Hart. I don't think she is. Not in my words, in the words of Bret.
Bret the Hitman Hart, the greatest wrestler of all time. Proud fan of the Tigers. Tiff Stratz is interviewed backstage and insults all those Twitter trolls. Oh, Jericho hates them as well. Correcting her for saying Becky Lynch was NXT Women's Champion. She announces a 4-way match to determine her next challenger.
Yeah.
And she should have included Becky Lynch in that.
Yeah.
Oh, well then, come wrestle.
She makes the interviewer say it back to her and then goes, yeah, good enough. She's good, Tiffany Stratz.
Some really good characters in NXT,
Yeah.
amongst the crap ones. We see footage last week of Thea Hale begging for the result of her match to be nullified after Andre Chase's accidental distraction. Unfortunately, Jack's personal friend, WWE NXT official Chris Sharp, is unable to change the decision.
He was a WCPW referee
Yeah.
and we got on tremendously. Lovely man.
That's that Chris Sharp, isn't it? I've just realised. Yeah, you're
He's
right.
married to one of the Blossom twins.
I've only just realised that's him.
That's him.
All right, look
Lovely
at
man.
the
Hey,
refs.
Bayek, it's him.
Look who it is. Oh,
Yeah.
bloody hell. JC Jane arrives and consoles Hale, giving her credit for being much tougher than she used to be. She tells Thea that people like us always overcome adversity. What does
People
that
like
mean?
that.
She didn't sound evil, though. She sounded like a concerned babyface to
Yeah,
me, did
she's
Jason
drawing her in.
Aye, very convincing.
She's going to corrupt her.
She's like a snack.
Yeah. Neck. And Tia's Tia's falling for it as well.
She needs to
Tia's don't fall, they crash around me.
She needs to realise that last week's match was a teachable moment, TM.
No,
Chase
it
University.
was not.
It was. Keep your eyes on the game, son. Keep your eyes on the game.
Andre's messed up. And now
Andre was a periphery, an outer field player,
Oh, there was no
and she didn't keep her eyes on the game in the ring.
Andre or Duke in this week's show.
Yeah, the hiding.
They're crying because she's hurt their feelings. The way she's saying I had momentum, it's gone, it's all Mr. Chase's fault.
It is.
That momentum in the first place was down to Mr. Chase.
I don't know if it was. It was down to Charlie Dempsey and Drew Gulak. They
Look
trained her
at
up.
ye. Stirring all the poo,
They
Ross.
turned her
Chase
into
you.
They turned her into a racket machine.
She needs to leave Nathan.
I mean, that's real life stuff. That's a bit.
Yeah. Let's just cut to the chase, sorry.
He's
Cut the
corrupting.
Andre Chase.
He's corrupting her. That's what's happening
Oh,
here.
dear me.
It's
I'm
real
afraid
life.
you tested positive for boredom and annoying. Baron Corbin attacks Von Wagner during his entrance.
I was looking forward to
I
this,
was-
man.
I was as well. How bad is that? We were
This is
all looking
Heat
forward to
Wave as
this.
well. It's a special.
I was
Oh,
gagging.
Heat Wave. That's why I was wearing the Harlem Heat gear.
Oh.
He's on fire.
But Booker went, no.
No.
Go, no.
They brawl around the ring. Von prepares to put Corbin through the announce table, but Double B comes out of nowhere and hits him with a spear.
Hell of a spear.
Oh, it was like your Ricky Starks chest spear, wasn't it?
wasn't it?
Delightful.
But he's like twice his size.
Yeah.
It's massive.
Yeah.
And I think Booker missed it because Vic's like, we better get out of the way, Booker. And he's like, oh, yeah, right. I thought for a second, the way that the show had been going, I thought Booker was going to say, no, they're not actually doing the table spot. I thought he was
No,
gonna
it says
do-
here on my notes.
Yeah. But he starts to get out of the way. I think both of them look away because they don't react to the spear. They just look up and he was there and then it was so quick. It was amazing.
I was devastated we didn't get to see Baron get his reservation for one at a table 4-1 by come Tuesday.
Oh, yeah. He's getting a
The new
table.
catchphrase. You've been tabled. You're gonna get tabled. Rob.
I guess you'll have to table this for later.
Aye.
Come on.
And the video bag is Dijak threatens Eddie Thorpe and says he has 7 days to become one with the spirits because next week his body will be broken.
That's it, written down. That's much better than it was in the.
And
actuality.
even written down, it ain't great.
I like it. The sound of it now. I'm like, oh.
Been threatened with 7 days.
He's like,
Remember The Ring?
Yeah, I think
I'm
I've
good
seen
with that,
it. I
wasn't
can't remember if I've seen it or not. The last in the telly.
Craig David.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a song called that.
Yeah, 7 days.
Oh, not The Ring.
Oh, right.
Ring.
We're on different levels there.
You know what? It just wasn't going anywhere. Just, Dijak Ring stuff. Yay. Dijak promo stuff.
Yeah. Unless he's got the sex dungeon. That's when it picks up.
I didn't have any issues with the sex dungeon.
Hey, Elia was in there having a great time.
Oh, he's like, great. Brought me on clamps.
Splish splash around, having a great time.
Okay. I will threaten you with no more torture. If you, okay, I'll sign. In the main event, Kamala Hayes beats Wesley to retain the NXT Championship, and they were having a lovely physical big bag match until this bloody dived the outside. Sorry, I was such a non-fan of this. I swore to emphasize how awful that bump looked.
Was it planned? It looked planned. It looked.
I mean,
part of the
yeah,
match
but it's just
structure.
the way he was like, land, blah. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh no, that's,
Yeah.
don't do that.
It looked like they did it. They were like, we need a big spot for this big match we're having. But yeah, it didn't end
And
well.
a bigger spot was coming later. Because I've never in my life seen a backward springboard DDT from the middle rope through the announce table. And that's why, Joel, it's me move of the week.
What?
Yay!
I've remembered to do it.
Oh, baby.
Bloody hell.
Yay!
Have you ever seen a backward springboards DDT from the
It
middle
was
rope through
nuts,
the
wasn't it? The only thing I think of was like Sabu's DDT, the Rey Mysterio,
Yeah.
at one time at One Night Stand. But
Through the table.
That's right.
Yeah.
But this one with the wee
Yeah.
backwards,
Ray break his neck in that. I watched that back a few weeks ago, the second One Night Stand. And how did he break his neck?
he didn't break his neck, you mean?
Yeah, how didn't he?
Yeah,
Oh,
there we
right.
go. That's better. He's a
dunno, lucky.
trained professional wrestler.
That's very lucky.
But
though.
yeah,
Gravity's
still.
gravity, isn't it? You know? But yeah, that was a fantastic move.
You know what? One thing on Twitter that keeps on getting shown out of context is Sabu launching a chair at Ray and going, bang! Like in the loudest noise you've ever heard.
All right, for you, man. Sabu literally went bang when it hit.
He might as well have.
It was just that was what slapping the leg was before slapping the leg.
Yeah, chairs were really quiet back then.
That's what Vic was doing in the 60s in his bomber jacket when he was wrestling. Bang!
Boom!
Boom!
He's on the Sweeney. But yeah, no, I like this match. That again, amazing spot going through the table like that, through the DDT, as you've said. Yeah, that finished. I'm like, oh,
I like
all right.
cause obviously Mello capitalised on that, but then Wesley selling the leg drop off the top by spiking his own head for the second time. These wrestlers are crazy.
About like the Mello going like, no, don't get in the ring. Like, just take the count out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat you. I'm trying to be a nice guy. And then Wes like, no, I must do it.
And then they hug and go, ain't gonna be no rematch. Don't want one. Adrian.
Yeah.
It's similar to the Trick Williams stuff where they're strong in defeat, basically. Where
Yeah.
Yes, very
Yes.
strong to beat.
He was strong in the promo as well in the night when he just wasn't being an annoying arse.
Yep.
He was just like, this is my destiny.
he's really
was
cut down
time.
on the Nathan Fraserisms.
Yes.
Jenny just spat in Nathan's face and that like transferred all that energy onto Nathan.
Oh, and that's your spit in my face.
Whoops.
It's not a usual Tuesday for me.
I'm going to have to pay for that from Dijak.
No one likes him. AEW Dynamite. I'm gonna burp. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry if that's a 7-Up. AEW Dynamite. London Brawling. Copyright Fraser Porter. It's good that. Not as good as yours.
Well, I mentioned it on the pictures video, and I genuinely liked it, but Ross and Andrew.
Just because it comes from Fraser, and you know for a fact he's just gone, Jack, how about this? Try this one on for size. He's Nathan Fraser now for.
you could say,
Fraser Porter here.
London Brawling. perhaps.
London Rolling.
It's good that. Make sure
No,
you say
I
it's me who came up with it.
I couldn't think of a better one than Fraser's one.
And he's gone home at night. He's gone, Mother, you'll never guess what happened to work today. I took Jack's work and I elevated it slightly.
I told you to stop ringing me.
That's Luke Osborne. Isn't it?
Does what?
Takes my work and elevates it slightly.
Oh,
The weirdest
I think
episode.
Turned down by his man.
Oh, right.
Ryan Fraser's mum.
No, excuse me. Oh, sounds suspicious now. No. Weirdest episodes now.
The show begins with the Elite and Bullet Club Gold brawling during their entrances, which means their match is called off. For a very rare no contest, yeah. The bad guys take control with the help of Takeshita until FDR show up to make the save. Oh, lucky you're not driving, though. In the ring, Omega tries to hit Takeshita with a one-winged angel, but he escapes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Juice Robinson twatting Rick Knox upside the head for all fans of tag team wrestling around the
Yes.
world.
And this was the point when I thought, oh, they might want to cram a lot into this Dynamite because the match didn't even happen. And they did. And they did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good God.
There was a lovely delayed Uranagi from Jay White, though.
Yes.
Or was it a delayed
a
rock,
rock bottom,
Yeah,
says
because he
the
went
way.
down as well.
And, twists and
Slow
yeah,
motion.
yeah.
You seen that comedian, by the way, with the slow motion football
Oh
celebration?
my god.
Oh, what a talent.
The best bit for me is the bit after the knee slide where he sort of smiles. It's really good.
You'll have to watch it, Maffew. You should have been there. It was great.
I also saw the tweet that Aiden showed me, which is someone's retweeted him, but why is this literally every single Ibrahim Konate goal for Liverpool? And everyone's gone, they're making it about themselves.
I know, yeah.
No offense, Joel, sorry.
You invented standing up, didn't you? You bunch of wankers. Liverpool fans are the Chris Jericho of the football world.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. They claim everything. Everything was down to them.
I'm glad that Ross is doing this before the big fixture on Sunday.
Yeah.
Which we won't see because we'll...
The rebirth of Nick Pope
Oh,
after what happened last time.
redemption.
Yeah.
It's the biggest fixture in. They'll show that Kevin Keegan slumped over the advertising board.
Collymore closing in.
Oh, it's the best game in Premier League history. Probably was really good, to be fair.
Yeah, but we didn't win, so shut up.
Okay.
MJF is interviewed backstage and talks about how huge it is to be main eventing All In in front of all those lovely English people. He also admits that it's unusual to be facing Adam Cole, his first genuine friend in life. He asks the friends to be vulnerable with him because he's not just a scumbag, he's our scumbag.
Often in these feuds, I'm like, which one of them do I trust? But in this one, I'm like, which one do I not trust? Or do I not trust either of them?
I've made my mind up.
Go
Don't
on.
do this again.
I don't trust Adam Cole.
Oh.
I think MJF has been changed. Or maybe that's what he wants us to think.
But yeah,
because
how many layers deep
the
does
best
it go?
thing what was it? The best thing the devil did was
Yeah.
convince you never existed or whatever it was.
Ah, you stupid old man, I'm a snake.
He's a snack. But there's lots of good lines in this promo. Just saying he's going to be real chubbed up straight out the bat, which took you by surprise. Daddy's tights are going to be tight. The Bulldog lines we mentioned earlier.
The drinking.
The drink, yeah, he's going to be everyone's favourite chav, which, you know.
Nah,
He's
that
not
was,
at all.
that was the only like swing and a
Doesn't
miss
quite
there.
understand. Yeah.
No.
Just because it's Burberry.
You don't smoke tack,
No.
do you,
Yeah.
MJF? Or do you? If you
Oh,
do.
dear.
Not in that way. He doesn't do it down the park.
I'm going to win, then smoke tag in the middle of the...
Imagine if we get to London, just drive past around and park, and MJF's there with a bunch of chavas. Oh, let's pop some pills, lay. You are free
MJF
for
for special entrance, doing whippets with some lads he met in the park.
MJF special entrance on a bike with his mate on the counter back. Like, "Whee!"
He's got a little Nokia 3310. Imagine he gets put in the ring by the new monkey.
1, 2, mix it.
You can't hear anything they're saying.
I think he's such a good actor, though.
Playing Jericho to the ring, Fozzy. Playing MJF to the ring, MC Tazo.
He's such a good actor, though, because that sincere bit at the end, it was very convincing, like Adam Cole being his brother and all that sort of stuff. But I just think it's good out and go either way. Either one, well, someone's going to turn. We just don't know who.
In the media call, Tony Khan said this is possibly the best story they've ever done in AEW. I'd probably give it the edge to Hangman
Yeah.
and then Punk MJF.
I think it's
But
qualifying
this is
for
up,
Europe.
this is up there. Yeah,
Top
yeah,
5.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah.
It's kind of like they've just sort of struck gold with this one. I don't know if it was ever meant to be as successful as it turned out
Right.
to
You
be.
don't know how much of it's deliberate and how much of that. Oh, the crowd's really into this.
But credit to them for like running with it if it was
Absolutely,
that.
mate.
Yeah.
I agree. John Moxley beats Ray Fenix, and the Blackpool Combat Club all beat Fenix down afterwards. Then Eddie Kingston and Penta try to make the save, but are attacked by Ortiz and a returning Santana. The best friends arrive to chase the bad guys away, and Fenix is taken out on a stretcher. Renee interviews Kingston and says he'll fix this at Wembley. All right, we have to break this up into bits.
Yeah,
Bloody
yeah,
hell.
there's a lot.
First bit, Fenix and John Moxley had really good chemistry.
Yeah.
I really liked the way that they wrestled and gelled together.
I like the way the match was structured as well, because you just thought the longer the first beat down from Moxley went on, you're like, oh, they're going to write him off with injury, predictable, blah, blah, blah. And then Phoenix fought back and it just turned into a proper ding-dong battle. Delightful.
Very nice.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like was them doing the top rope death rider for 2.
Yeah.
Like, this is a throwaway TV match, lads. But
He
whatever.
didn't
Again,
bleed.
all man Maffew.
He didn't bleed, did he?
Ah,
Hallelujah.
drink.
Yeah, that's the one for the year. And then, that was nice. Right. So, let's break it down.
Stop drinking that pop.
I know, man. Sorry, it's making me burp. I'll put that over there. Eddie Kingston and
Wow,
Penta.
it's perfectly framed in the corner of the... Wow. Very good.
Media stories.
Great mise en scène.
Yeah.
I need to correct myself, by the
he's
way.
on Raw.
I didn't realise that Medicine Hat is a town. I've been told this by Joel and yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's the Medicine Hat Tigers. Not Tigers, Medicine Hat, as I've been saying.
I thought you were
I
just
like
being
the
funny
idea.
when you were just saying,
I
oh,
thought
right.
you were being funny as
I
well.
had no idea Medicine Hat was a town.
Yeah, just to make the segment more confusing.
Yeah.
Eddie Kingston and Penta try and make the save. That makes sense. And they were framed, talk about the framing, but they were at the back of the shot. So I was like, oh yeah, I can see them. Attacked by Ortiz. It's like, oh, okay, you're back. You've not been seen for a while.
With his sock full of quarters.
Yeah, sock full of, his sock.
A sassy hat as well.
His
And his hat.
the sock hat combo.
And he looked kind of sad. Did you think he was
He looked like a
kinda-
sad Unabomber. And then
What?
No.
and then Santana. Hey, the big return. But he's all the way at the back. So the camera has to then shoot 3 or 4 things happening at once. So he missed the crowbar to Phoenix, which was the big thing.
Yeah.
But then we've also got, Ortiz is back. Oh, that's good. So you instantly think, oh, that's good. He'll be with Eddie, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're friends. Oh, here's Santana. Good, they'll be friends. So they're going to miss that, cut back. Oh, no. Ortiz and Santana, not only are they back, but they're together again.
Yeah.
But they've also attacked Eddie, their mate, and now with the BCC, they're replacing them. And then the best friends come on. There was so much stuff going on. And it was just absolutely too rammed.
Do Santana, because there's all these reports that Santana, well, first of all, Phoenix is having visa issues. He needs to stay in the US.
Yeah.
He can't go to London because he wants to secure residence in the US.
Yeah.
So it's like was it Chelsea Green who got stuck and he couldn't go home to Canada for a bit?
Yeah, because the
Like that.
company you work for has to pay for you.
Right.
I don't know if it applies. The green card applies to Ray Phoenix, does it? I don't know how it works.
I don't know how it works either.
Yeah.
But basically, he can't leave the US for now or he'll risk not getting back in. That's why he missed one of the Triple Manias as well. Apparently he's meant to defend a belt there or something and couldn't go. So that's why he's been written off. But Santana Ortiz, all these rumours and that they've fallen out and they don't get on, do they hate each other that much that they can't make an entrance together? Like they need to be like
I'm talking about like that. Yeah.
Weird.
If they do the same stampede, there'll be other sides of the arena.
The only thing
The ones they fit in with AEW.
the only reason I can think is that they wanted to make a bigger deal of Santana because he's been out for longer. But Ortiz also hasn't been seen for ages.
Yeah, that's the thing. So there was so much happening here in this segment, and it was so awkward. So I'm like, oh, cool, that's nice. They can help Eddie. Oh, no, they're not helping him. Oh, he's been hit for a crowbar. Oh, he's been stretched out. Oh, the best friends are here. Oh, Eddie Kingston's threatening Renee. It's like, oh, your husband. I'll sort him. I was like, okay, can you just slow down?
I didn't mind the pace of it. Like I thought it was quite. It was just a shame we missed the crowbar bit.
Yeah,
I was
we
a bit
missed the important bit.
Yeah, I was like,
Like-
what did happen to Ray to get him knocked out and put out the match?
He was so stunned, he went, Mamma Mia! And he just fell apart.
So are Santana and Ortiz two of the Blackpool Combat Club's
Yeah,
mystery partners?
Yeah.
it's now it's 5-on-5 now.
Who's the third one?
I think it's just 5-on-5, isn't it?
Moxley,
Don't know.
Claudio Wheeler, and the two.
Yeah,
And
versus
then-
Penta without Phoenix and the rest of the team.
Penda, Eddie. I'm going to check the card.
Luke out there, go on his Twitter, he put a big graphic up of all the matches today. Oh, I've got it here. Joel's on the ball. Yes, we've got Eddie Orange. No, that's the wrong match, you silly man. That is the right match. Eddie, Orange Cassidy.
Oh, the best friends.
The best friends. And Penta. Yep, that's 5. Versus Moxley, Claudio, the Great Yuta, and then Proud and Powerful.
I'm a bit worried for this match live. It's what's going to be going on.
You're worried?
Yeah.
I'm excited.
If it was an arena, I'd be excited. But
Yeah.
in the massive Wembley Stadium, if it's over the other side, like,
They'll have the little window screens.
yeah.
Windows. I just call them bloody window. Those mystical windows that somehow show us something that's happening elsewhere in the world. I haven't figured it out yet.
Because this is the first Stadium Stampede match in a full stadium. Because the last two were in empty ones.
Yeah. The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yes.
Right. That was a stadium though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's saying there's like people,
there's gonna be
there's
people
butts
actually,
and seats.
yes.
Yeah.
The first one was when it was the pandemic, and the second
Yes.
one was people were in Daly's place, but they went next door for it. So it's going to be odd how they pull it off. Will it be like a massive Anarchy in the Arena match?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Yeah, I guess we will.
What else we need to find out is what Proud and Powerful are doing. Like, why are they aligned? Is it just a one-off because they don't like what Eddie's done for some reason? Why are they aligned with the
Yeah, I hope we
BCC?
find out.
Yeah.
Ortiz was kind of beefing with Eddie near the end because of that thing with House of Black that didn't really work.
Do you
at
trust
all.
me?
I'd forgotten about that until we just started talking about it now.
But
That makes
Santana,
sense,
though, is he now just back with... I don't know.
Mike Santana, give him his full name. It's Mike Santana.
Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mike Santana.
Arriba.
CBS News.
Different guys.
Earlier today, Daniel Garcia in 2.0 interrupted a Sammy Guevara interview, asking him why he stayed loyal to Jericho. Sammy explains that Jericho was blinded by his friendship with Don Callis. What? But when friends make mistakes, it's important to stand by them.
Interesting that Sammy's saying this.
The others point out that maybe Jericho isn't the only one being blinded by friendship, and they all do the thing that you see posh people do in like Charles Dickens novels.
Oh, I say.
They just put their nose up in the air and walk away. Even Garcia, who doesn't even dance.
Yeah, I didn't like this from Sammy me. I just want him to be a dick. He's a natural dick.
Yes.
And him being like the moral conscience of like, oh, friends stick with friends in the dark times.
Yeah, you?
Yeah.
Where's your first
Stop
laugh?
calling yourself the best in the world again.
If you were any bigger a dick, you'd be attached to Finn Balor. All right. Shut up.
It didn't work for me this segment just because it was Sammy.
Yeah.
It's funny when all the other people have more charisma. This is such a weird recurring image to have in wrestling, where the people who are supposed to be the bad guys have way more charisma and likability than 2.0 going, you. And you're like, yeah, I trust them.
Matt Menard last week was brilliant when he was outlining, or the week before when he was outlining his reasons for walking away from Jericho.
He was right.
Class.
Yeah.
Great babyface promo.
Yeah. Speaking of which.
And also, we don't know if Jericho's a face or a heel.
Yeah, I was going to say, this segues into Tony Schiavone hosting the contract signing for Jericho versus Ospreay. Sammy and Callis are both there too. Well, that's nice. Don Callis says that the one thing better than having Jericho in his group is playing a part in ending his career.
No, this was a quick switch. Because he was gagging for Jericho to join him for weeks.
Yeah.
But then it turns out him gagging for Jericho to join him was just the master plan to see his downfall.
Well, no, I think that's it. He's obviously lying, isn't he? Because it's like, no, wait, hang on, you wanted him to join, but now he doesn't want to join you. Now, like, I've always wanted to destroy you. I thought that was it. We're supposed to know that he's been a dick.
Maybe it just wasn't obvious enough in the wrestling context.
Yeah.
For me. Sometimes it's laid on more thick.
You know what? Yeah, I
Maybe
think
they
you
are
do
being
assume.
subtle, yeah.
You need someone like a Cole to go, I don't think he's saying the right thing, but yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I can let it. Yeah, it gets a pass.
Yeah, because Tony Schiavone's just like, disgusting, I hate him.
I didn't want to say that because I knew whatever I said I was going to sound like Nathan Fraser. It gets a pass for me. That's fair play.
Ospreay then gets the mic and says after All In, he'll be able to say he beat Omega, Bruv, Okada, Bruv, and Jericho, Bruv, in the space of 2 months, Bruv.
It's Wembley, bro.
Now,
It's bigger than the dome.
Now, Americans, if you want to know what more of a chava is,
yeah. But
he had the hat on it. He had the chain on.
I thought he looked like John Cena.
No.
You can't see me, bro.
John Cena looked like he's 3 seconds away from robbing an old granny. I usually think Will's oi, bruv promos are really just like, oh, here we go.
No, he was
just
good,
like,
yeah.
because I was going to say,
he was
like,
very
every
good,
other
yeah.
promo I've seen of this year where people go, oh, mate, listen to this promo, it's so great. And you watch it, it's just him going, bruv, curse word, bruv, in it. And I'm like, oh, sorry, American. I'm glad that you're really impressed by that. There's nothing for me. However, once he got over the bruv bit at the start, and he actually started going like, I'm so great, I'm the greatest wrestler of all time, bruv, and started like believing what he was talking about and actually being a proper heel. I was like, oh, there you go.
But is he?
Okay.
I guess he is the heel.
Yeah, of course he's the heel.
yeah.
But
In Wembley
he's
Stadium.
not going to be the heel.
That's a bit weird.
Especially after Fozzy have played live.
And if
That's a very good point.
I'm pretty sure if you took a little straw poll of everyone in the arena, would you rather hear the CD play or them live?
non live, Ross. Come on. I'm just going to rephrase what I said before. It sounded really bad. I'm looking forward to seeing Jericho tire himself out.
There you go, that
I used the wrestling term for getting tired, and it sounded like Jericho was going to do something awful at Wembley.
Even worse than singing. But so, hey crowd, what do you want? Do you want Jericho singing his theme live or Don Callis' theme? Oh, the ers have it.
To be fair, though, if it's later in the show and we've all had 7 to 10 pints, it's going to be a good sing.
beautiful.
We're all going to sound better than Chris. Yeah, it's going to be good.
Hey, dude, I've been to all those ICW events where everyone's like, I'm not singing Grado's theme. I'm a grown man. And 3 drinks and he wins the watch. Life is a Sorry to keep on bringing it up, by the way. But yeah, Ospreay, I thought this was actually a pretty good promo and one of the best I've heard from Ospreay, who's not known for them, before the biggest match in England he's ever had in front of his relatively hometown. Near enough, right? He's a heel.
I think the thing here is as well, the reason it was good was because there was more of a focus.
Yeah.
Because in New Japan, they kind of let him say what he wants because it's not his first language, so he can just do it in English and he gets to take it in whatever direction he wants. In England, when he's at Rev Pro, his promos, because he's like the top dog in British wrestling, that he just has free reign to do what he wants. But here it was like, get this point across. And he was really good at it because it was more. There was more of a reason for what he was saying.
Right, there you go.
It wasn't just him going brov and all that.
Exactly.
He was really convincing when he was seething at the end as well. I believe he wanted to knock Jericho's block off.
Yeah.
Apparently, he really wants this match. Like Jericho is like a bit of a mentor figure to him.
They seem to be good pals. Like when you see the pictures on Twitter doing karaoke and that.
I think
back
they
in
were
the
both
days.
over in New Japan at the same time at the start of
They both text Meltzer at the same time.
But then Jericho's bit of
dear.
it. Oh, goodness.
Golly.
He mentioned Meltzer, didn't he, by name? Your newsletters, your Meltzers.
Turns out he knows him, How about that? Jericho takes credit for prolonging Ospreay's career by telling him to slow down his in-ring style. Oh, he's clearly listened to you then. Hang on. What part of Ospreay slowed down?
No, it's since compared to what he used to be.
Yeah,
like.
he's
You've just not watched an Ospreay match for the past 3 years.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. He says he saved Ospreay from becoming the next Dynamite Kid.
That was a good line.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Jericho
His
says
hero.
that every idiot on the internet and Meltzer, is predicting that he'll lose at Wembley. So he's going to be the best Chris Jericho he's
So I'm
ever
gonna be
been.
the very best version of
Yeah.
myself I can be.
And
The Painmaker.
It's everyone's favorite Jericho. No.
Ospreay slams the microphone out of Jericho's hand and they have a pull-up brawl brawl, which I thought was very effective.
Yeah.
I also like Don Callis going, well, last time you're in England, you nearly bloody died, Jericho, so let's finish the job.
God,
Where did he nearly die? In Newcastle upon Tyne, visiting the Jericho Triangle.
They had a dodgy Greg's or something. It was just like a medical issue, wasn't it?
Yeah, they got-
It wasn't
you got
a
his
wrestling
lungs or
injury,
something,
It was a proper bad one.
Wow. I'm glad he got over that. This has got me more excited for the match than I first was. Because initially...
same.
Yeah, at first I was like, are we going to see Ospreay have to rein himself in to let Jericho keep up with it? Like that sort of... Because Jericho's obviously better than he was like 3 years ago, but he's still older.
Yeah.
I know he's improved in recent years, but he's still like 50. But no, if they go story with it, you know what I mean? Like if they go hatred, it'll be good. I still think Ospreay will win.
Well,
think
yeah, because they'll
Ospreay
make the Don Callis interferes up something for All Out or whatever.
It'll be mad if Jericho wins. It'll be mad. You must be joking.
You must be out your mind.
Everyone getting their taxis away from Wembley, and Tom's in the front going, "You see that?
Hey.
He's gone viral, him. Tom Campbell.
He has. Tom Campbell.
Tom Campbell, everyone.
We see Renee's interview with Adam Cole. He talks about how special his friendship with MJF is, and also says he needs to win the belt at All In.
Oh, needs it.
Renee.
It's like Stone Cold
Yeah,
Steve
yeah.
Austin.
Take Deborah out of the equation. She doesn't matter.
That's Roddy Strong.
Yes, it is.
Renee shows footage of Cole. You've said that before in the past few weeks.
Oh, did I? Was that my own joke?
I stole your joke.
And I
you
heartily
laughed.
laughed at
You laughed harder at me saying it than I did at you. That's very rude of me. Renee shows footage of Cole acting suspiciously over the past few weeks. Cole angrily says there are no issues between himself and MJF.
Angrily,
Which,
though.
like Edge on a rocking chair, means that if there's no issues, then there's no issues.
Yeah, we've just watched that Edge video where he's like, well, I hope that clears everything up without clearing anything up.
Yeah, it was his Marge Simpson produced Itchy and Scratchy episode.
Right.
Lemonade.
The Dumbledore special. I'll tell you everything, Harry. Nothing.
Now, hang on. Wait. Oh, yeah, if Cole had been squeaky clean in this one, then I would have thought what you and Andrew have been saying is true. And that Cole's going to have a master plan and be the devil, really, and turn on MJF at Wembley and win. But because they've hinted at Cole being that now makes me less certain. Do you know what I mean? Because they've lampshaded it a bit. And
But
they've
he
gone,
was so insecure about it, he lost his temper.
so it might
That's
be,
what I've read from it.
yeah, so it might be true, but surely if you wanted to really shock people, you wouldn't have something like this. You'd have him seem squeaky clean heading into it. I don't know.
Unless they're thinking, everyone's just thinking, oh, MJF's the devil line. That's just what he
Do you think
is.
they've leaned too far towards the Cole side of things now?
maybe,
Or
yeah.
maybe MJF is going to be the real devil.
Nah, I think they did enough to get people talking like this.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. Isn't it?
It's good. They've done well.
It still can't go either way, can't it? Because at the start of this, he's like, MJF's helped me find myself again. He helped me remind myself who the real Adam Cole is. He's a dickhead.
Yeah, it's true.
He was always...
That'll be it. I'm a dickhead.
Cheers, Max. I forgot I was a dickhead.
One thing I keep thinking in the build up to this is do you remember the Moxley Jericho feud for the belt when Moxley had the eye patch and everyone was like, well, they're gonna do a reveal where Moxley's fine and he wins. But then I remember overthinking it and thinking that's too obvious. But sometimes the more obvious thing is just the right way to go. And in this one, I don't know which one the more obvious one is. Oh,
As well, though, they showed a little highlight from something that was back in June where Cole was speaking to Roddy Strong backstage and he just says, I'm just playing along with him. Oh, is that another clue? This is A-level.
but that was before they became really good friends. That's before they went to the trampoline park.
Yeah.
That's right.
Played computer
He's
games.
worked himself into a shoot.
and had fivesomes in the toilet. Well, that was just MJF.
He's worked himself into a friendship, or has he?
This is before we killed all those kids. Darby Allin.
younglings.
What?
The younglings. I did Star Wars, sorry.
Younglings.
Yeah.
That's a Star Wars reference. Darby Allin and Nick Wayne beat Swerve Strickland and AR. Have you seen any of the Star Wars films yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh,
This is a series on the channel, this.
I more enjoyed just learning it via the wrestling talk.
Well, that's an
They
infamous...
do come up quite a bit.
Yeah, they do.
was
It's
the
almost like it's like one of the most influential pop culture things of...
Yeah, and it still exists to this day. But it'd be funny if people bring signs to AEW and think, oh, I need a nerdy thing, and it's just Star Wars references.
Oh, thank you for the recent
Oh, God,
Cultaholic
aye.
sign that we saw.
thank you, yes.
It was in this match
it
that
was
we've seen
in
on the
this match
show.
you're
Yeah.
about to talk
They even
about.
had a Rossism up the...
Up the
X.
Cultaholic. Join us. That's what we do.
Yes.
That's what we do.
You get up us and you join us.
It's been that long since we've seen a sign at AEW
Also,
show.
we didn't even mention 800k subscribers.
Yay! 800k at Wembley. Yeah.
800,000.
That's right. Bloody hell. We're going to put more. But yes, it was lovely to see a Cultaholic sign that wasn't calling Pac a dirty diddler.
What a day that was.
Cheers.
What a day.
That's one of the best thumbnails in the history of this channel that Richard made.
Yeah,
We found an angry picture of Pac looking in the distance and just the sign was there.
dirty diddler. Darby Allin and Nick Wayne beat Swerve Strickland and AR Fox. After the match, Swerve reveals that this was actually before we get into the big bit there. The match was very nice.
Oh yeah.
I was like, wow, they're really wrestling really well. You think that they weren't doing a tag match on this Sunday?
So what's the shoot reason, brothers? Can you tell me now? Hey guys,
know.
that's how
they talk.
What's the shoot reason? Is AR Fox allowed in the country or not?
I haven't heard anything. He's been over to England loads of times.
Is AR Fox now added to the match on the other side? No, he's not.
No.
No, he's just off
So
it,
it's
yeah.
Nick Wayne and Darby
Yeah.
and Sting.
So we're too
Nick
busy.
Wayne and Darby and Sting.
No, Nick Wayne's not there. It's just
Darby and Sting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christian
Cage.
Yeah.
and Swerve.
Yeah.
Not Luchasaurus, but he'll be there.
Yeah, he'd be in Christian's corner.
So Nick Wayne will probably do something to help.
Maybe Adam Copeland's in one of the coffins to surprise the baddies. Or the goodies.
Yeah.
Or the baddies.
Yeah.
And Nick Wayne's in another coffin to surprise the baddies.
That's
That
less of a surprise than Adam Copeland, though.
That sounds like something they do in Dynamite, but hopefully on the pay-per-view. I was just more surprised at the big surprise, which is Nick's mum. Look, it's like, oh, that's Nick's mum. You're like, no, really? She looks younger than all of us.
Oh, I see.
She's got it going on. It's
Just saying a nice, yeah, well done. But
Well done.
yes, I like the sudden neckbreaker counter. I've already done myself dirty on the women's football team thing. So I'm just gonna say, you know what? Move on, Maffew.
I'm just Googling. I don't remember what she looked like.
The sudden neckbreaker counter that they hit off the top, it was coming.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so lovely.
Yeah, AR Fox's leaping German off the turnbuckles as well was fantastic.
The top thing I've seen, I've just typed into Twitter, Nick Wayne mom. That's the first.
That's not her.
No, I know that's not her.
Maffew.
It's just a guy going, that's Nick Wayne's mom. But
Yeah, it's me.
that's not. I've just seen all these. I can't find the real.
It's just people reacting to
Yeah,
it,
it's
right?
just
All right,
reaction
yeah,
videos
thank
and
you.
stuff. Nick Wayne's mom's ringside, you say, and it's Christian doing the Vince McMahon behind the Oh, there she is. Okay, she looks very American.
Yeah.
She looks very American.
That makes sense, funny enough. So,
Yeah,
it was, yeah, and then it's like, oh, okay, wait, these guys lost? These are the guys that have a tag match on Sunday. Okay. Swerve reveals that this was a test of AR Fox's ability, and he failed.
It was a test, my lord.
I was gutted.
Balls test.
I was gutted because I've
I
learned
was too, yeah.
very quickly how good of a wrestler AR Fox is.
Aye.
Yeah.
And him with Swerve, with the whole get-up and whatnot that they're wearing, it seemed to be the making of him. It really fit as a pair.
I've been loving the bits they've been doing with like,
Yeah.
let's go find out, let's go see where Nick's living. Oh, here's his place, bang, beep, 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 and all the other stuff they've been doing. It's like, oh, finally AR
Did you
Fox.
say
is-
bang the baby?
I went beep, 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 beep.
All right.
Like,
Beep, beep, beep.
that's the noise it made, and they bashed his head in. Beep, 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 beep. I don't know, he's young and they sound weird, you know how it is. So now they're not together. Shane says, well, how can I team with you at Wembley if you failed here? So Prince Nana fires Fox from the embassy. Then Brian Cage arrives to beat him down and give him the screwdriver.
What a cook he is, by the way. Doing all that dirty work and then not getting to Wembley.
You can't fit on the plane. They'll put him in storage. Darby, Nick, and Sting rush back to make the save. Darby and Fox hug it out, and
He's
Darby's like,
forgiven him so
oh, it's all right. It's all right. It's only seconds ago trying to murder one
You only
another.
smashed him up. Like, yeah, you're only trying to murder my protege.
Yeah.
And Darby said he left him alone, which apparently solved AR Fox's issues way back in the day. Do you remember that promo
Yeah.
from a couple of weeks ago? Yeah.
This felt. I can only assume that AR Fox cannot be on the show.
Yeah.
And they've had to scramble.
Something's happened. And then Christian and Luchasaurus arrive, mixing the Dynamites and the Collisions together, with Christian going, guess who's dead? That guy I've never heard of because your dad
Yeah, he's never heard of it.
sucked.
It can't have been very good.
It's just the way he goes, I understand you have a father. And your father is dead.
Oh, sorry, he said it.
I understand you, a human being, have a father.
So outrageous.
He's dead.
So,
He's dead.
so outrageous.
He's dead.
How-
Your dad.
How does he keep a straight face when he's delivering these lines?
It's fantastic.
Staggering.
It's just the line where he goes, I'd hate for you to see the coffin close, the
that
coffin
was
door,
it, yeah.
the coffin door close on someone you love for the second time in your life.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're getting flashbacks. If you see a coffin above your dead dad,
Oh my
crowd chant,
God.
a-hole at him, and Swerve's looking at the camera and he goes, I know, right? So great.
I guess it kind of makes sense, obviously, because of the all-out match being Darby versus Luchasaurus, and that's the tie-in.
Yeah.
I guess. But why can't AR Fox be there? It's a bit of a shame.
Such a strange change to do this late, but very on par with what we expect from AEW,
Yeah.
especially the build up to this. Yeah.
Yeah. The
It's
weekend
weird,
will be
isn't
good,
it?
though.
It's like watching. How is it going to be watching a show live where it doesn't feel like it's playing in fast forward?
I know.
Then the Young Bucks and FTR are not here live. They have an interview with Renee, filmed someplace backstage.
She was worked overtime this
Bloody hell,
week.
she really was, aye. And the Bucks are actually really heelish.
They are
or are they
such-
just face American?
They are such bastards in this.
They say that they'll be remembered as the greatest tag team of all time, whereas the FDR will just be a name they mentioned on their YouTube show. Oh, they also take credit for bringing FTR to AEW in the first place.
And a bit that I missed off, just to add to all that, is they also said that they don't even need to win this match because they're already the greatest team ever. And FTR's comeback was, well, we're going to beat you.
I was gonna mention this.
The honor.
They started off by saying like, "Oh, Wembley's the biggest match of our careers and whatnot on the biggest show." So I was like, I'm happy they said that at the start, but then they said that to immediately downplay what I
Yeah.
thought was going to be an FTR win before the entire cash thing happened.
I was already leaning towards it being a Young Bucks win because I thought they won't be able to resist putting themselves over on the biggest show they've ever done against the team that everyone says is better than. But now, I'm like, this was such a one-sided promo. It felt like anyway.
Where they castrated Dax because they were like, well, you kind of could have promo without mentioning your bloody love of the business and your family. And then knowing that he couldn't really mention them again because they said that, he had nothing. He was just going, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, they said,
That's how the segment
we
ended.
put food on your daughter's table. AJ Styles would be fuming about that.
Yeah.
My wife's table. I couldn't believe how one-sided this was and how weird. I don't get it.
It's the Young Bucks. I imagine if it's anything like the Omega segment from a few weeks ago, that they've just had to cut the hell out of it.
Maybe, yeah.
Like everything else on this show.
Yeah, maybe.
Collision's so much better than Dynamite.
It is, isn't it?
Yes, it actually is.
And it's run by a tyrant.
Yes.
Up the tyrant.
But he's a better booker than Tony Khan.
Ruby Soho wins a single match against Sky Blue, and that's all it says, because you know what? That's all the match was.
She keeps mentioning the TBS title now, does Ruby, which I guess could have been on the Wembley card if they wanted to, but I guess they've got to save some stuff for All Out.
Yeah.
Ruby versus Chris Statlander.
I really thought Sky Blue would get a win here, but she didn't, which is a shame.
I thought it was a good little match, like,
Yeah.
where Ruby was faking a sore nose.
Yes.
Yeah.
We know
Don't
somebody.
know what
We know somebody who did that
Who?
on the stream.
Oh, no.
The
allegedly.
Kingdom and Roddy Strong are interviewed.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Roddy says that by the end of All In, we'll see the real Adam Cole and the real MJF.
What
I hope
could
that's
it-
what it says in the poster.
What does it mean?
Starring the real Adam Cole and the real MJF.
This hasn't cleared anything up for me.
No.
No, they're useless, these wrestlers, aren't they? Give us a straight answer. No. But then they'll blast the media for misreporting stuff. Just saying.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what Edge says about the stuff that gets written about his little video there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's been a teasy boy.
He
so-
has, yeah.
TZ boy.
He knows what he's doing in his rocking chair. I didn't catch what his mug said at the start. That might have been a clue. That's how sad I am asking that question.
Wembley.
Amazing. The Acclaimed come out to no music and call out the House of Black. The lights go out and the House of Black arrive, being down the Acclaimed until do. Billy Gunn, what are you doing here? Billy says that the House of Black have disrespected his legacy, so at Wembley, he's going to disrespect his own legacy by having one more match. Daddy Ass can't make the trip, like half the AEW roster apparently. But badass Billy Gunn can, which apparently is not a trademark term, and we can say it freely on AEW.
This was like his version of the Cactus Jack
Oh,
Triple
yeah.
H, bro.
Yeah. The Painmaker, Billy Gunn, will be there.
Not the one Billy Gunn.
Yes.
Does that mean that we're going to get a little appearance from a certain R-O-double-D?
No.
Chuck Palumbo.
D-O-double-G, sorry.
Maybe X-Pac.
Yeah, well, one could be there, yeah. New Age Outlaws, yeah.
Well, the new age.
Yeah.
Oh, God. The
old-
New Age Outlaws.
The old new age out.
The same old brand new you. Age Outlaws.
Yeah. Crazy, isn't it? Billy Gunn, if this is going to be his retirement match or one of his last matches of his career in front of 80,000 people, and he's going to get a giant response.
Yeah. What a way to go.
Do you think he's like, oh, you know what? I'm thinking of hanging up, really. It's like, wait, we sold how many tickets for Wembley? Yeah, you know what? I think I'll last until then.
I think I've just thought of who could interfere to help him out. Bart Gunn. Bang. The old shoot right hand.
Oh, my God. If Bart Gunn shows up.
Yeah.
Butterbean chases him out. Bosh.
He needs to get his revenge finally on Butterbean.
That's it. AEW, they'll crap this. I'm not going to watch this. All In 2 next year. Barkun versus Billy.
That was one of the more...
Barkun versus Bullet. Oh, mess it up.
That was one of the Dark Side of the Ring
Shut
episodes
Maffew.
where I felt most bad for the person. Crime was being harder than the man they wanted to push. Like, they did nothing wrong.
I think that episode did worse for the people involved than any other episode because they all sounded like arseholes. Cornette sounded like an arsehole blaming Russo, as did Ross. Jim Ross also... Sorry, Jim Ross. Jesus. Ross was inexplicably the
He
same.
was salty that his boy
Jim
didn't.
Ross was saltier than the Dead Sea, talking about like, oh, Dr. Dev Steve Williams should have done this. And Russo was like, well, I gave it to Vince McMahon. They should be mad at Vince McMahon for saying yes. And yeah, everyone sounded horrible in that episode.
Yeah.
Apart from Barkun, who was like, yeah,
He
I beat
seemed
him.
sound.
Yeah.
I felt bad that he got punished by being given this match against Butler.
And Jim Ross going, no. Still in denial about it years later. No, we didn't
What, that it
punish
was
him.
punishment?
No, we didn't give him any push just because, there's nothing for him.
Yeah,
How dare you sit there and lie?
I was pleased at least that Bart Gunn came across like a well-adjusted dude.
Yeah.
Like, he seemed like a normal guy.
Yeah.
And that was good.
Anyway, Aussie Open beat the Hardys with a surprise pin, which I
Yeah.
thought was nice. More of that. It wasn't like a 10,000 kick-outs.
They were
It
a
was
great
just
tag team. Pushed them.
And taunt MJF and Cole afterwards by naming the moves that they've been saying on TV, and then the crowd laughing along with them, saying, no kangaroo kick. The two Bezzy mates arrive for a brawl, but Cole almost super kicks MJF by accident. The champions leave the ring as Cole offers MJF a handshake, which he turns down. MJF thinks about using the Dynamite Diamond Ring on Cole, but decides against it and hugs him instead. Oh, it's tough love.
It's like Greek theatre.
It's the right ending. The right ending for the go home for Wembley.
Yes.
Yep.
I know there's Rampage, but it doesn't count in my opinion.
Well said.
This was the go home for Wembley. It was the right ending.
And Fighter Fest Collision.
Oh, yeah, it was Fight Fest.
Oh God, there's Collision as well.
Yeah, there's Collision.
God, next week's so busy.
Yeah, Fight Fest. Collision, by the way, isn't at Wembley or London or anything else like that.
Is it like pre-tape?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must
Seems
be.
so.
Surely.
Yeah.
They've not advertised any.
Yeah,
I'm not going.
I have to actually think and go, wait, where's this being held? And
Must
I've
be
mentioned anything,
pre-taped.
so it must be pre-taped.
But yeah, MJF grabbing the ring, just threatening to hit him, makes you think one thing, and then the look on Cole's face when MJF's standing makes you, or posing, sorry, makes you think another thing, and it's on a knife's edge. This entire
Edge.
shit.
Edge,
Oh,
yeah.
on this day.
You think
I
you
will-
know him?
Yeah, we'll not be able to cope land, will we?
There was one of them on NXT. Someone said, I think it was Fraser or Bate, said those meta 4 massive frauds. I mean, that's not a clever play on words. You can't just do that.
He thought it was, though,
Yeah.
the dick.
That's all he's got. Leave him have him.
Anyway, Matt Hardy doing the big lifting again for the Hardys in this match, but I thought Jeff carried his he did a few bits all right. It's still a bit weird watching Jeff in it.
A little bit.
Yeah, I feel a bit bad for him, but he must
And
be all
Matt
right.
sometimes.
Yeah, but he seems to be able to do things like he has done for the last few years. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm digging myself a
No,
hole here.
yeah.
I thought it was nice, whatever they call it, the nice pop-up cutter for the finish by Aussie Open. I don't know what.
Oh, I used to remember is it Magic Spinner?
The Flaming Galah. I don't know what they call it, but it's a nice finisher.
Whee!
Yeah, but the pop, if MJF gets to hit a kangaroo kick on Sunday, the roof might come off Wembley.
That's right. That'd be really bad if it starts raining after that.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Is the kangaroo kick, he jumps and then kicks out both legs?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
It's going to be impressive to see him land on his feet.
Yeah.
You ever tried a kangaroo kick?
I was gonna say, yeah, it's really hard. Imagine if he tears his every muscle in his leg doing a kangaroo kick in the pre-show.
It's a confined space. This is going to go horribly
Oh
wrong.
no, this is a preview.
Oh, there we go. See, it's hard.
That wasn't comfortable. And I doubt it looked graceful.
But thank you for doing it.
That's all right.
Kangaroo Jack, favorite film.
Oh, what a film. Bad film, sadly.
That
But yeah,
was
it
the
was-
week of wrestling.
Let's have a rummage in our mailbags.
Mailbag. Howdy ho, diddly diddlers. I'm a very devoted listener to the podcast, and I've been for many years. Much like most listeners you guys have really gotten me through some dark times with your content, but specifically the podcast. So I really first and foremost want to thank you for that.
Well, thank you for listening. And we're glad we can help.
God bless.
Even in a small way.
Exactly. Now the question. I was watching some Sami Zayn clips, and he hits the most beautiful blue thunder bomb of all time, but never gets the pin. He's done that twice now on TV this year, right? But that got me thinking, what is the best signature move that a wrestler has but can't finish anyone off? Thanks as always for the content and keep up the good work. Former Nottingham Forest midfielder, Bobby Ho. a.k.a. Chase from Alabama.
Thank you, Chase.
I
Alabama.
like to hide the fact that from someplace in America
Thank
until the
you.
very end. But thank you, Bobby.
For the kind words and for the question as well.
Thank you. Mine one is Jericho's "Come on, baby."
That's
pin.
your
A beautiful move.
beautiful move. Yeah.
It's such a great spot. I don't think he's ever pinned anybody.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I'll go for a Baron Corbin deep
Damn
six.
it.
I've got in there. It's a beautiful
great move.
maneuver.
Maybe better than the End of Days.
Yeah.
You could argue.
A prettier move.
They're both
yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, both look very nice.
Like a ballerina, so he is.
I'll go then for Rollins's superplex Falcon Arrow combination.
You're right. I don't think I've seen him win
Sometimes
a match.
they'll counter it and try and roll him up
Yes.
off it. It's like, woo.
Yeah, Balor got the pin one time. He hit the superplex, then he rolled him up. But yeah.
Sometimes he does a backwards version where he does like a reverse superplex, where he's got them in like a dragon
That's right,
sleeper
yeah.
position. Then he gets up and does like a reverse Falcon Arrow somehow.
Yeah.
Chris
Makes that work, doesn't he?
But I'll just go for the forwards version.
Chris Bay hates that combination.
Oh, does
He
he?
says that many wrestlers hate that combination as well, taking it.
It's probably terrifying.
What,
Yeah.
the superplex or the...
The superplex into the Falcon Arrow.
Ah.
The Seth Rollins thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you meant the backwards one, but yeah, I guess either would be scary.
That's nice that you said that. I've had him muted for years because he doesn't like Bret Hart.
That's a friend of the channel, Chris Bay. Used to watch me and Jack when he was a wee nipper.
Did he?
Did he?
Yeah.
Chris
What?
Bay?
That's how young he is.
You're joking.
Wait, how old? Yeah, hang on.
I don't know how old he is, but that's what he told me when I was
That's
doing that video
scary,
with him.
that.
Bloody
He used to
hell.
watch us.
Yeah, back in the day.
What did he say?
He did Straight to Hell, so it must have been all right.
Oh, fair enough. Well, his tag partner, Ace Austin, retweeted my Big Walk fundraiser. So that means we're Bullet Club for life, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
we're
and with the ties in
we're
with Tama
Bullet
Tonga.
Club.
Yeah, he was born in 96, so he would have been 20 years of age
Oh, my word.
when we started.
God.
Yep, got him muted.
Didn't...
Hello, Diddlers.
He's a nice guy.
Nice guy. First time writing in the mailbag, but I've been a massive fan of you guys for many years now. I religiously listen to podcasts every Sunday. It gets me through my late 8-hour shifts at Morrison's. Big up Morrison's, as I
Big
said.
up Morrison's.
So with the commentary teams changing, I saw a positive move of Wade Barrett moving to Raw. You guys must be thinking, why? I'll tell you why. Bronson Reed being there. All I think about in my head is Barrett's NXT time, with all I can hear in my head is Wade Barrett screaming, Tsunami! Which really got Bronson's finisher over with me and got Wade over with me as a commentator. Yeah, that's nice. So my question is, what commentator got a finisher or move over for you with them just speaking? Another example I could think of is Corey Graves and Nakamura's finisher, Kinshasa! From former Norwich and Rotherham midfielder, Vadis. Can you help me? Oh, did you?
Oh, God. Oh, goodness. Vadis Odjaja Ofe.
Okay.
You're a big fan of his.
Never heard of him.
AKA.
AK Joel, not from New York City, you're from Rotherham. Fair enough then, Joel. Thank you very much, mate.
You're from Rotherham. Arctic Monkeys.
Ah.
Fake Tales of San Francisco?
Echo through the air.
Yeah, the one about all the poses in the local scene.
Oh, okay. So Joel's a poser.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for listening to us religiously, old pal. Oh, sorry, Joel.
No,
Joel,
you're
the editor, is just like, oh. He's not been paying attention for the last 8 hours, so he got annoyed.
Oh, he has. He laughed at one of my jokes before I heard him. I remember thinking, thanks, Joel. You got my back.
Oh, he's a good lad, that Joel.
Simple answer for me. It's part of the reason why the clothesline from hell is my favorite finisher of all time, and it's just Jim Ross's reactions. There's a compilation on YouTube of like anything. It's like when Shane McMahon gets one at SummerSlam 2000, I want to say, and he's like, "Oh, hello to your mama," just shouting random things. Forget what he actually. It's something along those lines, but yeah, Jim Ross's reaction makes the clothesline from hell a fantastic move.
I've got an easy one then. Go! Which Heyman would yell every time Rhino did his thing.
Mine's more modern, but I guess another Corey Graves one, Shatter Machine. He was good at that when FTR would hit that, or the Revival, or the Mechanics. And I've got two. I'm being greedy. Total Elimination.
And how does he say it?
I can't do that.
Oh, come on. We think you can.
Oh no!
Yay, beautiful.
I've got a bad one.
Oh.
I love Kevin Kelly as a commentator. I think he's brilliant, but his Destino shout when Naito does it is sometimes silly. Because he'll hit it, he'll set up for the move, and he starts it. He goes, Destino! Makes the cover. Oh! Kicks out. Oh, he kicked out. I'm like, all right, Kev. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, good picks there. Hey guys, I'm a wrestling fan who likes to watch wrestling. Weirdo. I couldn't imagine being a wrestling fan who likes wrestling, who then has to critique wrestling, because surely that would take all the joy out of watching wrestling. So kudos for all the culty people. Oh, right, okay. They're going to go with us. Yeah, that's not us. I was watching an old episode of Straight to Hell this week where Ross interviews Will Ospreay. And Will sends smelly wrestlers with smelly gear straight to smelly hell. Simple one. Who is the smelliest wrestler you've ever met?
Oh my God.
And it says here, wait. Grow some balls and give us the scoops. Regards, Beth from Michigan. Thank you, Beth.
That's
asking the real question.
Beth.
Wow, smelliest wrestler.
I don't know. I can't answer that.
I'm trying to think. Because all you really smell is the muscle rub, red heat stuff that they all have.
Backstage always smelled of like
farts.
Tiger Balm and farts. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've just had a massive load of protein. Fart. So
Yeah. I've got an answer, but a caveat has to be said, is that it was in the middle of what was for him an overseas tour. So I doubt he had access to a laundrette. Maybe.
go on.
Matt Hardy.
Oh.
But he was dressed in his ring gear, as I say, in the middle of an overseas tour.
Oh, his broken waistcoat thing. His like cape thing.
He knows.
No, I remember at the time what he was wearing.
But yeah, that's the caveat's there. So obviously, middle of an overseas tour for WCPW.
Yeah.
I had to hug him.
He couldn't have like used fabric softener.
Exactly,
on that. Yeah. Surely.
Because I learned during that Straight to Hell as well that wrestlers wash their gear in a sink because it's so delicate.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
That makes sense. It's funny. I remember the Dudley Boys saying in the shoot interview that Matt Hardy eats any food with his hands.
Okay.
Any food?
Yeah.
Gravy.
That's what I'm trying. It's taking ages, this.
So my bollocks are on the table. I've done it.
I don't want to tell you.
I'm not trying to. If I could think of a smelly wrestler, I'd tell you.
Yeah, I can't particularly.
Don't do this.
No, I genuinely.
No, I mean, if I had one, you'd know about it. But I mean,
I've talked about seeing Suzuki's penis. I'm not scared of that.
One thing I'll give you this though. You know the ECW arena, Alabama Hall.
Yeah.
You know that thing there.
Yeah.
That stinks.
So you've gone for a venue?
You've
No
gone
one
for all
talks
the
about.
ECW fans.
That's right.
Oh, is this another shot at
No, this is
Philadelphia?
not. It's not the Philly fans' fault. It's someone's fault. It's obviously the plumber's fault. Because there is a toilet there, which is nice. But whatever happens in there, the air just comes through that way. It must not be ventilated because it comes through the arena. So they're going, the hell is that? Look around and people go, oh no, it's the toilet. It smells like that.
One time I was on the BT bus interviewing the wrestlers when they came over when I interviewed Kurt Angle on top of the bus and that.
You're just grinning.
But I do an interview below deck, and there's they chucked me in with 4 of the wrestlers. It's Nikki Cross, Paige at the time, or Saraya, Sheamus, and maybe that was those 3. And I was interviewing all 3 at the same time, and it was an awkward. I'm here, and then one of them was there, and then 2 are behind. So it was a really awkward framing sort of setup. Already had loads to think about, trying to interview 3 people at once, asking general enough questions, trying to focus on each one for an equal amount of time. Someone's just absolutely farted, and I'm this is really distracting. I'm already they think it. I hope they don't think it's me. It wasn't me.
Who was there? Sheamus?
I feel like it was Sheamus, but I'm not. I don't want to.
You should have asked us the question.
Which one?
Who farted?
So, Sheamus, Necky, and Paige Saraya.
You'd have to think it would be Big Shamo, wouldn't you?
All that protein.
I was gonna say, yeah, you saw
Guinness
Sheamus.
poop.
Oh, you're right. Guinness and protein.
Oh,
Oof. Well done, Jack. A trooper there.
musty.
So I've dodged the question, sort of.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well done for giving a proper answer, though.
Oh, well
Yeah, well
done.
done.
Yeah.
I'm going to be thinking that now.
With a caveat, though, at least. It wasn't harsh. It was
I understood why
Yeah,
it was smelly. Because he'd wrestled at least twice, I think, before, even just for WCPW.
that year.
And that jacket seems like it would need regular maintenance.
Yeah, right. Smelly Matt Hardy. Thank you very much for sending us your questions and thoughts and everything else to the mailbag. If you have any of your own, please send a mailbag at cultaholic.com. Reese's Pieces, which are an American sweet, which will not be eaten at Wembley. We'll be eating, what do they serve around the area? Can you get any snacks at Wembley Stadium?
deals, right?
Hey, the kiosks inside the stadium are up. I'm talking your pulled porks and your stuff like that.
Pulled pork!
It
Oh,
costs about
that'll be 30 quid.
£70,000 for a sandwich, but there we go.
That'd be nice, though.
It's a step up in class from your regular football ground, Wembley.
bloody hell, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, is like the away game Scran or whatever it is? Where
Oh, wait, yeah. Footy scran, yeah.
Some of those it's a really interesting mixture of bad and good.
Yeah. Something you go, I can't believe that. And then you're like, oh, yeah, I've had that. Yeah. Anyway,
Wembley is good.
Reese's Pieces. Hi there. After Ross mistakenly said he used to like eating golden balls for his breakfast cereal, I thought of a great Reese's Pieces based on the greatest game show in TV history, Golden Balls. I have put forward 5 1v1 split or steal scenarios for you to go through with various cash prizes. With each of these, simply decide what the outcome of the split or steal would be, and maybe discuss or act out a couple, to see how their discussion before choosing split or steal would go. Okay, I haven't seen this show.
Right, I was about to give it a quick explainer.
Please go ahead.
In Golden Balls, the 2 finalists have...
So let's say you're Jasper Carrot.
I'm Jasper Carrot.
We're the contestants.
So me and Ross have got through to the final. There's a certain amount of prize money, however much we've accrued over the course of £60,000. That's now there. We can decide. Now we each have a golden ball. And inside of the balls, one's written split and one has steal written inside. It's the prisoner's dilemma. If we both choose to split, we split the 60. We get £30,000 each. If I steal and Ross splits, I get all of the money. If Ross does the same, he
Here's
gets
the
all the money.
prisoner's
If
dilemma,
we
right,
both steal, neither of us gets anything.
There's
It's a brutal
an
game.
all-time great British TV
Was it
moment.
good?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's heart-wrenching. Like,
I
it's
forget
horrible to watch.
what the prize pot is, but this one fella trusts this lady with both splitting. He's
I
like,
know
yeah,
the one you mean. He's like a
I'm
middle-aged
gonna
bloke. She's like a young woman.
he's like, yeah, we're both going to split. Like, we'll be stupid to do anything other. It's like whatever, X amount of pounds each. And like, they convince each other they're going to split. And then they open the balls. She's picked the steal. He's picked the split. She takes all the money. He's head in hand straight away. It's an all-time classic British TV moment.
People are bastards.
There's a good one where one guy like games the system and he says, "I'm gonna steal, so you might as well split because you've got no chance." And the guy's like, "What?" And he's like, "I'm gonna steal. I'm just telling you now, I'm gonna steal." And he's like, "No, don't do that." He's like, "I'm gonna steal." Both split, but he needed to ensure that the other guy would pick split.
Oh,
yes,
nice.
yeah. And the guy's like, "Oh, you bastard!"
Thank you, Alpha Male.
Yeah.
All right, so Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. £22,500.
That's the pot.
I feel such an old man if I don't have the comma when it's thousands. Like, what the hell is that? All right, 22,000. So, would you split? Oh, would you? Oh, so those two are. That's it. So, who's going to split or steal then? So we're pretending.
Well,
we're
Seth would
role-playing as
steal
Cody.
100%. Seth's,
Yeah,
he's evil.
Cody would steal and be like,
Sorry,
well,
Seth would steal. Sorry.
yeah, but Cody would like play it off like it was a good idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal.
Yeah. But you know,
Yes. I'm just checking we've got the rules right for the game.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do
yeah.
you think they'd both
I thought we're
steal?
doing it like me and Jack would pick the split or the steal and we'd get a monetary cash prize from the emailer end.
I believe Cody.
yeah, the person who sent us is going to give us the money. Yeah.
I believe Cody has like a kind of a dusty road streak about him. He's often said the motto before: "Spend it now, make more later."
Yeah.
He's very frivolous so I think he'd steal. He'd take
Yeah.
the risk. I think
Yeah.
Rollins would because he's evil.
He needs a new tattoo, so yeah.
Rollins is an architect though, so he might do the alpha male route of like, I'm gonna steal.
I don't think Cody would go for it.
Nah.
So they both lose all their money.
They'd both lose their money. Yeah.
Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. Oh God, £11,450.
Owens is stealing, Sammy's splitting. Owens gets all the money.
I think back in the day that would happen,
No.
but these days I think they'd both split.
Current day, yeah, that's split.
They'd split. But you would think Owens was about to steal, and then he'd go, just kidding. We're friends, really.
Yeah. LA Knight versus The Rock. £78,200.
It doesn't matter how much it's for, they would both steal. Do you not think?
Well, The Rock would tell us a story about how he first came in the big city with nothing but £78,200 in his pocket. And then LA Knight
He would then
was
claim he's
okay.
going to spend that money on his mom.
Yes.
So they're going to split the money.
No, The Rock would split because he still hasn't said anything about joining in with the actors' strike. Donating a lot of charitable money donations to places, but said nothing about that so far.
I think The Rock would be annoyed because I reckon the time it would take for him to possibly make this money is actually less than he makes per second anyway. But I'm losing money by playing this
No,
game.
that's how much money per second that Black Adam lost.
Oh, Iranu.
Sorry, the scab.
I think Knight might steal it. Knight might split. Because as we've seen with his acting gigs, he's not afraid to take a smaller amount to, get his name out there.
Yeah. Dirty Dom versus Ric Flair for 450 quid. Flair needs that money.
Flair's stealing that.
Yeah, Flair steal. Well, it's literally kiss
Flair's got
stealing.
alimony to be paying, man. How
Kiss stealing, wheeling, dealing.
I think he'd talk
Lone Owen.
like how he talked Sting
Last match having.
into. Oh, the best one of these would be Sting versus Flair. Like how he
Yes.
talked Sting into believing in him. He'd make Dom trust him and then He's the dirtiest player in the game.
Dom would fall for it.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dom would absolutely get screwed over by Flair.
Yeah.
And then Flair would spend $1,000 to come here to earn £450. Vince McMahon versus Triple H, WWE on the line. If both steal, it goes to Shane.
Vince is 100% stealing, and Triple H is going to split and get screwed over. That's because that's what happened.
Then Triple
That's
H will
what
say,
happened.
no, it's okay. Vince barely has any interactions with the show.
I think they would both steal.
Oh,
I think the company would go to Shane McMahon, yeah. It's Triple H. I remember 2003.
I'm just thinking about that report.
I don't.
I'm just thinking about that report of the first time Vince was back at Raw and slowly moved back into his old seat, and Triple H started off in the seat and then left the seat.
That was a split or steal scenario,
It was.
but with a seat.
Yeah, and Triple H cried. If you...
And then Triple H cried.
Yeah, what's that segment? People posting the picture of Triple H crying as a reaction. When did that happen? It's a picture of Triple H going crying. Was that? I thought that was the one where like everyone leaves.
What sort of era? Like terrorizing?
No, this is the episode of Raw.
Was it when
It's
he
not
was...
when he fires Vince McMahon.
Oh, I love you, Pop.
Yeah, it was that, or when everyone goes on strike and leaves him.
Oh, he was balls out when that happened. He was like, CM Punk, you be on commentary.
Yeah, yeah.
Sheamus, wrestle me.
And then like 10 minutes into it, Vince comes out, or someone comes out and goes, well, "No, no, this is done."
That ruined CM Punk for me, that a little bit. Because he goes,
yeah.
can I even wear your blazer? And Triple H is like, yeah. I'm like, well, CM Punk wouldn't do this. As we've learned, he doesn't suffer fools.
Yeah. Unlike this podcast, if you end up choosing this Reese's Pieces and it's crap, I apologize.
No.
To absolutely nobody. Yeah, stealing it. Well done, mate. All the best, former Man United midfielder and Brazilian international Anderson.
Anderson.
A.K.A. Steph from Leicester. Thank you,
Anderson.
Steph from Leicester.
Thank you, Steph from
That was nice,
Leicester.
that. I like being reminded of old game shows from the past. So, yeah, more of them, please.
Yes.
Mailbag at cultaholic.com.
It's Cultaholics.
What a lovely, lovely long podcast it's been. Nothing compared to the one that's going to be next week then. But
Holy
before we
God.
get to the...
Can we just... Smackdown, Collision, All Out,
Yeah,
Raw,
yeah,
NXT,
yeah,
Dynamite,
yeah.
Paper.
Payback.
That's in 2 weeks'
All
time.
Out.
That'll be on next
No,
week.
that's
All in
out.
next week.
Yeah, that's next week's.
Aye.
That's 2 weeks'
The
time.
week after that's
Yeah,
going to
you're
be
right.
mad as well.
Oh, yeah, the week after that's the big one.
Yeah.
2 pay-per-views on top of the normal stuff.
Yeah.
All in's very close to All Out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shake it all about.
Yes.
Do the Okagoki and executive producers Reno 2200.
He's from the future.
My favorite bit of the podcast is Jack yelling that. And Noah Anderson.
Anderson.
Wow.
Steph from Leicester kind of stole Noah's thunder today.
I know, right?
Yeah.
2 Andersons. You
Damn
think
it,
he was
Dino.
wrestling?
Anderson,
Son.
son. He's a midfield master. Anderson, son. And he on Cleverson.
Let's have a look at the card, as the big question this week is, why did Joel just drop his phone? And also, what is going to be the best match at AEW All In?
When did it become 11 matches? What's happened? It
What
was
the
9
hell?
last
11
time.
matches? Whoa, mamma mia.
Wait, just refresh it just to make sure there's not more.
When did Jack Perry versus Hook get added?
Hang on, whoa. Jack Perry versus Hook.
Oh, the front page.
Whoa, sweet child of mine.
Whoa.
Is this Phoenix next door?
Yeah, no, I know that one. That just ended my lexicon, naturally. Aussie Open, oi, versus MJF and Adam Cole.
Deception.
Is that your word for the... Yeah. Good.
Steel. Jack Perry versus Hook.
Was that really added? Is that a fish?
It's on
I think it's
Wikipedia, it
just
must be real.
Maffew's fever dream, is it not? Just getting that match on the card.
Maffew will be happy for that match.
Yeah. Sure, well, yeah. I'm surprised. Yeah. I guess Hook's going to
Oh.
appear on Rampage. isn't
Tony
he?
Khan was on AEW Unrestricted an hour ago, announced that Jack Perry will defend the FTW Championship at All in 0 hour.
Lovely.
That's good. I love that they couldn't fit that on Dynamite, and Dynamite was still rushed.
You know what that means, though? Conclusively now, surely, 2 matches on 0 hour. No Grado, no Jeff Jarrett. That's the final nail in the coffin.
After all the talking about it we've done, and after the guitar
It's
shot,
just been Tom and nobody else.
I've agreed with him when I'm sat next to him on the news and that. You're wearing your HSL.
Yeah. That looked good, that did. FTR versus the Young Bucks.
It's scary. What?
Okay.
It's like the Young Bucks opening a can of Kool-Aid.
That's exactly what it was, yes.
I think it'll be
it's going to be a good
match,
match.
but
yeah.
I'll be sad by the inevitable Young Bucks victory.
It's going to be like eating a lovely pie and then find the pube at the bottom if the Bucks win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lovely pie,
The
but
Young
a
Bucks-
sour
We've all
ending.
been there.
The Young Bucks
Sour
are the
ending.
cubes of this match.
The pubes. Hikaru Shida versus Tony Storm versus Saraya versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, AEW Women's World Title.
It's coming. It's coming.
It's going to be interesting just to see the structure of the match.
Yeah.
But will I care after several pints? I don't know.
Good question.
It's coming. Oh, it's not going to work. I was going to say it's coming house because this is her house.
It's
but-
coming home.
Yeah. Paige here.
Paige here.
I hope Ronnie Radke's there from Falling in Reverse.
You're the only person to say that, I think. Can he get in the country?
He's been in the YouTube music nerd news recently. There's this bloke called Brad Taste in Music he's like, I have a Brad Taste in Music, and he listens to crap stuff on purpose. And Tim reacting to it, and he's listened to Falling in Reverse's album. And Ronnie Radke's had the video taken down about 8 times now, and he keeps re-uploading it saying like, he's had this video taken down 9 times, 10 times. He's going up.
But isn't he a guy who talks about like cancel culture and stuff like that?
Ronnie Radke?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been a bit hip and
Walking disaster.
Funny that.
Paige wins though, England. It's rare.
England, yay! Darby Allin and Sting versus Swerve Strickland and his new partner, Christian Cage, in a coffin match.
Christian pisses on Darby's coffin.
I'm now less excited for this match because of the last minute switch. I know they had no choice, it seems. I'll say it'll be... I think this match and the Stadium Stampede are going to get in each other's way.
Oh. I just remember that Christian was the one who got vanished into thin air, didn't he? Or just deep into the ground in the last coffin-related
right.
thing that happened, didn't he?
Oh, yes.
He's got previous.
Shoom.
It was very funny, that.
Yeah, it was.
I think it'll be a good match. I'm looking forward to seeing which part of Wembley Sting jumps off. I reckon it could be
The Arch.
the arch.
Oh, my God. There's Bobby
dear.
Moore's statue outside.
Hey, they better not touch that.
Yeah, no.
Oh, there's a line.
The spirit of 66.
Yeah.
Exactly. Sting was there. Do you think he'll have a coffin match and he'll open it up and it's already got someone's dad in it?
Jesus Christ. No, I don't think that'll happen, no. No.
No? Oh,
No.
fair enough. Then.
I don't think there'll be any corpses involved.
Oh, a shame.
Could you imagine if you had a mannequin of Buddy Wynn?
He's like, who's this? He has to pick it out and it says, your dad. Lol. Written on it. Turns it over. Is dead.
It just shows what an effective heel that Christian Cage is that we're even pondering this
Yeah, it's true.
this concept of
You're
a-
laughing now, but what happens? You're going to pop. The Golden Elite, which sounds like Marmite. Not Marmite, Marmalade. Versus, shut up, Maffew. Takeshita and Bullet Club Gold, Juice Robinson, Jay White.
I'm up for juice. The juice will be flowing through Wembley.
Yes.
This is the match that I think sparked everyone saying, hang on, some of these boys should be in singles matches.
Yeah.
It'll still be good.
It's. I forgot that Omega was involved in this on the pictures video this
Yeah.
week. That's how. Yeah. It'll be good though. Just it doesn't mean much, does it?
It does on a show to set up another pay-per-view a week later.
Well,
So-
Sam will be appeased. Sam Driver, like New Japan,
really?
incarnate Sam Driver, because it obviously did those tie-ins with the old Bullet Club and the new.
Oh, right.
Oh, yes. yes.
Yeah. Loosely, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Vicariously. But I'm there for the juice. Eddie Kingston, Orange Cassidy, Best Friends, and Penta El Zero Miedo, Blackpool Combat Club. I missed out the verses then. Whatever, Stadium Stampede match.
Yeah, there's
Getting
a
on
lot
with
of
it.
people on this
God, I
show.
know, jeez. You said you were worried about this match.
I just worry it'll be too thematically similar to the coffin match. It'll be wild outside the ring, although they'll probably go further outside the ring in this one, I guess. How far away will they go?
Unless they are just going to have the coffins just at ringside, like a casket match, maybe.
makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there'll be a massive ramp.
Oh, yeah. Oh, out
I'm
that
interested
tunnel.
to see the setup, actually. It'll be cool to see.
Do you think with it being such a big stadium, they'll make the coffin extra big so people can see it? Just massive queen-size coffin.
On the setup, though, I think it's going to be like a WWE PLE are at the moment, just with
Yeah.
little, like just the LEDs around the entranceway, because they were selling tickets for
right.
the tier of seats behind it.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Ospreay versus Jericho.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
of course.
problem
I
is
don't know how I feel about it. We say this every time Jericho has a big match in a pay-per-view, though. He always pulls out the bag, doesn't he?
I don't want
More times
yeah.
in the recent years than he used to, yeah.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't do the grabbing the camera. Ooh.
If he rocks
That's
up
the
as the
Painmaker.
Painmaker or Lionheart or that, and he's like, "Oh, I'm here to seriously wrestle," but as we say, if he gets really tired singing his own song, that'd be quite
It's
funny.
gonna be interesting if he does that thing that I said singing his own song.
I love you for doing that.
It was bad.
CM Punk versus Samoa Joe. Oh, bit of that.
Oh, yes.
Oh, single match for the real world title.
Yeah.
Yeah, CM Punk's belt.
Yeah.
So he's defending his real world.
Yeah. Joe's fine with this apparently. He's accepted the legitimacy.
Samoa Joe's got, oh, great. This is worthless.
I think that this will be a 60-minute time limit draw in homage to their Ring of Honor feud back in the day. Or it'll be a tight 13.
I'm hoping for the title.
Punk's going to win, you would assume.
How are they going to... Yeah, where's the jeopardy going to come from? How are they going to...
Just
Samoa
'cause
Joe's a big man.
It's a bit of a shame that is like the final... if it is going to be the final match of their series, that it feels like a bit of a foregone conclusion.
Yeah. It'd be also interesting the crowd reaction for Punk. Is it going to be colliders? Is it going to be dynamiters? Or is it people who just don't care?
Loudly booed.
I think
Yeah.
will it not be like...
Boo.
But it's CM Punk, you know?
He's got a cult of personality.
And he's never really in England. And
That's the thing, isn't it? House of Black versus Billy Gunn, the badass Billy Gunn, and the Acclaimed.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Acclaim's rap as well, since they've already had a go at the House of Black.
Yeah.
How they're going to change it up.
Oh, do you think we do lots of stupid English stuff?
I've already mentioned the black
Crikey, bloody hell. Apples and
Yeah,
pears.
it's going to be... never mind.
MJF versus Adam Cole, the main event. So important, he's working twice.
Cole heel turn. Nailed on. My flag is nailed to the mast.
No, it wasn't.
On the good
You've
ship.
stolen it from me.
SS Cole heel turn. Let us sail the seven seas.
I was
back
wondering
to
why you
America.
called your ship that. Now it makes sense.
I think that will be the best. Ooh.
It's going to be dramatic.
Yeah.
It's what we're here for.
It's going to be, your 5-star classic mixed in with a bit of drama.
We're going to come out saying AEW is so extra, guys.
I think it'll make or break the show. Depending on people's overall reaction to how good that is or if something
Omega?
happens.
Osprey.
What? MJF Cole.
You said Omega?
I thought you said Omega will break the show.
What? Yeah. No, I think that will make or break.
Oh,
right.
It did sound like... All right, fair enough.
Sorry,
yeah,
English is my only language.
I think it'll be the best match if people aren't exhausted from... Because this is quite a serious...
No, there's no worry about that.
We're there to have
We're
our,
all night long.
our 15 quid Red Bulls from the
Aye, aye.
stadium.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
That's the spirit.
Yeah. First time AEW's over here for a big show.
Aye.
We're going to bring the noise.
Yes. That's right.
We're all turning to Nathan Fraser.
You can do it.
Cliches everywhere with no enthusiasm.
I'm going to get crunk with my buddies. Guys. Have a couple of white wine spritzers.
Oh, steady now.
After the show, I'll be somewhere outside Wembley Stadium doing What Happened At. So
I'll be looking for you.
You can come along if you want.
Yeah, if I can find you.
We'll probably
Like I say-
post...
Go on.
We'll probably post the location on Twitter or something if people want to find us. I'm quite scared now. There's an awful lot of people milling about.
They'll all be next to Simon Miller. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
First of all, nothing against Simon Miller, he's a lovely guy, but that cut me.
Can you find him and record directly in front of him whilst yelling?
I think you did that to me outside the academy once, pretty much.
I did. It was a bit of a dick. Then I
Kathy
apologise.
just walks in and goes, all right.
It's Jack, and you're like, "Hello, Maffew." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm being
What
a
were you
dick, aren't I?"
expecting me to do?
I
be
just,
like,
you know, it's one of these things where sometimes I'll do something. People are like, "Why have you done that?" And I go, I have no idea.
it was when I worked for the old place.
The enemy. not Jericho and his limbless mate. But yeah, so it'll be you versus Simon Miller on the post
No,
show.
it won't. He would snap me like a twig.
Nah, you got the stamina.
He's not got the ruthlessness. He's too kind.
That's it. What's he gonna do? Give you a hug?
Oh,
Yeah, bear hug. Ooh.
yeah.
Getting wrapped up in those muscles. Oof, ooh.
Oh, I want to.
Ooh. It's Miller time.
Anyway, I'll be doing.
All right, so you be
I'll
getting beat
doing-
up and people going, "It's time to
No,
go"
I'll be
in the
doing What Happened
microphone.
outside the stadium. Look for me or Pierce. They don't know what Pierce is.
Oh yeah, great. That'll help.
He's got long, flowing locks and an Irish accent.
Joel, this will bring great joy to the downstairs office. Stick a massive picture of Pierce
I
on
don't
the
know if Pierce
podcast.
wants
you
to
go.
appear on the podcast.
Look for this man.
If Pierce doesn't want to, that's cool. I don't know if he's ever been on camera. Oh no, he was in the EWO, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Right.
And Ross, what
do
will you
think-
have for us?
Do we all agree on this best match story, by the way?
Yeah, sure.
I didn't think I picked one, did I? I'm going to go main event.
I'll
It'll
go
be
main event as well.
Yeah.
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 The mixture of the drama, the spotty spots.
Yes.
But in terms of content, after this podcast goes live on Saturday, Well, he'll know more than me. He's there. I'm not there.
Well, we'll be doing, What Happened that'll go up. I don't know when because signal and internet and all that sort of stuff, but we will film it straight after the show. Hopefully it'll go up very soon after. Ross is doing WTF Moments, but slightly delayed.
It'll be on Tuesday because I'm on the train on Monday.
We've got Team AEW are doing their predictions this week, and then you can join them for the live stream reactions at youtube.com/cultaholic/live. And there we go.
Watch the pictures are on the channel.
Pictures are up on the channel.
And if you see us, feel free to say hello.
Yes.
If you're in the area.
Absolutely.
Bang on, go on.
I'll be round filming like vloggy sort of content as well. So hopefully, if you do see us, maybe you'll get on the channel.
I'll be there with me mum. Having a great time.
Oh, lovely. I didn't know your mum was going.
Hi, me and Kayla, me mum.
Oh, right.
You idiot. Who would say something as
I
silly
was
as
like,
that?
he's taking his man.
I literally thought you were taking your mum.
It's a bit of a throwing her in the deep end, an introduction to a wrestling show.
How long's the show on? An hour?
Yeah.
All the time she walked in on the bikini segment of Raw, being on the back in 2004. She hates wrestling.
It's not about that anymore. It's about flips.
Yeah, seeing 80,000 people going, "Scissor me, daddy."
It's amazing how many times that happened, though. It was always like the women's bit, you know.
Yeah.
Not the,
Hey, if it wasn't for those bits, my dad wouldn't have let me watch wrestling. So, just saying.
But I come and say hello if you see us.
Yeah, please do. We love people.
Yes. What have you got for us in the interim, Matthew? Well, you're away.
You'll be
I'll
there.
be right next to you. Yeah.
enough.
Hello.
What's on your itinerary for the weekend? Anywhere? Any?
Honestly, it's been so weird because people are like, "Oh, what are you going to do?" And I'm like, "Oh, what is there to do?" And people are like, "Well, there's wrestling shows." I'm like, "Okay, what else?" Like, I'm not really wanting to watch any of the other indie shows. I just want to go there and I want to talk to people, hang out. So I'll probably be at the Box Park.
Box Park Wembley on the day. It's like the pre-show.
I'll be at the pre-show. I've got a ticket for that.
People are going to be hammered by the end of this.
Oh, mate. RJ City will be there, so I'll be trying to chase him, I guess.
I'll probably see you at the Box Park then.
Yeah.
That's where we're heading before.
Is that a ticketed event? Is it?
Yeah.
I guess they're all gone, are they?
I have no idea. I haven't
Yeah,
checked.
I've not even looked into it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I didn't get my
There we
press
go.
pass, so it's all right. Yeah.
Oh, don't worry about that. Neither did we.
I thought you did. You're on the call.
No, we didn't get a press pass for the junket.
They hate us.
It was weird
Yeah,
because
go
it was
on.
originally like penciled in for the Saturday. All the media got told this is going to be on the Saturday.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it was like it's on the Friday. And it's not just us affected by that. You've got people like Sean Ross Sapp scrambling like, I'm flying there on the Friday. I can't go
Oh.
this. Yeah, they've all moved it one day before. But we can't. Yeah, but we also got kind of.
I'm looking forward to this event, but I am half expecting them to go. Actually, sorry, I've got the day wrong. It's actually Saturday.
It's been a big operation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But you know what? Isn't a messy operation? Doing this podcast with you lovely, lovely gentlemen.
We've got through it.
This has been Jack. This has been Ross. This has been myself. This has been the magnificent Joel. This has been Montana Billy.
I hope
thank you,
Billy.
Montana
Thank you, Billy.
Thank you again.
Again, patreon.com/cultaholic for the Patreon and mailbag@cultaholic.com for the everything else, pretty much. And in tribute to the Funker, it's like a work, is it? Why'd I even try it?
No, it sounded like you
that
said-
sounded all
Terry,
right.
the Funk.
Big T.
There we go. We're going to point at the screen and yell forever.
Yes.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Forever.